very many blocks, at least until they do a proof of work change. And once they do a proof of work change, then it comes with replay protection. And so it will probably get listed shortly thereafter, and you can just, trade it normally, right?
Yeah. My question about like the proof of work change, etc. Tell me why I'm wrong here. I don't believe anybody at Ocean or the primary like leaders will be putting their name out on a proof of work change as the initial implementation. I think it'll be more so like a SOC account, like Datham Ohm or whatever, will come out with the proof of work change, and they will just happen to support it in the same way that like Ocean didn't propose BIP 110, but we like, yeah, it's like they're championing the BIP essentially. So
I'd be careful. I'd be careful with that framing, just because I've spoken to a lot of the people who are on Ocean's board, like Bob and what's his name, Giacomo, right?
Yep.
And isn't Lynn Alden on? I mean, there's like a decent amount of people who are on Ocean's board who are not in favor of BIP 110 at all. So I think Ocean as a company is largely opposed to BIP 110. If you were to like take the economic weight of those on the board.
Yeah.
But it has some key employees who are in favor.
So
that's the key difference, right?
Why? So then my question is, from like a company perspective, why is if it truly is like not supposed to be, if that company is not supporting BIP 110 and not championing it, why would they allow, for example, their comms to be based around this kind of behavior and like the pool itself to deeply invest into BIP 110?
I think there is a reckoning that will be had after it fails, but they're waiting for the failure so that it doesn't look as bad, when they just start firing these people and or like saying, okay, no more talking about this shit. Right? Because if they do it now, then it's like the whole like, oh, censorship, like they're trying to stifle this.
That actually makes sense. Yeah, I could see that.
So I think they're just waiting for, the chips to fall where they may. And when it inevitably fails, I wouldn't be surprised to see some shuffling around in those who are employed by Ocean, and a narrative shift, right? It's going to be like a rebranding. It's going to be back to the basics of like Ocean is decentralizing mining. It's got all these great qualities, and I think the focus will be much less on using templates to filter spam.
I mean, that would actually be really cool. Like, I would like to see them focus on like decentralizing mining and like focusing on like anonymous payouts, etc.
Yeah. Because I mean, you've been on the spaces you've been on the spaces where Jason like talks about this, right?
Jason knows.
It's pretty clear.
He's a good critical thinker.
It's pretty clear to me that like he, wants to get back to that focus. And then if you talk to other people who are on the board who are not so happy with the narrative, it's pretty clear to me that they also want to change it. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're waiting for people to remove themselves, or if they're just waiting for a better opportunity where it would make more sense to do so and be less, politically suicidal. But if they make a choice right now, like if they were to like say fire Luke right now, that'd be crazy. Can you imagine?
At this point, though, I'm just saying with the script written as it is, might be in the cards.
Sure. I don't know, man.
No, I'm just kidding.
Any publicity is good publicity, but that would be crazy.
Dude, that'd
be crazy publicity.
The number of turns this story has taken in the last 30 days, nothing will surprise me at this point.
Well, would it surprise you if they just completely gave up on this activation and released a new client that pushed it out like another year?
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would not be surprised if like, there was like a bug in the like, because really it comes down to like two people. It's like, or two companies. It's Ocean and Start9 basically. Yeah. If Start9 agrees to like have an update for their nodes, it pushes this back. Has Start9 communicated like some of the like how to navigate this fork properly to like their end users yet?
I mean, the bottom line is, if there's There's no way Ocean is supporting a minority fork. That's impossible. They're not going to all of a sudden become a GPU pool.
Well,
they could do both, right? They can just.
Well, they're supporting the minority soft fork, but I don't think they would support a minority hard fork.
Right. Yeah, of course. If it's a soft fork, who gives a shit? They're still miners. But I don't see them, like, if there's a proof of work change, I don't see Ocean backing that at all. But Luke, I could see Luke. Like, this would be Luke's thing. But what happens with Luke and Ocean? That's like,
I don't know how involved Luke really is with Ocean, to be honest.
He's not that involved. He's not. But how do you how are you the face of a pool, a SHA-256 pool, but at the same time, you just created a shitcoin that has a completely different hashing algorithm?
I don't think necessarily that they would need. You can still soft fork a hash POW change, right? So you'd have like SHA-256 be like the first layer, but you'd have an additional challenge that needed to be solved amongst like. But to do that, essentially, you would be.
What? I didn't know you could soft fork. How do you do that?
Yeah, so like think about this. Like, okay, so to basically increase the difficulty of like a computation or change the proof of work so it breaks existing miners, what I could do is I can have an existing SHA-256 block hash that equals like the current difficulty value today. But I've actually soft forked in a new challenge as well. The Coinbase must also hash to using Keccak or whatever. Keccak must hash to have like 3 hexadecimal ones in the beginning.
Wait a second though. How does that make it easier?
It does not. No, that's my point. It doesn't make it easier. It actually makes it harder. So you have to go to change the difficulty value.
So that would be a hard fork.
It would be a hard fork, but you wouldn't be technically.
It's a hard fork.
It's a hard fork, but you would be changing the difficulty instead of the actual proof of work initial.
Changing the difficulty is a hard fork.
Yes, correct.
It's all a hard fork. It's all a hard fork.
No, you're
not tightening anything. You're adding another hashing algorithm to the network.
Yes, 100%.
An additional rule. But yeah.
But
regardless, there's no way to do this without a hard fork.
No, correct. But that's different than a proof of work change. That's all I'm saying.
What if Luke, okay, here's something that would surprise you. What if Luke pulls out a fucking rabbit out of a hat and is like, I figured out how to do it with a soft fork?
Now we got a Bitcoin and Bitcoin 2 with a different hashing algorithm.
I've been thinking about this. Like I've been thinking like this, does Luke have like a solution to be this confident running into this that they can get their blocks found? Like,
so it would be secured by 2 different hashing algorithms and it doesn't matter which one you use?
No, there could be something like a bug in the difficulty adjustment calculation or something like that could be abused potentially. Like, I'm not sure. Like that would be
actually, as a matter of wait. As a matter of fact, because there's literally only 2 signaling miners, could they not take advantage of the time warp bug?
They would have to make it to their first difficulty adjustment to get their minus 75%. They would literally have to.
Yeah.
Actually, like Wicked. This is incredibly important to think about. Like this is a good one. You might want to like talk to these 2 miners and tell them like, hey, like if you guys do plan on like continuing your chain as like a true soft fork without having like some glitch exploit or something that they found with like Kimmy K3 or whatnot, you guys should like literally just during the next difficulty adjustment, just increase your timestamps by 1. And then when you go to the new difficulty adjustment, set your clock back normally, and then you'll have your MTP you'll have your MTP rolled, and so you'll have a minus 75%. You know what? They're gonna get the minus 75% for free, anyways. No, right?
But in the first, I guess that's true. They get it for how many times do they get it in a row? Like 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
before it adjusts.
They don't need to. They don't even need to do it. It's like they're gonna get.
But they might as well though. Might as well get all those Luke coins. Right?
Yeah. We're getting close. It's almost over.
Yeah, I feel like we've beat this freaking horse to death already, and there's really nothing else. So we're just repeating shit now.
No, we've been repeating stuff for like the past 2 weeks. Like
we're at a point where this is
like Wicked finding out that you could do like sim links to your blocks files. Like that's cool. that was like the 180 IQ right there.
Yeah, my agent has a huge IQ. My agent's smarter than your agent.
You're you probably, I don't know, whatever. Like, I don't care. So Wicked, have you tested my my script stepping tool I made?
No, that's way over.
Dude,
Talk about high IQ. I don't even
just put it at TXID
I
and
don't even know what I'm looking at there.
dude, it's amazing. Like, you can take any transaction and just plug it in, and you hit step, and you can watch each opcode operate on the stack, and you can figure out exactly like what made it spend. So like, here's my example, like why I was so excited for this tool was because I was requested to figure out like, hey, which of these two signatures matched which pub keys in this multi-sig. So basically match the signatures to the pub keys. And I was like, I don't want to like figure out the message hash and reverse engineer like this whole thing and do pub key recovery to figure out which one validates. Why don't I just like use BTC deb or BTC debugger and just step right through it? I basically made it go into a web browser, and yeah, so just letting you know, could be a valuable tool.
Sorry, bear with me. I'm getting my son some cheese. I took a bite of it, and then he was like, no, I want my own. So that's what I'm doing right now. I think that's a pretty cool tool now that I'm thinking about it, because I have no idea how that shit works. So I could probably learn a thing or two.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here you go.
Yo, did you see those fuckers had a space, and Mechanic was like, well, the host doesn't have anyone blocked, so we might have a nice space to get out of our echo chamber. And then he made him the fucking host who has all of us blocked, and he couldn't get in the spaces. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I was listening. I don't think you missed much. It was a lot of like theory crafting essentially, and just like,
You're not blocked?
No, I'm not blocked by Luke, Mechanic, or I think the highest profile I'm blocked by is Beckler. That's it.
And Beckler doesn't have me blocked. That's what they're doing. They're like spreading it out so they don't miss anything. It's like, you got him, I got him.
I've actually cleared my block list. I officially am blocking nobody right now.
I had to. The bots were... So I went through stages of Twitter. First, I would block if you're a shitcoiner, I would just start blocking. Like, you know, if I smelt shitcoin, because like people would try to advertise their shitcoins and like in the same feed that I'm in. I'm like, I don't want to see this. So just instant block. I had a shitcoin meter at one point. Someone created a shitcoin meter to see if it was how green or red. It was like a sliding scale. Then I stopped doing that. Then I started blocking. Dude, I felt bad, man. There were people, it was thousands and thousands of accounts that were trying to impersonate me and scam people. So, like, I had to, every time fucking one was made or, like, I got tagged in it, like, I blocked those. So that was crazy. And then the bots came, like the LLM bots. I had to start blocking those. Those started getting really fucking annoying. But no, I don't block. I mute everybody, right? Like, if like I don't have any value in you, if I don't see any value, I'll just mute you. But I won't block. I stopped blocking, and I started unblocking. Like, I unblock Mechanic. I unblock. Like, why am I going to keep them blocked for what? No point. But motherfucker still has me blocked.
Dropped my phone and the screen cracked.
Oh no, you're right. That happened to me on vacation while I was on a fucking cruise.
And oh well,
I think
just the bottom, still usable.
The thing I've been watching, like from a social perspective, about like BIP 110 and Bitcoin Core and this whole like social consensus forming, the number of people backing off and like the strength of the opposition seems to be getting stronger as we run into like this August 8th deadline. And I'm trying to like pinpoint exactly what changed that dynamic, but
laws. The Bitcoin. When I said it, when I made it.
No, it wasn't you.
Definitely that.
No, it wasn't.
It was that.
It was Saylor.
Was it? It was really Saylor because I thought it was. I feel like it was running into
Saylor,
before that.
It was before Saylor. It was what's her face?
And Alden.
Yeah. It was her.
Lynn started doing some pretty vicious takedowns. Saylor jumped on board. I mean, I don't know. The momentum's been building anti-BIP 110 for a while, if you've been paying attention.
I think it's CoinJoint. I think his memes were so good that like it's like everybody like it just ended it. Like everybody's like if he could make memes this good and he's not getting canceled successfully, like I'm now safe to like come out and say I don't like BIP 110. That's it.
Yeah, he did work, man.
Dude, he won. Like
saw his memes.
Yeah, I do. I really think that as CoinJoin's like strength into the opposition literally correlates like 1-to-1 or linearly with like the opposition strength. Like
what he did with Mechanic, man. Oh my god. He just fucking took his voice and what he was saying and just made a guy made Mechanic just throw a bomb and like blew himself up in the taxi. Like all of it. It was just fucking gold.
Dude, I finally listened to that clip today, and he goes like, "If a grenade goes off in a wedding venue and nobody's around to see it, did a grenade go off?" My answer to that's very simple. The visit from the FBI and SWAT team to your house in the next 7.5 minutes says yes, that grenade absolutely did go off, and you're going to fucking jail.
I mean, no, but he said you have 30 minutes. Like you knew this grenade's gonna blow up in 30 minutes.
If you don't walk out of the wedding, it's your own fault.
I'll take no. If I have 30 minutes, I will take that grenade and put it back into his fucking pocket and then walk away. It's not blowing up. If I have 30 minutes.
Maybe the grenade's like a metaphor, and it actually really represents those little 3D printed grenades that Max Kaiser used to have on his shelf during his podcast, and they're loaded with like these little open dimes that just come out of it, and you're left with a bunch of Bitcoin if you actually stayed inside the venue.
Bang. One of those fake guns with the bang.
Yep.
So, anyways, what kind of stuff are you going to expose on your API, Portland?
Direct mempool access, like it's permissed. So essentially, like basically you are going to be the only one with access because nobody else has requested it. But direct mempool access to both nodes at any time. And then also current block fees and current templates being generated for each block so that you can pull that. And then, like historical information about different, like when the transactions entered the mempool, etc. And also, just as a note, it contains like a pass through as well. So you can like take whatever RPC call you want and then just like literally just pass it through and it'll give you the response. So if there's any missing information that you need, like, I would like the raw TX data, or like I would like to see the cluster package fee size, like just call it.
If I want to do like general analytics on the mempool, like for example, how many fees in aggregate does each mempool have?
Yeah, get mempool stats on that one. I have an endpoint for that.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So if we have endpoints like that, because it makes more sense to just have the aggregation on your side, and then I can just query it. I'll probably query it like every 10 minutes or something, and then log it.
I think I have enough I have enough processing power. Literally, just slam it like every 10 seconds. I don't care. It's gonna be fine. Like literally, like get block template. Like the machine's got 1.5 terabytes of RAM and 88 CPU cores. You cannot hurt this host. Like you're good.
Sounds good.
Because when you're in big Bitcoin, you get good hardware. You're not playing around with the Raspberry Pis anymore.
Sweet. I do have. Are you going to be running your own instance of mempool space?
No, I don't. No, I don't intend on doing that because mempool.space doesn't give any information, I think, other than fee estimation. through, because they use a different fee estimation algorithm that definitely is way better than core for into the next block, like priority. But no, that I don't want to. That's running mempool is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I did it for a little while, and it was fun and a good experiment, but probably not worth it. The only reason I ask is because on my dashboard, when you click on blocks, it takes you to mempool space, and then right now I just coded it where after a split, it routes the BIP110 blocks to mempool.guide.
Oh,
which
okay.
I believe is the mempool instance on Leo's
yeah.
BIP110 node. So, and by the way, I mean, you can also use anybody who has a BIP110 mempool instance running. You can also use their mempool instance to broadcast onto the BIP110 side if you're not running your own BIP110 node, or if you're not using Portland's Bitstream service.
Bitstream.space. Yeah, I'm planning like official live launch probably in the next day or two. So
Bitstream.space. What does the service do? What do I got over there?
You can select between like different, like a core node or a NOTS node, and send to that directly. And then also it'll replay transactions between the two sides and keep a dashboard of which transactions were successfully replayed by time. So like,
is the website's not up yet?
No, I vibe coded like the POC on Friday, but I'm really unhappy with the FE, like the actual visual style. Like I'm really like the debugger I made. That was a grand slam. Like I love the way that looks, but the current version of Bitstream.space, like these agents don't know what they're doing. I'm upset.
Why don't you just make it look like Slipstream?
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't you just make Slipstream, but a web browser, like a web version?
I mean, Slipstream
was on web.
App.
It was?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it had web and an API. That Wicked, that is my fallback. Like I have like this idea. I will be able to execute it. I got Kim. Oh, by the way, Kimmy K3 model weights are now cloning to my host. I'm about ready to run this evening, so we'll see how that does.
I don't know what that means.
Wait, so if you wait, it was just one node, your node they were able to use through a web service?
It was a Marathon node, yeah. The Slipstream node.
I thought you created it was a Slipstream node that people were running on their computer. It was just another implementation.
It was a centralized node by Mara. Like,
so why don't you just create an implementation, Bitstream implementation, and just do that?
That's a different topic though. That's for another day. Like that's like the NOTS core relay service in Bitstream is primarily to ensure that transactions can go to one side or the other initially. So
yeah. I'm talking about like after all this dies down. Like you should make that. You should create that implementation.
Is it?
What would the implementation do? I don't understand what you're saying.
It's just like a fork of Bitcoin, like Libre.
Non-standard, just a fork of Bitcoin core. Yeah, like Libre, basically. I think just computing on different policies than what Peter Todd has.
I mean, like, aren't the shitcoin guys doing that right now with like their dog mode implementation?
Bullshit Doge. Yeah, but what the fuck is going to run Doge fucking mode?
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure that like it's the same exact thing.
All they're trying to do, I think, is allow you to do four-meggers and make a one-stat UTXO. Yeah, like make dust.
You know, actually, hold up. I think there's a better way to do this.
Yeah, here's what I would do. There's got to be a better way than what they fucking came up with.
No. Seriously, I got an idea. Why don't I just create like a Rust tool that allows a user to basically say that I want these policy settings. Like you can click your op returns, your standard transaction size.
That's it.
And then it automatically will generate the git diff patches that you can click like I apply to Bitcoin Core. So that basically you could build your own fork basically off of that. And you can put different names on it. Like you can have like Slipstream mode, which is like basically consensus. And you can have like NOTS mode, which is like you have pay to public key hash.
Slipstream allowed for one sat outputs, right?
Slipstream allowed for 0 sat outputs.
Right.
Still does.
But zero sat outputs aren't very useful for a degen spammer.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I'm pointing out that's arbitrary. Like, it doesn't matter. You can put 0 or you can put up to 21 quadrillion or whatever the final number is.
Hello?
Yeah, we're still here. I'm just climbing a hill. Nice line. I'm still here. Portland just left.
Hold on, I'm gonna go outside too.
I ran out of. I dropped my my ChatGPT account back down to the $20 subscription, and I ran out of tokens for the month. So I'm gonna be touching grass a lot. For
You can't do what you're
days.
doing. You can't do what you're doing on one of these local models, but you need ChatGPT for that.
So I mean, I haven't tried. And
Dude, I think you'll be able to do it locally without a problem.
I might be able to. I mean, what I'm doing now, I guess it just depends, right? But when you're like, a lot of what I do is sometimes like across, a bunch of different files in a repository, and it has to update a bunch of shit and kind of have a good system map. And so maybe that's possible with a local model if I get it dialed in.
That's all possible, dude. All that is possible, and now you could you don't need chat. Like for what you're not doing anything crazy. You're just like following freaking blockchain data. So
yeah, and just making front end.
Yeah,
stuff.
I think a local LLM is more than enough for what you need, and especially you got a pretty like BC computer, so you could fucking have a pretty high language model.
Potentially. I also don't mind spending $20 a month just to not deal with that headache.
Yeah, but now you don't got tokens to do what you got to do.
I'm done doing what I got to do for the rest of the month. Then in 3 days, I'll start again.
Yeah, but you don't have to run out of tokens, man. You can have unlimited tokens.
It's probably for the best, to be honest.
I guess not unlimited because it does take electricity, but that's not much.
It's also a lot slower, isn't it?
It was, but not anymore. Like, no, I don't think it is anymore. I'm not really seeing much of a difference.
Interesting. Oh, maybe one day I'll look into it.
Just download LM Studio and have it checked to see your specs, and then it'll recommend which language models your machine could handle, and download all of them, and then use all of them. And then see which one you like. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be certain models you're going to like more than others for certain things, but once you find that model that works for like your Bitcoin stuff, you just stick to it, and that's it.
All right. Well, what are we going to talk about now?
Dude, I am all out of BIP 110. Like, I have nothing else to give.
When you guys talk about Luke and the hard forking, and why wouldn't they just have a pre-hard fork fucking ready at a certain block height so that when they realize that they're getting a 36-hour block, all they have to do is mine one block, and then they can like change the proof of work in the next block because they have 36 hours to get all 500 BIP 110ers to download the software. Right?
Well, that's an admission to defeat. As soon as they announce it, it's a guaranteed event that happens, right? So
Sure, but
Yeah, the plan is to hijack Bitcoin, not create another altcoin.
Right.
well,
And if
okay,
that
we know
fails,
this is not happening.
well,
So
but I think they've convinced themselves legitimately that it might. Like, I think they've actually kind of, gotten high on
do you
their own
think Luke
supply.
has convinced himself of this,
I
or
think so.
Mechanic has?
I think
Oh
both.
my
Yeah,
god.
and Crater.
Oh, okay. Okay. In that case, I guess yeah. I don't think they would be prepared. But I've done a lot of shitcoining and forking and like Bitcoin code bases and stuff, and like it's pretty easy just to set a fucking block height and hard fork the damn thing, right? Like you might have a messy situation, but this is already a messy situation for them. So I don't know that they like at that point it's like nothing matters. You're just throwing shit at the wall. And there are some tactics such as just forcing the difficulty down and not waiting for the difficulty period to
Hmm.
adjust and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
So I think they do
they'll
that,
definitely do
honestly.
that. I mean, they'll either do like a proof of work change right off the bat with a difficulty change as well, or just a straight up difficulty adjustment in order to get
Yeah,
block
they have
times
to.
back down to reasonable amounts. But part of the problem with doing the emergency difficulty adjustment is that you're kind of like predefining the value of the coin. And if you're
Okay, that's
if
fair.
you're doing a, let's say, 100x, adjustment downwards,
There goes the price. I mean, the
yeah.
price is dead anyway. We know this. We know this, right? So,
Mhm.
like, if you're just accepting and it's a shitcoin, and you're in the situation that you are like, you have to keep the boat afloat. I think those ideas become obvious for him, even if right in this moment he might not want to accept that. I think they inevitably have to happen that way. So, like, you guys were talking about changing to Keccak earlier. Like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But again, I feel like all this is stuff these shitcoins, proof of work shitcoins, have been doing for 10 years. So it's like you can just cherry pick all sorts of ideas, and then next thing you knew, like he's got a new shitcoin that's technically, more functional than Bitcoin in his world and what for he wants. But like, I don't know. I think it really just comes down to the users. Once you tell them that they're hard forking, download the new client, then like the real test begins. Like, are they going to download it, and are they going to download it today, right now?
Yeah, but then you're
If they
gonna
don't,
no, but you got. I mean, there's only so many hashing algorithms you could choose from,
yeah,
and if you're gonna do something like that, in order to be fair, you want to let people know well in advance
hmm
that you're gonna have this shitcoin come out with this hashing algorithm, so they can get ready for it, just so they can start mining it. But this is a UTXO airdrop. This isn't just a regular, you know, shitcoin that someone created from Genesis. This is a you pick a hashing algorithm. Say they pick a hashing algorithm where Bitmain already has ASICs for. Now you'll have an unfair advantage of certain players being able to mine at a really low difficulty because they already have the ASICs and no one else does. Dude, it's so hard to
yeah,
create a proof of work altcoin today because you already have. It's like it was easier back in the day, right? Like because
yeah.
once Bitcoin went from GPUs to ASICs, there was a void there, right? There was a bunch of GPUs that were people had, and they needed to do something with it, so it made sense to create shitcoins. And then you had all different types of hashing algorithms. I remember when Script Litecoin was supposed to be better than Bitcoin because Script has more intensive memory than SHA-256, which makes it more secure.
Yeah.
That was a narrative, right? And like I ate it. I was like, yeah, fuck it. Not only is Litecoin silver to Bitcoin, but it's more secure than Bitcoin because it's Script. Those stories are done. Those narratives are over.
You don't
Like,
think he just bolts another one onto the side like a lot of these shitcoins do, where you have multiple algorithms and it's just like SHA-256 plus Keccak, like you were saying, but then you can just keep going down that path. Like you could
I don't
bolt
know,
on
man.
8 of them.
I think it's done. I think the whole shitcoin thing is over, man. I think people
But
are.
but that means that Luke has to give up. I don't see Luke giving up, right? Like he's just kind of schizo and he's gonna keep going down this road no matter what, right?
Yeah, he's just gonna give us a freaking tax burden. He's gonna give us a fucking shitcoin that's worth like $10 that we all have to fucking file our taxes for to claim it. That's what he's gonna do. He's just gonna give us all a headache.
That's funny. No, I just feel like I've been saying this for weeks. Like this guy has a hard fork prepared. Like he's been talking about proof of work change forever, right? So how would he not have gotten past the initial
In
thought process of that?
2018, he was talking about changing Bitcoin's hashing algorithm to proof of X coin, I believe.
What does that mean?
PowerX.
What is PowerX?
It's a hashing algorithm. I have no fucking idea. It's another hashing algorithm that he was.
I wonder if he has one picked out though mentally. Do you think he does? Like it would be that?
If he does, like, you not only creating a shitcoin, but you're literally you have an advantage. Who's it to say that you aren't going to be mining before anyone else? And it's like a kind of like a
I mean,
pre-mine
they won't
almost.
care. His camp of people won't care. They'll just be
Yeah.
like, That's fine. He deserves it. He's the king, you know.
Maybe. I don't know. I think these
Also,
UTXO forks made a lot more sense in 2017, 2016. I don't think they make much sense anymore.
But like, I think he's beyond making sense at this point, right? But Wicked, that Dave guy down there is gonna have an aneurysm if you don't let him give us a take. I'm sorry, just want to let you know. But yeah, no, I think Luke's too far down this path where he has to commit. He's already committed. He's not gonna just turn around last second and give up on it. So if he is doing this whole fork, he's going to have to change the difficulty adjustment algorithm probably to LWMA. He's going to have to switch the algorithm, like for the fucking hashing algorithm, day 1, block 2. You know, he's going to have to admit these things within that first like day that this is not like once that block doesn't happen in like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours.
No, why does it have to be? Why does that have to be the first day? He could just like, okay, well, I'm just going to work on a shitcoin. Like, look at poor Stort. He was waiting 12 years for something to happen, and he was like, all right, well, it's not happening. I'm just going to fork Bitcoin myself. I was like 13, 14 years in the making. I don't think he has to do anything right away. I think he could just be like, okay, well, BIP 110 failed. I'm going to start working on a UTXO fork and make an announcement, and then
yeah, that's fair. That's fair because that would be less of a lift for him. You know?
Yeah, that's probably the most likely outcome is like an announcement of an announcement. He could always like this minor coordination thing is not really that much of an issue to someone who enables AuxPow. You know, you can just merge mine it, so you don't have to line up your.
If he merge mines it, the problem is with the narrative dies because he thinks Bitcoin
it's going to die
done.
anyways.
No. He thinks Bitcoin is broken because SHA-256 is broken because of AsicBoost. He has something against SHA-256 in particular, and that's why I highly doubt he's going to merge mine with Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, okay. If he has a problem with SHA,
he
then,
doesn't.
Yeah.
No. The merge mining would make more sense. Yeah, of course, but he thinks if the reason for the proof of work change is not only to fire the miners, but he fundamentally believes. I think it's bullshit, but what he says. He believes that because of AsicBoost, that broke SHA-256. So that made sense in a world before SegWit, because at that point Bitmain had, you know, they had covert AsicBoost, and they were mining empty blocks because of that, and that was one reason why they didn't want SegWit. So, sure, like, you know, at that point, SHA-256 did seem like it was broken. Someone had a huge advantage over everybody else. But once SegWit got in, and now everyone had AsicBoost, like everyone could take advantage of that. It was no longer broken in our opinion, you know. But Luke, after he wasn't pitching for a proof of work change before SegWit. That would make sense.
Right.
He was pitching for a proof of work change after SegWit, like after it was already enforced in 2018. This is like a year later.
He's not wrong about trying to get away from ASICs and minor centralization. Like
he's not trying to get away from ASICs. That's not the argument. The argument, you can't. First of all,
I don't care what.
No, but you can't get away from it. The whole point is you can't get away from ASICs if you want to.
I'm saying it. Fuck Bitmain.
You could say fuck Bitmain, but again, like you could, if there is a hashing algorithm that becomes profitable, like look at Monero, like
RandomX.
Monero was trying
Raptorium.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. They all,
dude. There's like, yeah, you can come up with one in a second. You could any of them. Ultimately, the one that would work in today's atmosphere is one that doesn't just grind meaningless nonsense. Definitely not with 3,500 watts out of a fucking machine that's produced only in China. Like that's obviously.
Well, they're not only. I mean that the whole chip manufacturing is that's a larger talk than just Bitcoin. I mean, in our cars, our televisions, that's a whole different topic. Chip
really
manufacturing is the bottleneck, especially for the newest chips.
No,
the foundry.
There's no
what
bottleneck.
Do you know
like what you do is you do something called proof of useful work, right? So you're not just burning watts. Oh my God. You're doing something.
Dude. I'm not. This is not a shitcoin talk. We're not. I mean, thanks you. I've heard it all. I've heard it all. I've heard everything in the books already. This is not new. Like I've heard that many algorithms that are better than SHA-256.
Wouldn't it be smart for Luke to at the same time like target Quantum and be like, I'm upgrading?
It's just fundamentally a dumb argument. Like let's empower Bitmain. Let's empower Bitmain and just grind meaningless losses forever and hope the security budget works itself out.
Bitmain. So it's proven
I guess
that
you've heard that before too.
miners' job. All they do is they help distribute Bitcoin UTXOs and they secure the order of transactions. The reason you're thinking the way you are is because of BIP9 and when they used BIP9 as a social layer to basically prevent something from happening. That proved in 2017 that they don't have that power. They're looking for a valuable block reward. Their business relies on a valuable UTXO block reward. So even in a world where they tried to change things for many years, they couldn't do it. That's not how Bitcoin works. The only reason you think that was because of how that's how you want it. Like you want BIP9 because that's how you deploy safe soft forks. You want the pools to be ready, signal readiness, and when everyone reaches a certain threshold of the hash rate, we upgrade. But they took that to their advantage. They used that as like a political thing where they're like, no, we're not going to signal readiness.
No,
but that's not how Bitcoin works.
This is a typical like Bitcoin vacuum chamber that you live in, and I fully understand it. I'm in a Bitcoin space. You need to pop your head up.
I mean, like, go ahead. What do you think? What do you think
with the mic volume? I'm not able to get through half a sentence.
Go ahead.
What you have to do at some point, okay? And like I understand this, like let's just do shit the way we have up until now. It'll keep having, the price will double, Bitmain will do the thing, and it just keeps going, right? I understand that. However, if you pick your head up and look around and say, maybe this might be an issue, maybe at some point we need to think about how we could innovate because the world is not like operating on that schedule anymore.
I agree.
The most important demand right now is for decentralized, verifiable, multi-compute. That's the big problem that people are solving right now, right? So if you're hashing for something, why would you not hash for that?
Because to secure the Bitcoin blockchain's orders of transactions? What do you mean?
You can do. It turns out.
You could do a lot of things. You could do many things. I'm just saying that's what.
It turns out you can do both. Except one of them.
But that's not what Bitcoin does.
Infinitely more valuable.
But that's not what Bitcoin does. I don't understand what you're trying to say. You're saying like you should make an altcoin that does this. Then do it. What are we waiting for?
Oh no, they are.
He's saying
Bitcoin.
Isn't there already shitcoins out there that does these things?
He's saying Bitcoin needs utility in its hashing algorithm the same way gold has utility as jewelry. It needs a second utility, boys.
I mean, that's the problem with that is
money's not worth enough.
Okay, but hold on. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, money is not worth enough.
That's a good idea. I mean, that's okay.
Is too high. That's
fine. That's a fine opinion to have, and that sounds like a pretty cool shitcoin. So I mean, like, I'm sure someone already created it. So I don't understand what are we arguing about. Like,
well, maybe make some jewelry. I understand the jewelry.
No, hold on. Back up for a second. You came here to say.
Last time I checked, gold's market cap was 10x Bitcoins, right?
All right, dude. So what's the market cap of the shitcoin that has this properties?
Why is it always the focus on the shitcoin thing? Why is this not like a Bitcoin conversation? I don't get that part.
Because Bitcoin doesn't have this. What you're asking for Bitcoin does not have. This isn't Bitcoin.
If you added
no, what we're saying is
you have to change it. That becomes something else.
Okay, hold on.
Your security budget is fucked.
Segwit,
RBF, burning that amount of water is stupid.
I can't hear both of you. You got to talk one at a time. We can't hear both of you.
Bitcoin with RBF, Segwit, and Lightning on top of it isn't Bitcoin either. So what's the point there?
I don't understand what you're saying. Why isn't that not Bitcoin?
Lightning is not Bitcoin. Segwit is added. Bitcoin
can you articulate how Lightning works? How do you open up a channel?
None of that matters because none of that was.
None of that matters because I don't understand how it actually works.
DJ, can you hold on? Articulate how does a channel? How do you open a channel?
Sorry, when you move it to Lightning, it's a liquid staking.
All I'm trying to say is that you guys are saying that out loud.
DJ, hold on. Wait. We got to first. We got to get on the same page. DJ, we got to get on the same page first. Can you articulate how does a Lightning channel open? How do you open a Lightning channel?
Fucking Mike's so loud.
End of
To
story.
the best of your ability, just talk about how Lightning works.
DJ, how do you open up a Lightning channel? You said Lightning's not Bitcoin. Can you just tell me how that works?
Listen, all I was saying is
we're going to do a little learning session.
No, until we get this point across, we're not going forward. Until you tell me how you open up a Lightning channel, I'm not going to take this conversation serious.
He has the loudest mic.
All right. So the way Lightning channels work
is
is
victory
that
by volume.
they don't. They're not Bitcoin. They're wrapped IOU state chains. Okay, next.
Can you? But how do you open up? How do you open up a Lightning channel?
I use Bitcoin L1. I don't care about opening up a Lightning channel.
All right, but I'm asking, how do you open? You said Lightning's not Bitcoin. How do you open up a Lightning channel?
Bitcoin because it's wrapped IOU Bitcoin that doesn't settle on.
What makes it wrapped IOU Bitcoin?
Fucking channel.
All right, DJ, what makes it wrapped IOU Bitcoin?
That is using a channel, not Bitcoin. That's wrapped IOU Bitcoin.
How do you infusing it? How does it get infused?
It doesn't matter. It's fucking wrapped IOU fucking
do you know what the channel? Do you know what the channel is actually made of?
I don't care. Bitcoin L1 is the only Bitcoin.
Let me ask you this question.
All right, but if you're
definition,
DJ, let me ask you this question.
DJ, hold on.
Out loud.
Is a multi-sig real Bitcoin?
Yes. Okay.
Dude,
I am not. I have.
Dude, hold on.
Before you have made with a multi-sig.
I'm being obtuse, guys. You don't have to.
I don't know if you are. Before we start talking about other things, you should probably understand how Bitcoin works first, and then we'll have this conversation again. How about that?
Okay, first off, I've been in
Go learn how Lightning works first. Go learn how Liquid works.
Don't at me, okay?
Don't what?
Don't at me, you dumb broke maxi.
I'm not adding you. What do you mean I'm not adding you? I'm just like saying.
You guys just said a sentence out loud that I.
You said something pretty retarded, man, and I just want you to come to terms that you are a little too retarded to have this conversation.
Child, 24 hours a day, you can't let anybody speak. Holy shit! All I was saying.
I mean, you just said I let you speak for a while, but you weren't saying it much.
You misunderstand my point, Mr. Huddle, on purpose. Honestly, all I was saying was you guys said that's not how Bitcoin works, and you acted like everything that is the way Bitcoin works now was the way it worked always, and that's not true. Stop saying.
When did we say that's? When did we say that's how Bitcoin worked always?
Loud.
What words?
Holy shit! All right, move on.
How it always works.
Can I ask you a quick question? There are several types of opcode formulations that involve locking value.
You want to answer that question about opcodes? You didn't know how Lightning works.
No.
I just don't care.
Just to say, okay, there are several types of opcode formulations of all different types that lock value on L1, where off-chain, you then have subset agreement between people involved in them, and then settlement eventually occurs, but it may not occur right away. Are those all IOUs too, and not valid Bitcoin transactions?
I mean, Lightning is a valid Bitcoin transaction, but in a metaphorical sense, it's a wrapped fucking asset, guys.
In a metaphorical sense.
Why?
I don't care about how your lines of code work. I am talking about at a very basic level. Segment was not part of Bitcoin.
We're talking about it in a very basic level.
Go through the forced close.
All the things we use right now were never part of Bitcoin until now, guys. What are you talking
Explain how that works. All right, so go through forced close. How does that work?
You have to fucking get your IOU out of the fucking state channel to get it back on the real fucking Bitcoin, the real Bitcoin, the actual Bitcoin. Not some fucking
you're subject to a time lock. Like, can we go through that? Is that not a staking token? Like, you're not bonded, are you?
They don't want to
argue.
It's
basically a staking token that earns nothing.
On me for
I don't know how else to
reading the fucking dog shit GitHub to them. Again, I like Bitcoin. You guys like Lightning. We're different. I get it. I'm not here to argue about Lightning. I'm just saying I like Bitcoin.
You're just pushing a balance between people who have control over UTXO.
A distributed database on top of a distributed database. I understand. Yes, that's what you're doing.
All right, so hold on. You like Bitcoin. You like Bitcoin, but you want a different hashing algorithm.
I never said that. Don't.
So that's what Luke is doing. What you want?
I do it on a shitcoin, and I don't show anybody my shitcoin. I don't go around trying to say it's the real Bitcoin.
Who said that? No. Somebody said something about Bitcoin has to do.
No, I did.
A different hashing algorithm.
I'm the one who said that. What I said that, like, with the state of the security budget, the innovation, and what's happening now, you cannot afford to just burn meaningless nonsense in this way. Eventually you have to adapt, you have to change,
right? But I mean, like, anybody could fork Bitcoin's UTXO set with any hashing algorithm you want, so like you don't need to wait for Bitcoin. Like, I won't sell that airdrop if you make it. I'll keep it. But like you have to understand that's
no,
not Bitcoin.
fork core. No, I don't think you understand. No, fork core. That's where all the hash is, right? We want all those ASICs.
Oh, you want
repurposed.
No. Bitcoin Core is an implementation of Bitcoin. There's like 6 of them, 7 of them. Like you're talking about, you want to change consensus rules.
Everyone agree to use the better one, the one that doesn't just burn meaningless nonsense. That one, the one where like people are just going to hemorrhage their way to a security budget to zero.
Do you know,
get away from that one, get to the one that's useful. That's what I was saying.
So
you were saying no. I like Bitmain. I want them to keep making money, and I don't care about the security budget.
I said SHA-256 is Bitcoin. I said SHA-256 is Bitcoin. But like, if you could fork Bitcoin's UTXO set and create a different hashing algorithm, which might happen with Luke, like, you know, maybe you should call him and tell him that you have this idea.
Not just make why not change the reference implementation?
You're such a good.
How do you change the reference
Why don't we just all agree?
How do you do that?
Security budget's an issue.
I've got a bright green line through my phone vertically now.
Oh no!
I think
it's gonna get worse.
No, it's a sign. It's a sign.
Go. That is a
green.
Sign,
the green candle is coming, boys.
The candle's coming.
The green candle.
Those little $200 screen fixer spots. You probably get it cheap fixed.
I don't know, man. This seems pretty bad.
It's worth. I mean,
Datos, so you don't value so the amount of work behind a certain block where your transaction is in. So like, you know, if you have
when it's useful, I do. When it's just when you're burning meaning,
but not useful.
It's retarded.
Say
like let me create waste so that I can somehow pretend.
But the waste, would you consider what you think? Yeah,
Sorry.
but what you think is waste is securing a fuck ton of transactions. Like that waste. So like, say if you had a transaction 100,000 blocks ago, you could be fairly certain that. Hold on, if you had a transaction. Let me talk to you.
No, the question is Monero safe?
Okay, hold on. Well, we know that it wasn't because it just had a fuck ton of reorgs not too long ago.
Is Monero safe?
No, it just had a whole event of a large reorg.
No.
Did you not hear about that reorg that happened like a year ago?
The fucking coins that were getting merge mined.
Did you not hear? That was the whole point of the work. So you want to go against, you want to fight against reorgs.
Talking about when Qubit tried to rally 51% hash and they couldn't? Is that what you're talking about?
No. There was
for like 3 days.
That's what he's talking.
It wasn't 3 days.
That is what they're talking about. They're referencing that.
Okay, that's what he's talking about.
It got reorged. The whole point of Bitcoin. So here, let me try to help. So if you had a transaction 100,000 blocks ago, right? The amount of work that it will take to delete that transaction.
Okay, I don't need you to explain
No, but I'm trying to explain to you why. So like the value is that the security of those hashes are securing that transaction. It's not going to get double spent on.
It's very secure with 1,000 times less power requirement. It's retarded.
But the power is what secures it. The more power. So like if you want to undo all those transactions, you have to go through all that power.
No, that's not true at all. It's not the power that secures it. It's the scarce resource of compute. Whether that's CPU bound
it's literally the electricity. No, it's literally the electricity that secures it.
Guys are taking over as co-hosts real quick. We're going to need you guys to like and retweet the space if you're enjoying the conversation.
It's the amount of CPUs that exist on Earth. That's the way it works.
Wait, how does it work? Hold on. Explain to me one more time. How does it work?
Okay, you need to research the difference between what an ASIC chip is and its efficiency versus what a much lower.
No, I'm not talking about the hash rate. I understand. Hold on. I get that different hashing algorithms compute differently. Like the number that you see that's securing Litecoin.
Different technology. You can't use
but the electricity.
Can you?
But the electricity is the same.
No, there's no Monero ASICs. See, that's the thing.
No, there was Monero ASICs. There was Monero ASICs. There were Monero ASICs in 2017, and then the quote-unquote community kicked them out. They hard forked them out.
Yeah, they did. They forked.
That's a centralized. That's a company making decisions.
And they said no Bitmain.
It's easy to do that. I mean, like centralized companies could do whatever they want.
Here's how out of touch you are. They're actually doing it again. There's actually RandomX V2 coming.
There is a day, 100%. Here we have a hard time having a day.
You can't have a GPU.
Hey, hold on.
You can't have an FPGA.
So
and you can't have an ASIC on their network.
My hand's been up
and they're
for an
very
hour.
secure.
I'm just going to cut it off real quick. Thank you for this wonderful space. Welcome to the #1 Bitcoin and chill space. There is no better space. Please like and retweet. Is this all what Satoshi wanted? Is this what was promised to us?
Wicked. Are these your guys, man?
Are
you getting paid for that?
My bad.
They're advertising for you
right now.
One vote. That's what Satoshi
I came up to ask a couple questions. You guys started bullying me.
Smash that like button, guys.
Yeah,
Do you-
smash
'cause,
that
like-
like button, guys, for Wicked. We got to get his
Yeah,
mempool
Hodl
nuts.
didn't read the part of the white paper where he said one CPU, one vote. Did you read the CPU part?
Yeah, it's every time I turn my computer, there's a CPU turned on. I'm
He
voting.
missed it. He missed it. He read the white paper. He's like, no, fuck the CPU.
No.
We're
I
on
just told
Bitmain
you.
now.
Every time I turn on my
We're
computer,
Bitmain
my
maxis
note is
now.
on.
No,
my
we gotta
CPU is voting.
Was Lightning?
Yeah, I see.
Was Lightning?
So I don't know if you realize this. Did you know that your node right now, like no one prevents your CPU from mining, right? You could mine with your CPU right now. You'll probably
Profitability
burn your
prevents
CPU
from
before you
doing
find a
that because
block,
it
but
has
there's
an
nothing
algorithm
preventing
that
you from
favors
mining with your
ASICs.
CPU.
It has an algorithm that favors ASICs. You can't mine anything with a CPU. It's thousands of orders
You
of magnitude
can. You'll
less
just
efficient than
burn your
an
CPU. Like it's possible. Your CPU, one CPU, one vote, baby. Come on.
What's up with?
So, Mr. Huddle,
It's not one vote. You don't have anywhere near a vote with the CPU.
You got one CPU. What do you mean?
No, you don't have a
every day,
vote.
right? With all this random tech, while you're stuck in Bitcoin in your little echo chamber, and you think you know more than everybody. It's crazy that you talk like this.
Well, I don't know more than everybody, but I definitely know more than you guys here because you're telling me some shit right now.
What's the claim? What is the claim here?
Yeah, I
around
told you
ASICs?
some shit.
I don't even know
One
what we're talking
CPU,
about.
one
They're
vote.
trying. I'm not even for. I'm all for it. I'm all about shitcoins. I don't even hate shitcoins.
All I'm saying is you got a lot of argumentativeness and defensiveness.
I don't hate shitcoins. Make it. I'm all for it. Let's pump it. Like I don't mind it.
Yeah, only that's not what we really want to do, though. What we really want to do is
What do you want?
to change Bitcoin.
We want
But
Bitcoin.
but that's not what Bitcoin is. You guys want something. I want fucking.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be,
I want
though.
21 million bitcoins. That's not possible.
That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be, though. We're
All
gonna,
right.
we're gonna
So
change
when it's
it
going to
anyways.
happen, then it's going to happen. What's the problem now? I don't say. What are you guys fighting? What are you mad about right now?
The problem is there's a bunch of folks like you on stage digging their heels in, saying, "I want my old rock. I want my pet rock," and we're just saying, "Nah, man, you can't really have that anymore."
I don't want my pet rock. I had my pet
worked
rock
in 2009. It doesn't work anymore.
That's fine. I'm not. I don't. Of course, it doesn't work anymore. I'm not. I was for SegWit. I'm for Taproot. I'm for CTV. Like I don't know. Wrong guy.
Shitcoiners
about
just
Opcat?
not
How
know how
about
consensus works? Is that
Opcat? No. Opcat can't happen. Opcat's Opcat is a Mossad. Is a Mossad coin technology.
That one's no good. Okay.
We're not going to let the Opcat thing in.
Already ate it. He already.
Yeah, we're not going to do the Opcat. We have other important things to worry about first.
Udi ruined Opcat. Udi ruined fucking everything.
Udi ruined it for you guys. I will admit that Udi definitely said that back a few years. I will admit to that. It will maybe it would have had a better chance if Udi wasn't promoting it the way he was.
Okay, only you're not really the arbiter of that. Like eventually, people will look at the security budget. They will say it is not going to balance.
I agree with you.
We're going to have to do something to grow up.
I agree with you. I'm not in a disagreement. I agree with you. One day that'll happen.
His point is this: what things are we going to do regarding hashing or?
We are not going to do anything. You can do whatever you want. I don't know who this we is. Who are you talking about?
We like collective humanity, dumbass. Come on.
I don't know what you. I have no idea. I don't have the answer to that.
Wait, just a second. Can you please?
I don't get paid for that. What the hell are you talking about? How am I supposed to know what we're going to do?
Can you just define what you want to do with hashing? Like,
they don't know what they want.
I don't want to do anything with hashing. This is Dave's argument. I'm just trying to clarify since you guys are.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear the argument. All right, let's hear the argument. What is it,
Dave? This is your argument.
Sure. Okay. So, what to do with hashing? Switch to proof of useful work. Do work that people actually care about instead of burning meaningless nonsense. You cannot nonce grind your way through a security budget problem.
Can you give me an example?
It's not going to work.
Can you give me an example of a proof of useful work where the utility of the work is naturally not centrally defined?
Yeah.
Who cares? But even if it is, it still makes a good shitcoin. Like, why not? There's other shitcoins that have
I'll give you
worse
protein folding,
narratives.
for instance, is centrally defined.
Sure. I'll give you a few. I'll give you a few use cases. And I think these are ones that draw from the examples that we spoke about when you were on stage last time. For example, if you had a prover, right? They would be able to have proofs that are verified by Bitcoin and stamped into the most secure ledger in the entire world. That way, every single L2 would not be tethered to Ethereum or anyone else. The security, the ultimate leech of security would be the most powerful and the largest network in existence, Bitcoin, right? That's
Sounds
one
good.
example.
Wait a second.
Has
Let
worked.
me ask you there. You're
Wait,
bringing up
no,
you're
you asked for a few
no,
examples,
but you
so
Let him
Dave,
cook,
I'm
Daniel. Let
Dave,
him
through
cook.
the other
Dave,
ones.
behave, Dave. Let him ask.
Then
But I'm trying to
white male.
I'm trying to
There's
ask what you
also a
mean.
network
What you
called
mean by
Pearl.
that? I'm trying to ask what you mean by the verification of zero-knowledge proofs, because zero-knowledge proofs aren't a proof of work. They're
Bro, who cares, man? This is all about word
Yes, they are.
salad. We're just going to use
Yes,
a bunch
they
of
are.
buzzwords, and we're going to sell some shitcoins.
No, they're
So
not
let him cook.
buzzwords.
Huddle,
They're
this is
buzzwords to someone who hasn't read.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Is unaware of like anything that exists.
Yes, I'm unaware.
The word
Let's
ZK
assume
proof
I'm
is not a
unaware.
buzzword.
Let's go, man.
It's a
I'm all for it.
technology.
Keep going.
Okay. So the second thing that people want right now, which is critically important, is multi-party compute, meaning guess what, guys? We don't need to just rely on anthropic and censored governmental models for AI. What we can all do is pool our resources, and instead of trying to figure out some fucking 10-digit number, we can actually run compute hashes where we're training an algorithm and running inference on chain. Who's done this? Okay, take a look at Pearl. Is it the best implementation of it? No, probably not. Is it problem free? No. Those bugs are being worked out. Is it infinitely useful to us? Yes. It's an AI that's by us that you would derive utility from using, and people are willing to pay for. That is the most valuable form of compute
I
today.
feel like I'm one of the sharks on Shark Tank right now listening to this.
Now, is it centralized? I don't really need your ad libs. You're just uninformed of the way proof of work is now proof of useful work. You started this off by saying proof of work is dead. It's dead to you because you're uninformed.
Who said proof of work is dead?
You.
I never said proof of work is dead.
You said you can never launch a proof of work coin
You
today.
also
I
said
think
that
it's
you
over.
wanted to suck a dick.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's
Oh,
not
you mean
over.
like
Your
launching a
version's
proof?
over.
Well, launching
No,
a
your
proof of work
version is
from
over.
Genesis. No. I was
Your
meaning,
version's done. It's
hold on.
done.
So,
No
okay.
one will do it the way you like to do it because that doesn't work anymore.
Which version is it? No. I'm talking about a UTXO fork. If you're going to fork from Genesis, you could have whatever you want at whatever difficulty you want. That doesn't matter. But if you're doing a UTXO fork,
it wasn't the UTXO fork airdrop mechanism you were talking about right
yes,
now.
that's what Rook is doing. That's
not what you
exactly
said.
that's exactly what we're talking about.
When I came up,
Davidos, hold on.
up, that you had a
Wait, hold on, David. This was all about Luke's forking. Hold on.
No.
Wait, listen. Well, I don't know. You jumped on the stage. Maybe you didn't hear it, but this whole conversation.
No, I did hear.
This entire conversation was about Luke Jr. forking Bitcoin's UTXO set into a new hashing algorithm.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
we were talking about.
And then from there you pivoted into it's
impossible. And then I said
you can never launch a proof of work
that,
coin today. It's too hard.
To do that,
it doesn't work anymore. That's what you said.
To do that, you can't just lower, like you have to go and create a GPU mineable coin. The problem with that is that you're competing against thousands and thousands of other GPU mineable coins.
Well,
right? There's one other SHA-256 coin besides Namecoin, and what other SHA? Well, how many SHA-256 coin are there today? There used to be a bunch. They're all pretty much done today because they're all forked into Bitcoin.
There's Syscoin. There's some other Bitcoin. There's BSV is a SHA-256 coin.
Right. So BSV is a fork. So what do they have to do? BSV's difficulty basically it went to 2011 levels. It's anyone basically Bcash's hash rate right now could reorg BSV back to Genesis. It's not secure.
Yeah, that's
fair.
So that's what I mean by
the only ones that winnow down the hardware. Probably proof of space and time, and like you've used Argon 2i or something, like the one that is a RAM expansion, or the SSD based ones. They still have competitors, like there's Chia and stuff like that.
Yeah, Bram Cohen's thing. That's what Bram tries to do. Bram tries to make a whole fucking
Bitcoin one. There's
hard drive mining.
Yeah. You're gonna run in. There's no viable proofs that don't already have the. ASIC is, yes, it refers to an actual compute chip, but the concept ASIC is still across all the different hardness and proof of work types. There's a version of ASIC, meaning like the optimal disk setup for Chia and stuff. So you can't really outrun that. There's no new algorithms. And the ones you brought up earlier, you're saying, well, there's all these amazing proofs of work. When you have a utility-based proof of work, the two that you mentioned have a fundamentally centralizing component in the sense that someone has to say what the utility is. Utility is subjective, period.
No, you're running matrix multiplication.
No, but you have to have someone nominate the problem. It's just like protein folding, right? There was this I remember back in the day, like when I first got into Bitcoin, like a long time ago, it was like people thought,
you have to agree on in the case of like an AI, you would need to agree on the size of the model. Is that what you're saying?
Lots of things would need to be agreed on. And then,
which part of the problem would be centralized?
Yeah, you're right. There's many factors that would need to be agreed on, and then it gets you down to the fact of, well, how do we agree on it? Oh, fuck, now we need another different type of proof of work to make that agreement work so that we can work on the actual problem set. It's the same thing with protein folding. You'd be like, well, we can't just randomly pick a protein folding problem. You know, it doesn't just like spontaneously.
I don't understand what
generate.
part is centralized without reaching.
You have to pick a problem and distribute it, and the whole network needs to agree on it.
What if the problem is to train a progressively larger model?
You can't. There's enough non-determinism and subjectivity in that. It's not like the network isn't an AI itself that just pre-selects with some sort of empirical objectivity the ability to say this is the direction we're going. It's not a deterministic path like any straight line proof of work would be. Like,
okay, if you pick, see, I don't agree. If you decide to mine on a network where they're perpetually increasing the number of parameters, you'd be participating in building a larger model, distributed training, verifying that compute that you actually did perform that work,
data set?
and running inference.
You usually have to expand the data set. So who gets to decide what's the input data set?
The Ordinals people do.
Okay. So we have to have some agreement on the input data set as we expand it, because you just simply expanding parameters only gets you so far. You probably want to expand the data set. So like, how do we do this? And then the weighting, like, how do we agree on this?
Well, I don't like core developers. Do you trust them?
How many?
What if we do
I don't know. I don't get it. Like, how do we agree on what data set we're going to use?
Yeah.
When you write the white paper,
governance
you come up with it.
Who gets to write the white paper?
You come up with
I
it.
do,
Well,
Mr. Huddle.
Satoshi wrote your white paper, so someone writes.
Right. So when Satoshi came out, when Bitcoin came out, it was centralized. It was a centralized piece of software, and it took many years to get where we are today. Right. It didn't come out decentralized, did it?
There's hundreds of thousands of people simultaneously running compute. There's no part of that that's centralized.
Right, but there's somebody has to release that software, right?
Well, someone had to also come up with the idea of what Bitcoin is. Like, you have a starting point and you decentralize
it. Right, that happened when nobody knew what Bitcoin was.
You don't take the goal. So you're saying Bitcoin centralized because the goal of it was to be money? That's fucking retarded.
I'm going to turn my mic up 10x.
No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Wicked and get
well, you're attacking the goal, like having a trillion parameter model somehow centralizes it.
You're so rude, Dave. Your friend is
a
trying
dumb
to say something.
Dave, let your friend talk. Let your friend talk, Dave. Hold on. Let's go, Eddie.
What you got? Eddie. I got your back.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you guys' conversation is like super like, what is centralized, and then you do a bunch of gotcha journalism to like get them on the point or whatever.
I'm not trying to get anybody on any point. I'm trying to pump some shitcoins. So I'm like, whatever you guys got, I'm all for it. I'm not even against you guys.
Hold on. Let me finish. I'm almost there. I'm so close. All right, just 2 minutes. Just mute up. I'm almost there. Right, Huddle. Your big issue here, right, is I like Bitcoin, but I like my version of Bitcoin. Right, and everybody else's version is not my Bitcoin.
That's not true. That's not true. No, it's not. I like Bitcoin Cash when it came out. I've liked it. I didn't have a problem with it.
And because it's not your Bitcoin, or you don't have an airdrop, or you don't have a bag, that Bitcoin is bad. That's literally.
Well, I got an airdrop.
Right, and those Bitcoins are good because you got.
Those are good Bitcoins, yeah. But even the ones that are bad, the ones that I think are bad, I don't think are bad. I think they should exist. I don't want them to not exist. I think they're going to go to zero, but I don't hate them.
If you have one cycle where the price doesn't 2x, you and all your friends are all going to shit your pants.
Okay, I'm all about shitting my pants, man. I agree with you. I'm not just in a disagreement. I know you're trying to fight and you're trying to disagree with here, but I agree with you.
Okay, but I guess this is the bridge of the question, though. If all that's fair, and you could do that on other chains, then why do we get this big disconnect between like valuable work being baked back into Bitcoin after like 20 years?
Because I don't find that work. I just don't. But I don't hate it. Like I think they should exist.
Well, guys, I just asked you some targeted technical questions that obviously revealed the subjective nature of work selection and other things.
What it did was,
Daniel, I agree with you.
What it did was you tried to throw a wrench into something really obvious, which was attack the goal. So the goal
the wrench was a valid technical discussion.
It was the same. I could throw the wrench back at you and say that, well, by your same logic, Bitcoin is centralized in that Satoshi defined it as money.
It's
Let's attack the
absolutely
goal.
not
Whoever
centralized
comes
in
up
the
with a
sense that
goal, therefore makes it centralized.
if you're going to say that
it's a
someone set up the
complete moot
initial
argument.
parameters and it makes a system centralized,
Yeah,
that is
Satoshi did.
that's not a no. That is not a coherent
right?
argument because
Okay,
here's
well,
why.
trillion parameters.
It's no because you would look.
Trillion parameters.
You would
21
always be
million coins, trillion parameters.
you would be
Changed my
expanding
mind.
with any useful work out.
Hey, Dave, let him finish.
You
Dave.
think I haven't? I've sat there academically and thought of a zillion different fucking proof of work types over the years. I've always been enamored with it. I've
You haven't
never
implemented any,
Yeah,
my guy.
yeah.
Like,
I always felt a little shitcoinery coming out of
No,
Daniel.
I
You
just
never
like
did.
the-
I would appreciate
I
if
like
I
the
could
problem
hear you guys
space.
speak.
Not you.
You know, if
Look.
you guys could just give you guys some air so you can hear you speak, that would be great. Thank you.
I like the problem space. It is intriguing intellectually, but there's never any type of useful proof of work. And there's a few of them out there that, gain some prominence. Even if you're saying we set up the initial set of parameters, every different chain sets up initial parameters. The problem is on an ongoing basis, it requires subjective, non-empirical, non-deterministic injections of other material.
Matrix multiplication.
It's not just matrix multiplication over what data set?
All right, so run it through your test then of subjectivity, like scalar matrix multiplication. Go
Over
ahead.
what data set?
Tell me why.
If you want to say, oh, hey, there was a new thing that we want in our AI that's in the model, and we're going to run it over this data set. Someone say, well, I want it to be over this. Oh, I want it to be over that. What is it going to be over? Who decides?
I want opcat. I want BIP 110. Sounds familiar.
No,
right?
but they run in a
but
those operations run in a decentralized fashion. Those are actually empirical functions.
Verifiable compute.
You're
verifiable
talking.
Decentralized compute.
It's like talking about weighting. It's like Anthropic saying we're going to add this data set to our model. It is
the weighting.
It's a centralized decision.
It's the optimal weight.
There's no optimal data set inclusion.
He does black.
There's a model.
Do you not think that
there's
we
a model that you're grinding through
Yeah,
matrix
when I walk by his house, he always goes crazy.
Wait, what are we talking about here? Where's the subjectivity?
If you are cranking over a data set and you want that data set, unless you want the data set locked for all time,
convergence.
Emergent from what? If I say I want to expand the data set to include the next 5,000 websites that came online and get their stuff, and someone says,
kind of like if I say I want opcat.
There's just it's not the same because opcat fundamentally, some of these things fundamentally run in a deterministic fashion.
I fix a trillion parameters and I say that's what we're training. What's your issue?
There's no way to select the base data set there's no way to select the base data set for a model in a deterministic way. There's
publicly available source that everyone's aware of.
Why can't you do it like Ordinals do it, where there's like
what do you mean? Everyone uses the same data set.
You would have to have look, if we're actually breaking it down to the technical problem, you would have to have a nomination procedure where someone says, oh, we can't compute.
You need one
yes, you do.
Says we're using this,
you cannot crank over.
They don't.
You guys, you can't crank over an infinite data size when it comes to training models. Okay, so you have to actually have a bounded set of data. That means that there are constraints. And whenever there are constraints, you have to have a nomination process to say, okay, it looks like hardware's progressed. We can take in more data for the base model because our distributed, setup can handle it. So what data should we include now? And the question is a subjective one.
Why does that have to all happen on Bitcoin's layer? Why can't that happen on the side? You're making it sound like we have to. Dave, shut the fuck up for 5 seconds.
No, this really does sound like
I
a
can
Bitcoiner's argument.
For 30
because
minutes, and
what
no
you're
one can
saying is
understand
like,
anything you're saying. Everything you're saying
they're fighting each other now. Oh no, guys, you guys supposed to fight us, not each other.
I know, Mr. Huddle.
He can't really help
faggot
himself.
Dave
I'll respond
Mr.
after.
Huddle, all right, I know how to deal with this guy. All right, look,
you don't.
One thing you've been talking for 30 minutes, you dumb cuck. All right, Daniel. Why
Dude,
can't any of this?
I don't even know what your point is. It's never going to be BSV.
Holy
you sound like
kill
you sound
yourself,
retarded.
Dave. Shut the fuck up. Okay, Daniel.
Talk about AI.
Why can't this happen
go
on like a side opt-in situation? Why are you guys assuming it all has to be forced into the layer one?
Why? Okay, give me. I want to only talk about just a second.
Wow.
Just a second. I don't. Please use precise language. I cannot evaluate the words a side injected situation. That is not a technical term.
I think he's trying to say
great job,
chain. I think he's trying.
Excellent job.
BJ, are you trying to say side chain?
No, I'm trying to say indexer. So
An indexer?
trying
An
to get
indexer,
same
like
shit.
it's
You're
taking us
complaining
back to
it's
ordinals.
centralized. Yes, because that's
Oh my god,
that is the
no,
point.
the
Dave,
indexer's
But
a
what,
terrible
you could do
idea.
that.
Okay.
You could
That
do
is
that
the
without
worst
any
form
changes
of
to
Thank
Bitcoin
you,
at all.
Mr. Huddle. Thank you. That's my fucking point. But this cousin fucker won't shut his fucking cornhole for 5
It's the
seconds.
worst version of it.
Listen, you dumb cuck. Bitcoin works a certain way. You are trying to force.
Yeah,
too
we're
many
not going to
changes.
make AI
Shut
ordinals,
the
bro.
fuck up, you dumb blue cuck. Okay, look. You can't force too many changes at once. Hence the reason ordinals work the way they do, right? Obviously. Okay. Why would AI not go down?
By definition.
Yes, everything's centralized at first. Like we
Casey
just
runs the
admitted.
indexer.
Even Bitcoin was
No one
centralized
else.
at first. You dumb piece of shit. Okay.
Yeah, but hold on. Casey's not the only one that runs an
Thank
indexer.
you,
There are
Mr.
other
Huddle.
indexers.
Thank you. Jesus.
Yeah, sorry.
He's
Proof
the
of
most
authority.
He's the
So there's
famous
3
one.
of
He
them.
created it, but
There's like
he's not
3
the
of
only
them.
one.
There's like 3 of them, bro. It's
Can
like
you
proof
please
of
talk
authority.
about how you apply the concept of an indexer in this sense, where
If they will
the
let me
internet
say
is
my sentence, then I will.
It makes no sense.
So,
I'm
the
sorry. I'm with
idea
Daniel on
is if
this.
we can't get consensus to do something, we have no choice but to do the lesser version of it, right? Obviously. So the lesser version,
No.
yes, dumb bitch. Yes, dumb bitch. Shut your fucking
No,
hole.
no, dumb. No,
Okay,
actually,
if you can't get consensus, you're fucking forking off the chain, you retard.
That's why you apply something called engineering.
Okay, your engineering is irrelevant because everyone's retarded and they don't care what you're saying. You're just yapping to nobody on the internet. So, anyways,
Not exactly. That's kind of what you're doing.
You would do the path of least resistance, which would be like an indexer situation where you would use as much of Bitcoin as you could to prove the use case, and then over time you would be like, hey, let's inject more of the indexer stuff onto the chain because we're funding the Bitcoin protocol now that the fucking block rewards are 0.
You mean like Lightning?
Okay. Lightning doesn't settle. If Lightning settled every 10 transactions and not when you close the channel, I might like it. But this whole closing a channel to get it to settle thing is stupid to me.
It's because you don't understand it.
I don't.
There are so many technical problems with what you're saying.
I don't care. I'm never gonna waste my life learning about Lightning. That's your guys' thing. Have fun. Okay, so I'm a Bitcoiner. Okay, I'm not a Lightning guy. Don't forget. All right. You could preach to me all you want. It doesn't matter. Point is that you do what you can do, and what they're going to be able to do won't be what Dave's saying, but it also won't be what Daniel's saying, where it all has to be perfect or it won't happen. Like it's gonna happen in some janky ass way, just like ordinals.
Can I help you?
Oh, no.
I actually want to help your concept, and I'm being totally honest and genuine here.
I think that's the thing, Daniel. They don't believe that like we don't hate this. They think we hate this.
Let's play with the concept a little bit. Just a second. Let me. I'm genuinely going to play with the concept a little bit. So here's how I think you might be able to do this. Let's say you wanted to have it evolve over time because you don't want effectively the AI you're cranking on, the model you're cranking on, to be stuck with the initial parameter set, the initial data, because the internet grows and data grows and you want it included, right? And you're going to hate to hear this, but the only way that really technically would work is you have to have a base proof of work that is just like Bitcoin or some hashing algorithm. The miners would run probably a race at a certain point in every window, like the initial point. Wait just a second. They would say they would wait just a second. They would effectively hash against each other to nominate what the inclusive body of data is that they're going to add into the model for its next generation. Once that was won, that would become the nominated data set. It'd be added, and then they would do the useful proof of work for the next body of the window of work. And that process would repeat. That is a way you could do it.
That's fine by me. That's fine by me. It doesn't matter. I was just giving an
It's
example.
actually
It
not
will happen.
because
Daniel,
of the race
decides
condition.
the window?
It actually needs to be.
No, it would work just like the window thing would work just like Bitcoin. It'd be like the difficulty windows. It has to be determined.
You actually need verifiable compute, so you know that the person's done what they've been tasked with.
That's correct.
So you can't really have a race condition without like some dual verification.
You could
if you really wanted to help the argument, what you would probably do is say make it more generic and just make it like the same way that you have networks that are just prover networks.
Well, they could do something like a VDF.
You would make it matrix malt that could apply.
Well, they could do a VDF. Right. You could nominate a VDF. Verifiable delay functions are a thing. You could do those over. There's ways to break up useful compute that way. Like, look, I'm just saying, like,
who nominates which compute to use?
The winner of the traditional hashing race at the beginning would. It's effectively saying you'd say you have to do like traditional hashing to nominate the useful work component, and then you'd run that for a while.
The problem with the race condition is you have to have the answer before the other
Luke
person.
decides, right? Eddie.
Like you do understand that, right?
Who said hello? Who were you talking to?
Yeah. What I was saying was, for your race condition, you would absolutely need to be able to beat the person who's, like, the verifier would need to be able to verify before the person who solved it, right?
Yeah, it would be literally proof of work.
But if it's a
Whoever
new
had the most
problem,
leading
like,
zeros against their nominated data set.
it's not, though. It's the outcome of a matrix multiplication.
No,
so
I'm saying
effectively, one person would have to perform it faster.
It would be
right?
split in two in terms of what data set gets included against it. Look, it's not, I don't think it's intractable, but again, it would come down, in my opinion, it would come down to traditional.
Well, they're doing it now. So, like,
it'd be traditional proof of work, though, that would do the nomination
Like,
process, because you couldn't.
it's happening. It's literally happening as we speak, right? So
send me the white paper. Send me the white paper. Send me the white paper. I'll at least look at it.
It's crazy that I have to send it to you.
Why is it
How
crazy?
informed you are about this?
You
like,
think I don't know? But I'm not a fucking all-knowing oracle. What do you think? I know every white paper that comes out in the world or something? Come on, man.
I mean, you're a CSW
well, it's like,
wildcat.
It's a $1 billion network. Like, yeah,
it's $1 billion network.
Business,
that's like my fucking fart coin. It's like a 17 billion. I don't know. I mean, these things are a dime a dozen.
Not really. I think, like, how many AI cryptos are there that are over $1 billion right now?
I mean, a shitload.
That's
that would be my guess.
Anyways, I will send you the information about it.
Why are you guys so angsty that I don't have encyclopedic knowledge?
This is Dave. Welcome, Daniel. This is Dave. Dave's always
no, it's welcome to DGen. He's just like this Bitcoin Ordinals maxi dude. You can't pump your bags being on these stages.
I'm not here to pump my bags.
For people who care about
the
Bitcoin.
last thing I expect
not for people who want to pump some
shit coin. Any of these bozos
none of these guys are going to buy cheeky bees.
I'm quite aware, sir. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I love how I'm just honest and say I haven't heard of something, and people are just like deeply offended.
Dave's always offended, Daniel. Always offended. Look, I came here to talk about Luke Dashjr.
I'm kind of surprised that you're surprised.
Dave, you hijacked the conversation to be about AI. Okay. We were talking about Luke Dashjr. forking Keccak and other shit like that.
No, it was a proof of useful work and people saying it could never exist, even though it does exist.
You took that one sentence he said and came up to you and got all angry and fucking brought a flamethrower with you. I don't know.
No, you were talking about we got to be BSV or something, and he just wasn't.
Nobody said anything like that.
You were like, we need bigger blocks. Thing to do. And I was like, nah, you need more than bigger blocks.
Can we move on to a different topic? This is boring already.
Yes, I agree.
This is very boring.
Yeah,
I was just trying to ask about Luke.
What's up with Bitcoiners and miners?
Okay, all right, relax, kid.
They're always
Leonidas, what is up with your takes today, Leonidas? I don't understand what these. Is this like your?
I can't believe this is boring to him. Isn't this your life?
my take, right, is just David is doing hardcore circular logic because something is so centralized, you can just keep pushing it further back until you hit the point of this part is centralized, therefore the whole topic is bad. You know what I mean? That's a whole fallacy, is it not? The AI.
Yeah, I mean, 5 miners have all of the hash rate of Bitcoin, so I don't really know why we're talking about centralization.
AI is bad because somebody has to put the inputs in, somebody has to put the parameters in.
Governance who's saying it's bad? Who's saying it's bad?
You say everything's bad, Mr. Huddle. Be quiet.
I didn't say it's bad. Why are you saying it's bad?
Talking about you, Huddle.
I'm not a hater.
We're not
You're a hater, Mr. Huddle.
I'm not a hater. I never said it's bad.
I said
I'm pro shitcoins, man.
I literally started the conversation with, sorry, my bad. Daniel, my bad. My apologies. You saying shit like that, right? Your conversation goes, this topic is bad because it's centralized, and then you keep pushing the thesis back further, the goals further back, until you hit the point where it goes, that part is centralized, therefore the whole conversation is bad.
No, it's not. It's not bad. I'm tracing it back to the root of saying, is there a fundamentally centralized component here? And if there is, then you have to solve for that, or at least just say we don't care. And it could be
hold on. That's where I disagree. I don't think you do have to solve for that. I don't think anybody cares. I think as long as there's shit, if you give some good buzzwords and if you say why it's better than X and why this is cool, it'll pump. They don't care.
Sure, yeah, but if the question was, is there a truly decentralized, no component being centralized way to do useful work? That's what I thought the debate was.
Nah, I mean that's whatever. I
don't know that you can do that right now.
You decentralize matrix multiplication instead of nonce grind. I don't understand why that's such a foreign concept.
I honestly don't think any of you
start out as a centralized shitcoin, and then over time Maybe it gets decentralized. So far, none of them did. But hey, maybe one will one
I'm
day.
not sold on the fact that decentralization is necessarily real, you guys. Like, you guys can't define it.
That's fine. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to be sold on anything. Like, no one's telling you.
It's just a fact that decentralization is like kind of a myth still. Like, you guys say, "Oh, Bitcoin's so decentralized all
No,
day
so
long,"
when we're talking about when we're talking about decentralization, we're talking about there's multiple things. It's not just pools, right? There's more than pools. There are hashers all over the world. There are developers all over the world. There are different implementations that are trying to take Bitcoin Core's market spot, including your Doge bullshit, whatever thing's called. So that's part of the decentralization. There is no CEO. There is no one entity that could dictate how Bitcoin progresses. There's no one. It doesn't exist. Whereas with shitcoins, there's a development team. There are VCs. There is
so why
a
did I
core
get
body.
Liquid shoved down my throat for 10 years and Lightning Network shoved down my throat for 10 years? Was that not from a centralized entity?
Yeah, of course. If you're using LSP, if you're not opening up your own channels and you're not running your own node, yeah, you're using it centralized.
Well, you
of course.
guys are cool with that, so I just wanted to double check where the.
I don't care how you use it. I mean, I'm not affected by that, but I mean, if you
obsession about decentralization when we're in an industry.
No. I don't care. I don't care if you personally, if you ever use Bitcoin, if all you use is Bitcoin IOU.
I sent 10,000 transactions in the last 2 years. How many have you sent?
I'm not going to disclose, but it's not the amount of transactions. But I think maybe a couple of my transactions might have been more than all of your 10,000 transactions you've done all year.
I bought a $60,000.
But whatever.
I bought
whatever. I'm not arguing. That's not the argument.
I spend more money on this chain than you ever have in your entire existence. And
all right, so good. I'm actually grateful for that.
You know, the best utility proof of work I'm hearing that you could use in this chat would be proof of dick measuring. That would be.
I appreciate you spending more on the chain. I suggest you go and you buy some fat Bitcoins and rub it in my face. I will.
I don't need to rub it in your face. I'm gonna rub it in your mom's face and then your son's face and then your son's face.
But first, make sure you buy a bunch of Bitcoin. Buy the Bitcoin.
I did that in 2011. Don't you worry, kid.
Well, if you're not doing that anymore, then you're not. Why should I care?
That would just be cost averaging up like a dumbass, like you.
Oh, okay. All right, well, whatever. Listen, Bitcoin's not for everyone, right? Bitcoin is not for everyone. I agree with you.
I get free Bitcoin, unlike you.
I 100% agree with you. Bitcoin is not for everyone. I think people. Do you stack Bitcoin? Do you mint JPEGs?
Yeah, I've minted 5,000 JPEGs and then probably
I consider you're 100% right. I consider you a Bitcoin maximalist, right? I consider
power user, yes.
I consider you a Bitcoin maxi because in the end of the day, you have no problem selling somebody a JPEG and collecting Bitcoin with that JPEG.
I also was a Bitcoin casher and I ran a Mario off from his own community. I fucking
Bitcoin casher makes you a shitcoiner, bro.
I forked BCH in 2019. We're forking it again right now to update the code base. I actually
do. Yeah, I don't care. That part
like you do. You know?
Yeah, that part makes you. That part makes you.
Opinions are much more valuable than your Twitter takes, right?
DJ, that makes you a shitcoiner. But the whole Bitcoin thing, the whole thing you do with Bitcoin, you're minting JPEGs and you're selling these pictures to people for Bitcoin. That makes you a Bitcoin maximalist, right? You're stacking Bitcoin, so you are stacking Bitcoin. You are acquiring Bitcoin.
Yeah, but
right?
I don't hold on my Bitcoin, assuming it's going to be the only 10x in my life.
I don't care why you're holding it, as long as you're holding it and using it. I don't care as long as you're acquiring. I don't care if you hold it, as long as you're acquiring.
Can I genuinely say thank you to people here in this thread for something? So over the last week, we had talked so much about 110, and it becomes so contentious.
Something else. I agree.
Yeah, I
like this.
I never thought, Mr. Hill, that I would want to talk about 110 again so much. I thought I didn't want to, but now you guys have done something here that has made me want to do that again.
I wish you guys luck. I really do. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the luck is, what it's for, what you guys are trying to do, but whatever it is, I'm all for it. I'm not against shitcoins. I want you guys to be aware I am not against shitcoins. I actually use them to my advantage many, many times. There's certain people I dislike, and I have recommended XRP to many of them.
That's because you're an asshole. See, I've never in my life.
Hodel, would you consider yourself a progressive Bitcoiner? Do you want to see Bitcoin ever change itself?
It has changed. It's not what I want to see. It's what happens. It's been changing, right?
Okay, so what changes would you want to see happen over the next decade?
I'd like the next thing I'd like to secure the patches, right? I'd like Bitcoin to get more secure. So BIP 54.
Recursive covenants. Recursive covenants.
Guy, aren't you?
Hodel, you covenants, right? Recursive covenants. You're on board.
First, let's do BIP54. Let's patch things up. Maybe after that, we'll talk about CTB. But let's patch Bitcoin up first. Let's make it more
Hey,
secure.
aren't those BIPs also centralized?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, if the GitHub is like anyone could create a BIP, right? You could do it, but like you have people like Samurai Wallet that refused to submit a BIP. They didn't care about Bitcoin Core, so they did their own thing.
Right.
But you can. It's up to you.
Speaking of which, Alkane's developers just dropped a Rust fucking fork of Bitcoin Core today. Complete open source Rust fork. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's been a Rust implementation before also.
Yeah, but this is like their own version for like their to pair with their Alkane.
Yeah, so this is what I mean by Bitcoin being decentralized, right? Like this is exactly what it is. It's not just the pools. I mean, the pools is one puzzle, it's one piece, but it's not just the pools. Yes, you're right, 100%. I think I would like for there to be more pools.
Why would you do the conversation like that? Why would you go, hey, I know it's decentralized, but the pools aren't? Why is
no, the pools is one piece of the puzzle. I mean, that's just one piece of the puzzle. So the pool,
though, right?
What are the other
I mean,
pieces
we've seen what happened in 2017 with the pools.
I agree, right? And like the problem here is like if somebody tries to have a conversation with you, goes, hey, Bitcoin is not decentralized. It is centralized, and they say the pools. You go, wait, hold on. I already used pools as the example. You can't use that one. You know what I mean? Like, you got to talk about the pools.
You could say, you could say. I don't understand. So, like, you have
with all due respect, the rich list does kind of look like a bundled shitcoin right now.
It really does. It's fucked. It's really fucked. Saylor is like the number one threat to this fucking chain.
But that's not. I mean, this isn't proof of stake. Like, who cares? I mean, listen, I don't want Saylor to get 10% of the supply either. Like that, he's gonna make. Like, I don't like that.
None of those shitcoins are proof of stake either. Like when you go on Solana and you talk about something like Fartcoin, just so you know, like those are not proof of stake.
But Solana itself,
you're aware of that, right?
Solana itself is the shitcoin.
Hey guys, I heard we were measuring dicks about hypothetical proof of work changes.
Yes.
Well, actually, that was going to be one of the That's going to be one of the proofs of work. It was just dick measuring.
No, we just like burning.
Hell yeah.
Let's just fucking meaninglessly.
No, I wanted to ask something. I wanted to ask something related to like Luke's kind of inevitable need to do a change of some kind. Would it be funny if he comes out with a proof of work change when this inevitably goes down, and then immediately maybe Start9 or some other Luke adjacent entity starts selling ASICs for that new POW?
I think anything Luke does will be funny. So I don't know how to answer your question exactly, but it will definitely be funny.
Hey Daniel, who decides what a dick is? Who decides on the parameter?
That's correct. You would have to say, really a dick? There's going to have to be someone who evaluates that. It's pretty subjective.
You don't get my point here. I'm just proving
especially
to you,
in this day and age, my friend.
I just have to keep if you keep pushing the goalposts further down the line, you just get to the point where shit is just centralized because someone has to decide something.
But that's not the case.
Well, that's the point. That's kind of the point. That's kind of the point where, like,
that's how Bitcoin works too, guys.
No, that's how Bitcoin used to work. I agree.
It really isn't. It's straight line math with no other necessary inputs. Like there's not someone fiddling.
Daniel, he's saying that's how Bitcoin started out. He's saying that's how Bitcoin started, and that is true. It did start that way.
What about the BIPs? What about Taproot? What about SegWit?
What about all the shit that we've seen over the years that prove it's very centralized? Like it's all there in front of our eyes, but we want to cherry pick things because it's better.
No, hold on. That's actually okay. Let's talk about it. Which one did you think was centralized? SegWit?
SegWit, yeah, motherfucker. Block everyone in. All you faggots blocked me because Greg Maxwell circulated a block list, bitch. That's centralized.
I did not block you.
Well, you did. We're in Seattle together. And
I don't have you blocked. I don't have you blocked.
Well, not anymore. But like back in 2017, I was kicked off of
Not
forums.
Yet.
I was kicked off of
Not
Reddit.
yet.
I was blocked by people I've never engaged.
Not yet.
And all because I was on a block list that Gregory Maxwell circulated within all of the people that knew Core. So everyone that followed Core blocked everyone that was a scaler, a big blocker, or whatever you want to call it. We wanted to scale Bitcoin. We had a consensus. We had hash power. We had agreements. We had all the shit. And still,
no one. Okay, whatever. But no one prevented you from scaling Bitcoin. You did. Bitcoin Cap. Wasn't that what happened?
I am the guy that says Bitcoin is an amoeba, and all Bitcoins are just Bitcoin, and big Bitcoin and little Bitcoin, in terms of the big B, little B, are different things. That's my take. Okay, so you don't explain to me what Bitcoin is.
Okay.
Can you explain big Bitcoin and little Bitcoin?
Yeah, big Bitcoin is the capitalized Bitcoin ticker that the exchanges own, and little Bitcoin is all the forks of Bitcoin combined into one singular entity.
So what? How do you have to have all 98 forks, all 98 UTXO forks to have a Bitcoin?
They're different concepts.
How big is a big Bitcoin?
Yeah, but there's literally
I don't know,
98
man. Who's
UTXO
measuring?
forks.
Okay, you guys are trolling now. You guys are
There's
trolling.
98
Truth is in the eye of the
UTXO
beholder,
forks.
Bitcoin.
How the fuck do you want me to get all of that?
36-year-old men on Twitter trolling right now when I said something serious.
Do
Okay.
you
I'm
guys
not trolling.
do you
You
guys
just said
get
you
the
needed all the
problem here?
It wasn't
UTXO
that
forks to
serious.
have the big beat.
Like you guys
I
are
was
doing
saying-
the
I was
problem.
trolling.
Like
I'm
this is
saying
the
there's a
problem.
difference between a brand and a fucking idea. And the little Bitcoin with the lowercase b is an idea, and the big Bitcoin is the official brand. That is the exchanges owned, the things that we all mine every day.
Was this your message back then too?
No, this is my message after learning my lesson and forking off and getting rid of Amari and watching BSV play out and watching eCash play out and being in the middle of all
Did you
of it.
lose money? Did you lose?
Cash isn't out
Bitcoin
yet,
on that?
though.
Mr. Huddle, listen.
There's
yes,
no eCash
there was
yet.
an old eCash from you weren't there. Mr. Huddle, look, I have made more money than I will ever admit to anyone in this space out of nothing.
No,
out
no,
of
no.
thin air.
Obviously, you've been in Bitcoin for fucking forever.
out
I'm
of
asking
thin
you,
air.
like
I've
on
quit money.
that whole. Did you sell? I'm just gonna ask you this: did you sell Bitcoin for Bitcoin Cash on the fork day?
No, I just took I held both.
Oh,
I held both.
So you kept both sides, but you just kept stacking BCAT.
Yeah.
All right. So I did the complete opposite of you.
Yeah, I know.
On Flag Day, I dumped like 60% of my Bitcoin.
Yeah, but then I also
Flag
forked
Day.
Bitcoin Cash in 2019, and it's still operating today, 7 years later.
Into what?
I'm
Into
not
what?
here to shill. I'm just saying. I'm serious.
Into what? Into what?
It's
I'm
called,
curious.
it's
Into
called
what?
Evolve. It's just a little shitcoin of BCH that you can mine if you want to. And it goes against
Damn,
everything.
BCH already has. How many cousins does BCH have? There's BSV, there's yours. What else is there?
More cousins than the Solana cousin fuckers.
And they're all fucking, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. But the point is like these are ideas.
Turtles all the way down.
All I'm saying is that like my
down.
ideas may or may not be right or wrong. It doesn't matter to me. What I'm saying is testing and finding out is the only way we're gonna know.
No one's stopping you from testing and finding. And it sounds like you did. You did test it. You found out,
well,
right?
I'm still finding out, and Ordinals is proving things.
Test around and find out. That's what they say.
There's no 2-year
Test around
development
and
cycle in
find out.
crypto. It's a 10-year development cycle in crypto, right? So like that's where I'm at. I'm just waiting. I'm just figuring out things. I'm waiting for people
I just think we should normalize
What are you waiting
the
for, man?
definition
Why
of big
you made all
Bitcoin
this
here.
money? Why aren't you just like me and just shit talking all day?
Well, I do. What do you think I'm up here for? I'm sitting at home in my boxers calling you a faggot, Mr. Huddle. Come on.
Yeah, but like I don't like, if you were like, dude, trust me, man. I'm already bored. Like I'm bored, right?
Yeah,
like I'm looking for something to do. So I'm on here just bullshitting all day long.
I run multiple Ordinals
but like
companies.
you just told me you made all this money,
and I wasted
like,
all.
Why aren't you just bullshit? Like, why are you worried about pumping shitcoins? Like, why are you just like chilling?
I'm trying to onboard people to Bitcoin, like instead of run them off like you.
It sounds like you just wanted to like hard fork Bitcoin and you're into Bitcoin Cash and then you created another altcoin. How does that start helping people get on Bitcoin?
Well, I've been doing like I'm a puppet community manager, right? So like I'm doing all the stupid shit for puppets since the beginning of Ordinals, kind of.
Yeah, but why? Why are you doing that?
Puppets onboarded more people to Bitcoin than you have your entire career. That's why.
But why do you care? If you made all this money just now, why the fuck are you a puppet controlling a puppet?
Because you don't get the game, Mr. Huddle. Like the puppet is the end game, the end goal. You want to become the puppet. If you don't get the mindset of the puppet, it's because you're a new fag, my guy.
I can't even imagine a mainstream person coming on this space and hearing this puppet shit and being like, that's happening.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, you'd be wrong about that. They love it.
You son of a bitch.
They love
man. Said nobody.
He's helping onboard people, though, man, by calling people faggots.
Bitcoin puppets are hard outside money. Hard outside money.
What the fuck is outside money?
It's something that is uncontrollable and has a big penis. I also want to float the idea of normalizing the concept of big Bitcoin as anything with 5.5, anything above the average of 5.5 blocks.
I thought it was 6.15. Wasn't that the?
Yeah, that's.
We're gonna need a committee for this.
This is centralized.
It's not going to be centralized though. Don't worry, it won't be centralized.
Wait, we're trying to define what big Bitcoin is.
Right.
Oh, dude, we're defining all sorts of things, man. We got
over the average of 5.5 blocks.
Brian, what is big Bitcoin to you, Brian?
A lesson on proof of work.
We already know what big Bitcoin is to everyone else up here because they won't shut the fuck up. But what about you, Brian? What do you think big Bitcoin is?
There is no big Bitcoin. It's all small Bitcoin because it's a fucking worthless shitcoin. Nobody uses this shit. We're all just on Twitter LARPing. It's fucking worthless.
I'm big Bitcoin.
Big Bitcoin is fucking nothing. It doesn't exist.
If you can't see your Bitcoin when you look down in the morning, it's probably small Bitcoin.
Wrapped. Daniel, it's wrapped. That's why you put it in a condom and you lost your.
That's when you're really big Bitcoin, Daniel.
If you just went swimming and it was kind of cold, do you like get a pass?
I think your Bitcoin changes a little bit, maybe sometimes.
Yeah. So let's say we do proof of dick measuring and you do get out of the pool. Do you really want to do hashing right then when you get, or you want to wait? You want to go warm up and then do some hashing?
That's like extension blocks and dynamic size blocks, really. I mean, it's akin to that.
I can't believe people are actually listening to us.
I know, right?
This is crazy.
Well, that's
This
the
is
thing
the
about
worst,
spaces.
the worst topic I've
No,
ever
This
no,
is
no.
the worst
Whenever-
space
What
I've
happens
been
when
in.
there's no other Bitcoin
Whenever-
space, dude? You never notice that when there's no other Bitcoin space, everybody
got a
just
lot
kind of
of
like
listeners.
defaults to the
Yeah,
shitty
yeah.
one. Like that's it. There's nothing going
But
on.
also, I was here earlier when it was just Wicked in Portland and Mr. Huddle, and you guys are so boring.
Yeah, we were just
sometimes.
talking. All of a sudden, they're
Yeah,
like,
boring as
like and
fuck.
subscribe, let them out, let the word out, fucking retweet.
I got.
Felt like
I
I
gotta
felt
do
like
Wicked's
Wicked got
job
like
for him.
employees.
I gotta do.
All right,
Wicked's
so
job for him.
hypothetically, if we didn't come up here to derail this conversation and make it so
No,
distasteful to all of
I'm
you,
glad you did.
what would
I'm
you
glad
guys
you
be
did.
talking about?
Well, they
Like,
Just saying.
Here,
How
I got
How
you.
does
Here's a very good
I
thing to
said
talk
no.
about.
I
Okay,
said it before.
hold on. Shut the fuck up, Mr. Huddle.
Hold
I got
on,
a very
Brian.
important question to ask you. Shut the fuck
Brian,
up.
hold on.
Should I get
We were
KFC
just
for dinner?
talking
Yes
about
or
it.
no?
Yes.
Should I get KFC for dinner? Yes or no?
Yes, potato bowl.
Yes.
Potato mashed potato bowl.
Yeah, go get.
Why don't you
go
make
eat-
that a
go eat
proof of
it.
work, that
I can see
decision?
we've done.
Just make
we've
it a
done
proof
I
of work.
said we're running out of I'm already all BIP 110 out. I said that right before you guys got here. I'm like, I just got
Yeah, I
nothing
know.
else.
That's why
Right?
I'm asking a more important question. I don't know if I should get KFC.
Well, I mean, I hope you're ready,
What do
Mr. Huddle, because right after BIP 110, I'm bringing back the block size wars on Spaces. Are you guys excited for that?
No, I love the block size wars. Let's do it. When airdrop.
No airdrop.
I'm not against
just
it.
arguments. Just hateful arguments for like a year.
No. I'm tired. We've been arguing with the BIP 110ers for fucking 2 years. I want a goddamn airdrop, man. I'm waiting for an airdrop.
I'm hyped up, bro. I feel like I just walked in the gym. I just got my warm up in. You know, I'm trying to fight some people on the internet.
Oh, he
Well,
likes
there would be no
airdrops.
fighting. I'm
Yo,
going to be
Why on the
agreeing.
internet? Why on the internet, pussy? I mean, every year we say we should do a fucking fight ring
Where
or some
at?
shit at the
Where
Bitcoin
at?
conference. Why on the
Where
internet?
at?
Go fight.
Where at?
The Bitcoin
I'm
conference.
showing
At least
up.
Nick
Brian,
did
you
it.
know
At
this
least
guy?
Nick did it.
I'll do it.
I don't got any problem with him. I walked in and you two were fucking fighting with each other. Just go throw
I
hands.
will whoop Mr. Huddle's ass at the Bitcoin conference. You heard it here.
I'm not fighting. I'm way too old to fight. There's
I'm
no fighting.
36.
Are you
It's okay.
kidding me?
We're old. It's okay.
No, I'm 43. I'm not fighting. I'm done fighting. My hands are beat up.
Okay.
My shoulders fucked up. I'm
Mr.
not
Hodel, I
fighting.
just turned 43 on the 23rd. Man. We're the same
Congratulations, man.
age.
Happy birthday.
There you go.
I play hockey in like the last couple of weeks.
I thought you were going to
home.
end that with and I'll beat your ass.
I'm coming home fucking sore as shit, man. I'm a lot more sore today than I was fucking a few years ago. I'm too old for fighting. No more fighting.
I mean, what do you do on Spaces every day? You just fight with people.
I mean, for this kind of fighting, fine. I'm talking about physical fighting. Yeah, this I'll do. This I'll do all day.
What's the source of your microphone, or do you just talk with a megaphone straight into the speaker? Like, how are you achieving this
Just
level
turn
of
the gain
volume?
up, man. Come on now. What are we doing? This is like some mystery of the ages.
You just put a megaphone between
Turn
you
the
and
gain up?
the
Okay,
phone.
like going into phone looking for gain setting. Where's broken mic, retard mode, completely antisocial? Where's that setting? I'm not able to locate it for some reason.
Dave, I think that setting is on for you by default. I'm not gonna lie.
Do I really sound that loud?
Sometimes.
No, it's perfect.
Yes.
It's clear.
You know what's funny?
No,
Is
yes,
for the
your
last
voice.
2 years, for the last 2
No,
years,
you
all
don't.
these douchebags up here have been telling me my mic sounds like shit and I'm an asshole. But then I come on Spaces with Mr. Huddle and Dave, and I sound like calm and collected.
Your mic is way
It's
too
far
fucking
away
quiet,
and
Deacon.
whiny.
I don't know why.
There's no winning,
your
man.
mic's
There's no
fine.
winning.
You're just an asshole.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's just a bunch of fucking beta cocks that have women voices that are jealous of all the people that have fucking deep ass voices because like there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
like
afford,
fucking people who are short that are
can't
mad
afford
that
an
other people are
iPhone.
6 foot. It's like people who are short that are mad that fucking people are 6 foot and all women want people that are at least are dudes that are 6 foot tall. Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
All right, yeah, go get your KFC.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Mashed potato bowl, Brian.
Brian, how tall are you? You're
Yeah,
like
the
6.
mashed
Are you like
potato
6'8"? How tall
I'm
are you, Brian?
6'2". No, I'm 6'2". No, I'm 6'2".
To know what he's going to do with that.
I wish I was
potato
6'8".
bowl.
They also got those new fries. I never had them like once. They're bomb though.
But it's okay, Mr. Huddle. It's not like the thing about hype man is it's not like a gradient. It's like a binary. Once you're above 6 feet, like that's it. You unlock the easy mode cheat code. Below that, you're fucked, man.
Are you Mr. Hodl's binary hype man? Is that what you're saying?
I'm 6.
I don't know.
I'm exactly
I don't know.
I thought you were non-binary.
Yeah, I'm non-binary. If you refer to me as a man, you are transphobic, faggot, racist.
Wait. Before you guys are all into the Ordinals thing, right? You guys are all Ordinal people.
All of us retards, yeah. Well, Dave's a shit.
That's why they're non-binary.
Did you before Ordinals? Were you doing the Ethereum thing, or you guys went straight to Ordinals?
A lot of us came from ETH after Bitcoin, so we went Bitcoin, and then we went to like random shit coins for a couple of years, and then we went to ETH because ETH got to $300, $400, $500, $600, and then we all sold the top of ETH, and then we all came back to Ordinals basically. So don't try to box us in as
you in particular, you went to Bcash after Bitcoin. So you went from Bcash to Ethereum back to Bitcoin. Is that how it went?
No, I just do everything kind of. I don't pick a camp necessarily. Like I did privacy coins in 2015. I was like the Dash marketing guy.
It's specifically the whole JPEG shit, like the whole NFT JPEG.
JPEGs I did. Yeah, I bought a bunch of JPEGs 2021 until now.
Fuck, man. Maybe they are coming back. Maybe we are getting the degenerates. Maybe they were onto something there.
We did Base, we did Phantom, we did Sonic, we did everything. We do all these chains. Like, because the thing is like, you guys, like, again, you're right. Everything's a shitcoin, everything's a scam. But every scam pumps the hardest. Fluffy pony quote. Every scam's worth $100.
It's low liquidity. I mean, the smaller the liquidity, the bigger the pump.
Thank you. So there we
go. That's in anything. I mean, that's penny stocks too.
Yeah, for sure. But penny stocks don't have Bitcoin fucking cross bridging and all this other shit to have access to.
Yeah, right? Now you got penny stocks for the average Joe that could use it.
That's all it is. But at the same time,
orange washed penny stocks.
Like, you guys can admit that we, the Ordinals people, the shitcoiners, we know more than everyone that's sitting in here these spaces listening to you guys every day. We shit on these people. They are not.
You might know a little bit more technically. I would have given you that much more. I listened to your leader, Leonidas. I was listening to Leonidas talk, and
Leonidas
he was saying
retard.
He was talking some shit, man. I was like, what the fuck? How is this guy popular?
Listen, yes, we agree with that, Mr. Huddle. But everything Leonidas says that's smart comes out of our mouths, okay? Don't forget.
Who's our? Are you guys like a group?
Yes, Leonidas comes to our space.
It's a hive mind.
Listens to our ideas.
Is it like a boy band?
His dumbass dog army, and he repeats.
Where do you guys hang out? Where do you guys all hang out? Where are you guys coming from?
Yeah, the Maxi saying we're the hive mind. This is keep
you're
going.
The Maxi.
I'm not a Maxi.
You're printing JPEGs. You're the Maxi.
More about this.
I'm not a Maxi, man. I'm not a Maxi. You guys are the Maxi.
Consider calling yourselves the Block Street Boys?
Ooh,
I ain't a master.
I like this.
Oh, but wait, where do you guys hang out? Like, are you guys on like Telegram?
No, we use Twitter all day. Twitter Spaces, buddy. Come on.
I want to follow one of you. I want to follow one of you so I could jump onto one of your spaces one day.
Zach.
Oh yeah, you should, dude.
You already follow. Yeah, we already follow each other. It's all good.
I follow you.
Yeah.
Just talking right now.
Yeah, we've talked before. We were shit talking a bunch of 110ers together on a space a while back.
I'm not following you. I'll follow you back right now. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Next time you're on a space, I'll come in there. Yeah, I wish you guys luck. Man.
Oh yeah, we're always around shit talking.
We do a
fun.
daily space. We yell at each other all day.
But okay, so I like Block Street Boys, but I had a joke earlier that no one thought was funny, but I thought it was funny, so I'm gonna repeat it until it's
not funny.
No, it's fucking funny. No,
don't you want to hear it first?
It's that all the BIP 110ers should form a screamo band to execute their crash outs that are increasing in frequency and amplitude. And the screamo band should be called Brandolini's Law.
But you guys should want BIP 110 to succeed, because right now no one gives a shit about Ordinals. But like, if Ordinals succeeds and doesn't split the chain, and you're still spamming the chain, you guys might get like a new narrative. Like, look.
I mean, sure, but we don't need that. Like, Ordinals are
kind of the point. There's actually like, assuming you're like a scammer and a spammer, right? Like, if BIP 110 activates based on a minority consensus from a small group, that gives like you, like Ordinals enthusiasts, right, the highest chance of like, hey, like this is kind of how we can achieve consensus on the protocol to get what you want done. Like, so yeah, you should dedefinitely wish for
if I was them and I had some JPEGs to pump, I'd be doing that shit all day. But
absolutely.
But see, here's the weird part. Here's the weird part. Like, why aren't we in that camp, right? And maybe it's because actually no. Maybe at the base layer, we actually care about the future of Bitcoin. Whoa.
So, Degen, think about this, though. Like, if BIP 110 succeeds and, like, you figure out, like, you guys use social media, too, right? To your advantage, and so does, like, Ocean and 110. Like, you could probably, like, hey, like, let's get Ordinals into Bitcoin Core or something like that. Like, officially make the Ordinals BIP
you're
a BIP.
Like 2 years late on what
they already tried. They denied the BIP.
No,
well,
wasn't it Luke who actually rejected the BIP?
Luke did.
I know Casey submitted an Ordinals BIP. Who was the one who actually formally rejected it?
We don't claim Casey, you guys. He's the founder or whatever. We don't give a fuck about Casey. I don't give a fuck what he wants to do, what BIP he did.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking, dude. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like a fact.
What I'm saying is we already won. We own the mempool. You guys don't use Bitcoin, so welcome to our chain. That's what I'm saying.
You guys don't use Bitcoin? Nobody uses it. That was my point. That's why I said nobody uses it. You don't use it. I don't use it. Nobody uses it.
No, we pawn the mempool.
You're just wrong.
Sorry, bro.
Go to espo.sh, a real blockchain explorer, and look at the stuff happening right now. DeFi is happening on Bitcoin, and you guys are fucking oblivious. 50% of the block space is full of Alkane's transactions. You guys don't even fucking know it. You guys are blind. You guys are fucking using the wrong explorers that don't even show you. Mempool.space doesn't even show you the fucking
It does. It does show. It does show.
No,
It just doesn't label the fucking. It's just arbitrary data. It doesn't give a shit what's in it.
Okay, Mr. Arbitrary. Go to espo.sh and look at that explorer, a real blockchain explorer, and then go look at all the data.
Ooh, did that word trigger you? Arbitrary data.
Do you know what the real blockchain explorer is? It's my
not
Bitcoin node.
Space. Tell you that
no,
much.
It's literally my node. Like get block and then just get the data.
Yeah, fair. But that's what I'm saying. Like we all started out doing that, Daniel. Not like lightning bullshit off some fucking wallet of Satoshi scam. Okay, we are the power users.
I kind of miss wallet of Satoshi. That was a good wallet.
Is that what's up?
All I'm saying is we use the L1 every day, all day long. We are the power users. So this.
I don't know why this has been created into like a us versus them camp. I mean, you just use Bitcoin. Everybody can. I can go and outbid all you guys tomorrow today if I wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, man.
You won't.
I just don't care.
Ryan, that's the point, though. Is that we're telling people we don't need a BIP because you guys have to outbid us. Go ahead, have fun.
Look, we all know
nobody's
our
paying
love
for it.
language.
It's fucking one sap per VBI right now. It's fucking easy peasy.
Our communal love language is arguing. So that's of course what we're doing.
Well, okay, DGen, here's like maybe a thought that like maybe you could like use this like BIP 110 secret consensus knowledge to like maybe give ordinals priority in the mempool.
You're not going to troll me.
He's not trolling you, man. That's the thing. I think you're too dumb to understand what he's saying.
I'm confused.
He's not trolling you.
DGen,
he's not trolling you. DGen, he's not trolling you. He's giving you ideas.
No, seriously, like
wait, can you wait, DGen, can you articulate what is the troll? I genuinely don't understand. What's the troll?
He has no idea, dude. This is the problem.
I have no idea.
He's just technical enough to have a conversation.
Let him explain. Shut the fuck up. Let him explain. What's the troll? I genuinely want to know.
The troll is we don't need to act like BIP 110 because we already won. We already own the mempool. We don't need a BIP at all. We don't need to become Ordi chain or any Ordi in like node right now.
What the fuck does that mean?
What do you mean you own the mempool? Within consensus. Why do we?
Yeah, nobody needs a fucking BIP, dude. You know what BIPs? You know what BIPs do? There's no like. That's it. Nobody needs a BIP.
Shit.
Thank you.
Can I like real quick though? Like I'm just stating like I'm trying to think from your perspective. Like why wouldn't you want to create like maybe
there is no thinking too? If you were thinking him from his perspective, there would be no thinking. It would just be empty.
I'm not David, Brian, relax, King. All right, look, I don't care for that kind of stuff because I personally, maybe ordinals people feel differently than me. I'm a big blocker kind of guy, right? Like I like Bitcoin Cash and script and all that stuff, right? So this is the best way for me to get what I want on Bitcoin and not have to be forced off to some camp with a bunch of retards like Bitcoin Cash community has that think their ego is the most important thing in the world, right? I understand Bitcoin brand is more important than the tech. I'm not stupid, right? So like I want this slow accumulation, almost like a fucking virus that forces block scaling eventually, and asking for discounts and sidechain scalings and fucking wrap networks and shit doesn't do that for me. I want the mempool to be full as fuck. I want Steam to add back fucking Bitcoin, and I want first seen policy, and I want RBF to be removed, and I want fucking cheapest possible transactions so we can compete with Solana instead of be eaten by the banks. Okay, that's what I want. You guys think
the Steam thing was based. The rest was
okay, but the rest of you guys are out here like, oh, we need Clarity Act, we need this, we need to enable the banks to take over crypto, we need more stable coins. Like I disagree with all of that. Okay, all of paper Bitcoin, erase it to me. Like all of this shit you guys are trying to integrate with the traditional finance dog shit is a co-opting thing from the fucking banking.
Nobody's trying to do it, bro. How do you? Okay, so how do we get the juice to stop? How do we get the juice to stop integrating Bitcoin? How do I tell BlackRock? How do I tell BlackRock to dump all their Bitcoin right now? Do I go put a fucking gun to Larry Fink's head?
No.
You keep buying. You just keep buying, and eventually they're gonna fucking paper hand. That's what you do.
They have more money than all the fucking plebs combined, dude. They outbid all of us. Larry Fink literally has more money than any person on fucking earth.
Don't give them the things that make them want to take over crypto, dumbass.
Okay, so all right, I'm telling you, man, I agree with you. So tell me, what do I do as an individual right now to stop it?
You start by fucking arguing with people in a direction that isn't.
There's nothing you can do, man. There's nothing you can do. You can't stop them from monetizing Bitcoin or financializing it, whatever.
I just disagree.
Yeah, just embrace the suck, I guess, right?
Yeah,
it's
that's
over.
your guys' attitude. Embrace the fight.
No, don't embrace the suck. No. I completely disagree. The way you fight against that is by holding actual Bitcoin and utilizing actual fucking Bitcoin, not paper Bitcoin, more attractive economically.
Which
requires I agree.
And DeFi and all the things you guys hate. It requires that.
I don't hate it.
Velocity of
I don't know, bro. Can you stop lumping? Who's you guys? Like, are we on the same camp? I don't hate it.
The people that hate
Yeah, we're mostly in the same camp, to be honest.
Not you, Brian. I don't even know what you believe. I'm just saying, based on like.
I know. That's why I'm saying don't lump people to the same camp. You know.
Well, I'm saying the out group, the people that don't want us to do arbitrary anything on the chain because they only want to.
Who cares what people think, dude? Like, even if I care, like, I can't stop you. Why do you care that people care? Who cares?
What I'm saying we should do, right? So what I'm saying we should do is you have to have a point that ends in the direction of we're not going to just give Bitcoin to TradFi. And if we scale via L2s and we do the whole half-any thing, it's going to end up a lot like that. And I would rather us push that down the road as far as possible and not give up our fucking power play that we have right before our eyes. We've already given up 10 years of our power play here, guys. Like they have Stripe and everything now that has like instantaneous fucking finality and shit, and the users are not going to come over anymore as fast as they would.
So don't worry about the users, man. Who cares about them?
I don't know. Maybe that's.
So you're a Bcasher. Ultimately, you're in favor of doing protocol changes to compete with that. You want the Delta to be fast as fuck and cheap as fuck.
Hey, DGen, real quick.
Or the L1.
Yes, all
no, I got a serious question here. Do you believe that Bitcoin's adoption is a technical problem or a social problem?
It's both.
It's a social problem, man.
It's
100% a social problem.
Seriously, it's a social problem.
Okay, man, look here. Let me pose you the question. This is the same question I ask everybody to make them like realize this is a social problem. Every time you go to the grocery store or the bar or some shit, and you gotta pay with your fucking credit card or whatever, do you ever whip out your credit card and go, "Damn, man, this sucks. I wish this was fucking better"? No, it's good enough, man. It works. Like there's no problem.
There's a better.
First off, I don't use a credit card ever. I've never had one. You guys.
Okay, cash, whatever.
You're right. But the thing is the social side also has to do with the user experience. Like that's a social thing, right? So
that kind of.
So how can you get better? Okay, so in the case of a credit card, you tap or you swipe, and that's it. In the case of cash, you give somebody a piece of paper. How do you get better than that?
If you get better than that by having.
If you think that way, there's no point in what we're doing here.
There isn't. No, I think
there's definitely no point in what you're doing here. This is just a fun conversation.
Can we take the disappointing pill on the social side? It's not any of that. There's no UX about it. It's just a second. The people who are in some like truly high inflation areas are already kind of using it. This cohort of like people who are naturally predisposed, we've kind of already exhausted them. And so we're on to the mainstream people. Like I talked about the other time, like my uncle and these people, I've been telling them for 10 years, you know what? They're comfortable with their little returns on their stocks and everything. They don't believe in the philosophical parts of this. So unfortunately, the next lever up, I think we'll achieve gold. We'll probably flip gold based on the social dynamics of that just kind of going away because younger generations are more predisposed to digital technology. But after that happens, which could be within a decade, possibly, then well, that's not it. Then we have to actually overtake fiat. And I think that one, the social thing there actually requires max. Well, no. I mean, the M0 base. If you're going to go past gold and be the M0 base, then you need everyone to have catastrophic pain. That's what's going to motivate them.
That's the one. That's the big one.
Bitcoin has nothing to do with like helping that situation because
like we scaled Bitcoin.
No, there's nothing, dude. You can make Bitcoin. You can make Bitcoin right now into BSV as fast as it instant. Fucking and nobody will use this shit. There's no fucking problem it solves.
DGen, we scaled Bitcoin.
I know it's dog shit. You know what I mean? Like the blocks could be as big as possible. The fucking
Bitcoin got scaled too fast.
Is consumer preference a part of this social problem?
It's social, dude. It's 100% social. There's no fucking technical problem.
It's like
consumer preference, not really part
every
of this
time I want to spend my Bitcoin, if I'm a law-abiding citizen, I'm supposed to report a capital gain or potentially a loss. Like, dude, like the laws around it and the regulation are why it's so difficult to use.
I disagree with that too, Portland. You know how you know why I disagree? Do you know how big the fucking like under the table economy is in the US? People don't give a shit about taxes. They only care when they want to care.
Brian, this is a public blockchain with every UTXOs are tied together. Like, you know, if you go take dollars and those serial numbers aren't being tracked, you have them, and you could be a dumbass and still get away with it. You can't get. It's going to be much harder for you to get away with it on a public blockchain. Like you got to know what you're doing, and I would argue that.
Yeah, but I think the average person isn't really thinking about the fucking public visibility of the Bitcoin blockchain, man. They're just thinking, do I get my money? Yes or no? That's it.
This is halfway down the rabbit hole. The first part of the rabbit hole is, do I want to use this chain or that chain? If I have to wait for 10-minute blocks and pay 45 cents more than the other chain to make a 2-cent value transaction, I'm not using Bitcoin.
Yeah, but that'll equal out. I mean, if the fees are too high, on one chain, then
arbitrarily high.
Yeah, they've kind of already.
All right, but
right
somebody's paying them, right? If they get too
Okay,
high,
so
then
hold
people
on,
stop paying
Degen.
them.
If they're Degen, wait.
I'm
If
just
they're
gonna say that
arbitrarily high,
they already
who's
have
setting
made
the
that
fees?
choice.
Is it? Do we got to go to like Peter Woola? Do we got to go to Matt
I
Corallo?
mean, they might be arbitrarily high for him, but like someone's paying it. It's not high for somebody.
Yeah, somebody's paying it, man. They're high because we're poor and somebody has more money than us and they want it more
If
than
they weren't
us. That's
paying
it.
it,
Are
if they weren't paying those
fucking
fees, the fees
GPUs
will go down.
artificially high? Are GPUs artificially high?
Hey, look,
If
question.
No.
this was
Yeah,
if this was the explanation,
Well, I
if
mean, yeah,
this
this
was
is
the
supply and demand.
I have one question.
if this was the
I
explanation,
wish they were cheaper.
if this was the correct explanation, now I don't know if you've seen like polls and surveys, but like the vast majority of people have heard of Bitcoin, right? They've heard of it and they understand the bare minimum, like, oh, it's a digital currency, digital money. It's supposed to be.
Is that internet money?
Yeah, they know a little bit about it, but for one reason or another, they haven't looked into it or really adopted any cryptocurrency. The vast majority of people that have heard of it,
Because there's no
and
incentive.
I guarantee you, the reason they haven't done it isn't because they're like, well, I jumped in and the price of a transaction is this much, and then I kind of looked at these shitcoins and it's less, but I'm not going to get into it. They didn't get into it because they're not in pain yet.
No.
They're not in pain yet. We have to implode the dollar.
It's not big enough. This is you're describing Facebook in 2007.
No, man, he's 100%. He's 100% right, dude. Look, it's very simple, man. We all were literally around watching ChatGPT get released, and every fucking kid on planet Earth is using it to cheat on tests and shit.
Can I ask the question?
Real quick, I got one for Degen.
We have to destroy people's lives.
We've been around. This thing's been around for 16 fucking years, and we're all just LARPing and coping. Oh my god, bro! Eventually, mass adoption's right around the corner, man.
I never thought I'd meet a bigger faggot than Mr. Huddle. Hold on. 5 seconds.
I'm not talking. I'm not talking.
Ditto, dude.
Why is he catching it straight right now?
Take that back right now.
I'm sorry, I take it back. Okay.
He's the biggest. He's the biggest.
Bitcoin when it was fucking
Big B.
13 and there was no RBF. Did any of you ever send a transaction on that Bitcoin? Did you?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, you're 100% a beat casher.
Wrong room, bro. Wrong room. Know your audience.
I'll just keep yelling until you kick me.
Wait, Degen, yes or no? Can you RBF on Bcash?
Oh my god, his paragraphs are so long.
Can you RBF on Bcash? Can you RBF on Bcash?
Yes, but that's not the point. First scene is the point.
Degen, I got a serious question real quick. Can I?
Okay, go ahead.
Can I ask you one? Okay. If you could have one technical change to Bitcoin, you're guaranteed, like the genie's wish, okay? To get Bitcoin to 8 billion people to be used. What is your proposal for your change to fix Bitcoin? What is it?
Don't answer right away. Don't answer right away. Think about it for 10 seconds. Think about it for 10 seconds and come up with something good.
Top of my fucking head, okay?
Okay, what is it?
So RBF and first scene are a huge issue. They're causing an artificial limit on the block space. 4,000 transactions is exactly 0.
Wait, you want to get rid of RBF?
No, I don't. I want it to be first scene. If it's first scene and RBF, whatever. I don't care. But like first scene has to come first. If you want to RBF your own transaction, whatever. I don't care. Child pay for parent doesn't matter to me. But
Portland, he's right.
It needs to go through the fucking chain.
Degen, I just realized you're right. I was talking to my Uncle Earl. He's like 57 or something the other day. And I can't believe I didn't remember this, but he also told me that he has been telling the whole cryptocurrency thing to fuck off all these years because he didn't have RBF. That was it. That was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
RBF is what holding him back.
I'm trolling, dumbass. I'm trolling too. Okay. So,
no, Degen, please complete your answer. I want to hear like all your changes.
Is that the changes?
That's fucking guy's good.
Okay.
Degen. Wait, hold on. Degen, did Bcash fork out RBF?
No, they didn't. Well, yeah, they didn't actually. No,
you can't fork out.
They did.
You can't. How do you fork out RBF in Bitcoin? How do you? It's a UTXO model.
I understand. We fucked up big time. I get it. Yes. But we need to figure out a way.
We don't. How do we fuck it up? It's a UTXO model. Like that's not a fuck up.
First scene policy should have been the policy for finality, dumbass.
That's policy. That's not consensus.
Policy. How can you, dude? How can you be a fucking ordinal guy?
That's policy. That's
wait.
Okay, hold on.
Seriously, answer me this. How can you be an ordinal guy who understands that standardness policy is bullshit and arbitrary policy is bullshit?
I care about.
Yeah, but it's the same shit with first scene. It's just policy.
Yeah, but why are you worried about Bitcoin Core? That's an implementation. Like you can have your own implementation.
I'm going to pretend that he's right, and there's some way we can not do RBF in its first scene. Continue on. What other changes do we need to get Bitcoin? I don't care. I want to hear his answer. What other changes do we need?
I'm quite aware we can't rip out RBF. That is not my point. My point is, had we not made those mistakes, we would have a finality fucking chain that feels just as fast and secure as.
All right, but Degen, you realize that you have ordinals. You have Ordinals today because you told Bitcoin Core to fuck off. Why does Bitcoin Core have to be the arbitrary of RBFs or not?
Ordinals. There's a million ways to do Ordinals. We don't need them.
Okay.
Okay, but again, I'm trying. You reroute it around Bitcoin Core.
Yeah, and we'll continue to do it because.
So why do you care if Bitcoin Core has RBF or doesn't? If you use a different implementation or a different version, then it doesn't.
I don't necessarily care that.
So then, what the fuck? Why is RBF such a big topic for you?
That the narratives perpetuated by this space are complete horseshit.
But Degen, the average person that has rejected cryptocurrency writ large after learning the basics, this is what I've heard in talking to, I don't know, thousands of people at this point. The number one thing that I hear is they say, I don't know, man, this whole digital currency, I just don't trust it as much as I trust my bank, and I don't trust it as much as I trust fiat. And I don't know how RBF, they go, oh man, I didn't trust it as much as my bank, but now with this RBF thing, ooh, fuck, that's really got me.
That's it, man. Yeah, that's the selling point.
Why do they use Coinbase and Lightning? Because they want finality, right?
No, these people, I think we keep coming back to
no,
the
100%
small amount of
that's not what they use it. Why they use it because they don't want to deal with fucking seed words and hardware and fucking calculators in your pocket, and they just want to fucking buy the thing and that's it. I want to spend the money and that's it. I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yes. Now we're going down the road I want us to go down. So it's simpler, right? They can understand it. They can comprehend how it's working, right?
Oh, I guarantee you, it's not.
So if
You're
I
talking
send a
about
transaction
retards,
on
man.
Bitcoin, if I send a transaction on Bitcoin and I get it through in the next 10 minutes versus I have to wait 2 hours because of someone RBF'd my ass over and over in the next block.
I feel like you cannot DJ, I feel like you can't pull yourself out of this group of like the 2% who would ever make their decisions in life.
Somebody RBF you? That's not what RBF. What?
Yeah, you don't even know what RBF is.
Okay, you guys are just
you RBF yourself, dude. You RBF yourself.
Look, we can do this fight gangbang thing all day long. I don't care. I'm here all day long. I'm not leaving.
RBF your mother.
Let's do it. I genuinely want to, dude. I genuinely want to understand. Khaleesi, come up here. Khaleesi, you're a B catcher too, man. Come up here. I want to understand why B catchers hang on to this fucking RBF stupidity. Like, if you're gonna argue about this shit, at least make sense.
You should have listened. Hold on. You should have listened to him articulate how Lightning works. At that point is when I knew we're talking to someone that doesn't get it.
I genuinely want to have these conversations, but these people
you can't have it with someone like this. It's impossible.
On these points that make no sense.
Bro, he's been a BCAT card forker for 12 years.
That's fine. That's fine. There's legitimate argument for wanting bigger blocks or whatever. The RBF thing is not one of them.
Saying when we're all yelling over each other, you know that, right?
No, I heard everything. I heard everything he said.
The listeners don't hear shit.
You heard everything I said, dude.
Who cares about the listeners? No, I'm not worried about the listeners.
I don't give a shit about the listeners. Everybody, the listeners can listen to this. You're a huge faggot too, DJ. You're a fucking faggot.
Thank you, Brian. Now let it out. Let it out, King. All right, so look, if I'm happy to answer a
question.
We're
looking.
But if you're gonna ask me a question, give me 10 seconds to fucking answer it.
I mean, you've been having way more than 10 seconds to answer questions.
10 seconds.
Okay. I don't even get a word out before
your answers are retarded.
What are you talking about? So what the fuck is
all right, go ahead.
I don't even know.
Go ahead. Let's talk about RBF. What's the problem with RBF?
Look, the point is between the cap of 4,000 to 5,000 transactions per maybe 10 minutes if you're lucky, and the fact that if I send a transaction, there's no guarantee I'm getting into the next block. The finality and the user experience is no matter what dog shit at that point. Not even talking about fees.
Have you heard of BSV? What'd you think about that?
No one uses BSV.
But why not?
Because it's not Bitcoin. It's BSV, dumbass.
Hey, wait,
yeah,
just a second.
Yeah, but I mean, why are people using Ordinals? It's not Bitcoin.
It is Bitcoin,
DJ, can I do a helpful thing? I want to role play here. Okay, I'm going to represent myself as my Uncle Earl. He's probably stands for like the 80% of humanity who doesn't give a flying fuck about cryptocurrency. And I'm going to be just a second. I'm going to be him, and then you be you. And so you ask me, why aren't you in Bitcoin or something like that to start it off, and then I will respond with what I know he would say.
Okay, why did you hold Bitcoin from $70,000 down to $16,000 and then sell it, Daniel?
I never held Bitcoin before. I only heard about this digital currency thing. I think it's kind of, I'm unsure about it.
Where'd you read about it? Did you get it? Did you buy any yet?
No, I read about it and I heard that there's no one in charge, and I can always go into my teller at my bank and they're always there. So it just creeped me out a bit.
When someone tells you to RBF yourself, how does it make you feel?
Okay. I don't know. RBF. Are you saying fuck you to me? Is that a thing in this nerd cryptocurrency? Is that a cryptocurrency nerd thing? All I know is I got scared because they said it was the dark web.
It's a very easy real answer if you want it.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, no, I'm Uncle Earl. I'm here to listen.
$200,000 you have in your bank account is actually lost $100,000 worth of value the last 2 years.
I don't know. I mean, I have it in real estate mostly, and I think it's kind of gone up a little bit.
Stop lying. You're lying.
I'm literally being my 57-year-old uncle. Yeah, no, I have like in one house that I bought.
Cash and no investments. Don't lie to me, Daniel.
No, my uncle doesn't have like $200,000 in cash lying around. He's got it in the house and like regular stocks. House and stocks. That's where I've got it. And I'm a normal person, DJ. I'm a normal person. So please continue.
Someone just said, I just want to say that Decentralized is not an Ordinals person. He has been disowned. He is a B casher.
Well, no, continue.
I mean, he's not wrong. You know, the average person, like 90% of their net worth is literally their 401k and their house. Like, that's it.
Yeah, okay,
why are you talking about these ordinals to him? He told you he's 55 years old.
I'm not talking to him. I was reading.
Talk about his 401k.
But believe it or not, just being in Bitcoin, we're already a fringe of a fringe. We're the fringe in that we are investing our own money in like random shit, and then we're the other fringe in that we're investing our money in things outside of the stock market and just shitcoins.
I love this 5v1. This 5v1 is avidly entertaining.
It's true though.
The answer is this. Look, Daniel.
5v9.
So I would go into without wasting an hour to explain the whole point. I would have to discuss with that person the fallacy that is fiat, right? Like that's step one.
I've already done this with him though. He doesn't. He thinks it's just fucking hooey. So okay.
Well, in that case, that person might not ever be able to understand Bitcoin.
Okay, wait, no, let's stop there. Let's just say that person represented 80% of humanity. Yeah. So here's my point. They do represent.
We let them all die off of old age.
No.
Their kids are gonna be smart.
Wait. There's hope. They could die. I'm a little sad about that. Dying is always a bad thing. But there's one other thing that can happen. This is the social layer. We can have a catastrophic sovereign debt crisis that brings everyone to their knees and destroys the foundation of fiat. So if we're just a second,
all right, dark side,
Degen,
you've seen 2000. You were around during 2009, right? I mean, like
I was only born. I was actually born in 2010, but I am 43, so I came back from the future. Actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So 2009. Yeah.
I was definitely old by then too. Yeah.
All right, and in like your economics class or something.
No, I was graduated by then. That would be a 9-year degree. I did take 5 years, but 9 is a little much even for me.
Okay, Earl, I've got news for you. Okay. Okay. You should just die.
Well, no. Why can't all this energy? Wait, just a second. This is me stepping out of that role. All this energy that is not a technical problem. It is Earl thinking, "Oh no, cryptocurrency. That's hooey."
I'm sorry, Earl. You cannot be helped.
No, it can't. You should take all your energy and collapse the fiat system. Now, you might need to shoot some people. You might need to do some other crazy shit. But however you can collapse the fiat system, you will gain more users by doing that. By beyond trying to educate people about all this fucking nerd shit they don't give a shit about.
Yes, they need to be in pain. Like when all those assets are going down, Bitcoin tends to also go down with them, and it's a cyclical risk asset. No, a 4-year cycle.
It's because we haven't had an actual sovereign debt crisis. It's just the reason why all the super high inflation countries and some others have adopted it. Why? Because there's only two things that compel people in life. One, making a shitload of money very, very quickly. We know that works. And then
why did Germany sell all their Bitcoin?
Just a second. The mushy middle is like all the other stuff. The other thing that compels people is insane pain. And that's why we've seen it tick up in some authoritarian regimes and some hyperinflation regimes. What we need to do is bring that to the US. We need white people to experience extreme pain. Pain so bad that they crawl out of their houses in just agony. And they cry out for a different money that isn't fucking them sideways. That is what we have to do.
But what happens when we do that? How do we do that crisis thing? And all you guys do is onboard people to the bank.
Can we not do that?
I don't know how we do it, but it's not through RBF. I don't think
I don't want to do that.
That's how it works.
Can we RBF that? I don't want to do that.
How it's the younger generation.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, I had my mic. I was away from my phone. Did I just hear what I thought I heard? Daniel, he's really saying we need white people to experience as much pain as possible.
I'm an extremely white person. I was just having a crass way of referring to the U.S. and a predominantly white populace. I'm saying first world countries.
Oh, no, you're 100% right. It's just how much more
Bitcoin from the white people
do you want, dude? Our countries are literally being overtaken by fucking Muslims.
No,
like,
dude,
what else do you want?
Look, I'm a libertarian. I'm not.
I don't think that's where he was trying to.
I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I was just saying that because
it's okay, man. I can fix you. I
It's
I used to also be a libertarian. We just get you. I'm going to help you see the merit of full right-wing authoritarian monarchy.
Come on, guys.
Daniel, what happens in that situation that you're painting, where you guys have now buckled the knee and bent the knee to the fucking banks to keep them alive, to give them Lightning Network, to give them liquid, to give them whatever they ask for, and then all of a sudden the sovereign debt crisis happens? You don't think the banks are gonna maybe be the culprits of something like that? And then maybe, of course
they are. I don't care who the culprit is. I care about the pain. People need to experience pain.
Okay, but why are we building for the banks? Like, I don't get.
We're not. They're just look. This idea that like we were going to take over as the monetary M0, and magically in the process, no governments or large companies were going to use this new M0 is quite possibly the most deluded fantasy I've ever heard in my life. Somehow we just secretly all took it over as pubs and no one adopted it. Is that how it works? That's fucking crazy.
Wait,
that
where are the libertarian values in that statement?
What?
Where are the libertarian values in the statement that you just made? You
the
said you're libertarian.
Values is anyone can buy this fucking free market asset if they want. I mean, like,
but they don't. But they don't, and that's the problem.
That's not a problem.
Issue.
Hold on. The
okay,
very best thing about Bitcoin.
Pause. And why don't they? What's your?
Hold on.
Because they don't trust cryptocurrency in general.
Daniel, I know. I agree with you, man.
Wait, the very best part about Bitcoin is that everyone is free to ignore it. No one has a gun to their head to go take it. That's the libertarian part. It's completely voluntary. You could choose to accept it, or you could choose not to accept it.
That's exactly why libertarianism is shitcoinery, dude. We should fucking have one of us get elected a president and just make it like the national currency and just burn US dollars like on the street.
But then it would be by decree. Then it'll be forced on somebody.
Yeah,
and in El Salvador, that happened in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Right?
Look at what happened with El Salvador. It went from like the most fucking crime-infested, riddled country on planet Earth to the best, like one of the best.
There you go. So I mean, the libertarian vow. That's the libertarian.
Libertarianism is a LARP, dude. It's a LARP. It's bullshit. Like Bukele's got it right.
That's fine, but Bitcoin itself is an act of anarcho-capitalism, where basically it's ruled by capital.
Not real. Anarcho-capitalism is not.
No. In Bitcoin is ruled by capitalism.
Is also not real.
No, anarcho-capitalism isn't real until Bitcoin came aboard, and now Bitcoin is literally ruled by economic nodes, by the nodes with the most monetary power. That is how Bitcoin is ran.
Here's a more concrete answer. People saying, how can we do it? Here's one way to do it. Instead of trying to fix, like, say, the U.S. government, and by the way, I do want to say this before I go on. When I was saying white people, I just meant first world countries. They're not in pain.
No. Don't walk it back now, Daniel. Don't walk it back,
man. I am a white person, you goofball. I'm just saying first world countries, predominantly European in the West, predominantly white, they just aren't in enough pain yet. So here's the thing. If you wanted to increase the pain, instead of trying to vote against all these things, like, if you're maybe a conservative person or whatever, for like running up the debt, do the opposite. Let's actually run the fuck out of the debt. Let's accelerate.
Accelerationism, baby. Accelerate.
Exactly. Let's just collapse this motherfucker and great.
That's already happening. That's literally already happening. Yes. There's no acceleration needed.
We could push the mind
Pause. You have to accelerate in your own life, okay? Like, that's it. That's the only thing you can do. Everybody's playing the same game, dude. Everybody knows that this is a fucking fugazi. The system is going to shit. Take out as much debt as you can. Fucking buy assets. Like, that's it.
But there's other things you can do. Like, for this guy, the guy that went around for like the Minneapolis clearing centers and all that. See, that's actually going the wrong direction. What you want is more fraud. You want to expend as much of this fucking printable currency as possible. I want unlimited fraud. We need to collapse this motherfucker right now. If you want,
listen, man. I respect the sentiment, but I also want the country after it's over. You know what I mean?
When people say we spent another $5 trillion or we spent $2 trillion more than last year, you could say turn that frown upside down, my friend. That's what you
you'll sacrifice everything for your bags to pump. Makes sense.
I don't just look. I'm not actually saying I want this.
Okay, here's a question for you, Daniel. Daniel, for you specifically, if you had to pick between the United States of America existing or Bitcoin existing tomorrow, just poof overnight, which one would you pick?
I think that the U.S. would do just fine because we have so many guns. But I'm
That's
not
my question,
I want
man.
this catastrophe.
My question is, if you had to pick one of them to disappear tomorrow,
Daniel, I don't know
which one?
I don't know if you've looked around, but generally when bad things happen in the economy, people just buy gold instead because that's what they're programmed to do. Gold goes up and Bitcoin goes down.
That's a narrative, man.
Yeah, but it's so centralized in an actual crisis. In a crisis, it wouldn't work that way. All I'm saying is, I don't actually want that to happen.
COVID literally showed, guys, COVID showed us what the average person. We're not talking. Yeah, investors on fucking social media will say, "Yeah, man, people are buying gold." COVID showed us what the average person would do in the middle of a crisis. They would buy toilet paper. They wouldn't buy fucking Bitcoin. They wouldn't buy gold. They would buy toilet paper and fucking hand sanitizer.
That's what they did.
That's what they did. Yeah, it was a real crisis. It was a real crisis. There was a lockdown. People lost their jobs, became unemployed overnight, fucking ended up on the streets. And guess what they were buying, man? They weren't buying gold. They weren't buying Bitcoin. They were buying fucking bottles of water.
They sold their Bitcoin
toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
And look, you guys can hate my point all you want, but the real point of it all, and it is true, was that it's not a technical problem, and that was the point. It is a social problem.
Yeah, I agree with you. You still dodge my question, Daniel.
But that's not the point, Brian. The point of the whole talk, you guys always go down these weird rabbit holes, is that like, yeah, it's
his
social,
investment thesis is the end of the
social
world.
has something to do with the technical user experience of the chain. Like, if I, as a user, show up and socially hate this fucking chain, I'm going to Solana. Are you guys like dense or something? Like, I'm not going back to the banks. I already decided the banks were dog shit.
But DJ, remember what I told you? Like, you're in a fringe of a fringe of a fringe. Like, you're just going to some random shitcoin. Go ask your average person if they'll. Okay, so that's the thing. You ask the average person, have they heard about Bitcoin? They'll say, yeah, man, that's like that internet fake money, blah, blah, whatever. You ask them if they heard about Solana. They'll tell you, what the fuck is that, man? Like, I don't know.
Quick question on Solana. On the Solana.
Because they know what Solana is now.
You're in a fucking bubble, man. You're in an echo chamber.
No. You're wrong. If they know what Bitcoin is, a lot of the time they know what XRP is, they know what Litecoin is, they know what Dogecoin is, and they now know what Solana is.
How young are these people you're talking to? You're probably talking to dudes in like their 20s, right? You're probably talking to 20, 28, 29.
Yes, those are the
okay. All right, perfect. I'm glad you confirmed it. I got very bad news for you. They are broke. They are poor. The people with money are not 28, 29, 25. They're 50, 60, 70.
Those people don't matter. They're about to.
Those people. If you want your number to go up, if you want your bags to pump, those are the people you got to convince, not the fucking 28-year-old McDonald's employee that's picking up shifts at Denny's, going, yeah, man, I'm buying fucking Bitcoin because I hate the banks.
I am not here to get my bags to pump. I'm here to onboard people to Bitcoin and be right. That's it. End of story. The bags pump anyways. I don't need to worry.
All right. So what does that constitute in your mind? What's the criteria for being right?
That means that every normie retard needs to have fair and equal access to Bitcoin. And we're not helping that happen at all. We're doing the opposite. We're running towards the banks, asking to suck their cocks.
Everyone's got fair. You can access Bitcoin right now if you want. People just don't want it. They're not enough pain. We need to bring the pain. The pain needs to be brought.
Coinbase is a risk. Michael Saylor's a risk. And all you guys, like, not you guys, but a lot of people on this space are like, that's a good thing. Paper Bitcoin, that's a good thing.
Okay, all right. Let's say we all agree right now. What do we do about Michael Saylor?
Hey, I can't say that on a Twitter space.
All right, so we're gonna go kill people. We're gonna go kill people that have too much Bitcoin. Now we have communism. That's amazing. We've reinvented communism.
I got here. I was probably placed here by a third party. I don't know any of the people on this stage, and I've never interacted. Or actually, I have had a beer with Zach. Okay.
I mean, I already said the words.
I'm already on a list anyway. I don't feel I'm on multiple lists. I don't care.
Okay,
if you're a Bitcoiner and you're not on at least one list, you're a LARP. Okay. You're a LARP and a faggot.
Instead of the necessity for pain, like, all right, I think we're probably all in general agreement that like things economically are already fucking barreling out of control, and like yield curve control is likely, if not inevitable. However, instead of focusing on like catalyzing more pain, can we like maybe focus on making Bitcoin a more attractive investment? Like, for example, I don't know, giving like spot Bitcoin closer off like on-chain yield that's not fucking non-competitive with paper Bitcoin. I don't know.
There's no way you can do it, man. There's no way you can make on-chain yield because you're literally just trying to create numbers out of thin air.
Yeah, but again, just a second. I mean, please go back to the cohort, the 80%. You're going to go, bro, okay, so here's the fix. Earl, this fucking on-chain yield, bro, for this thing you don't trust. They don't give a shit. He needs pain. Earl's got to lose his fucking 401k. That shit's got to go down the drain. He needs to be in the poorhouse. This motherfucker's got to be on SSI in hyperinflating currency, barely able to make ends meet. Like gobbling, like fucking.
I mean, I don't really disagree. It's just like that's already happened.
Yeah, this happens, right? Everybody's on UBI and all that shit. And you think that the average person, you think that the average person is going to say, you know what, man? No, I don't need more free money. You know what I need? I need this fake money. No, here's what they're going to say. We need to use the government to take things away from people that have too much stuff. We need to take Elon Musk's stuff. We need to take Jeff Bezos' stuff. We need to take your and my stuff. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to fucking say, oh, yeah. They're going to
fake money.
have a fucking epiphany one day and wake up and go, yeah, man, I need that fake internet money. That's what I need. No, they're going to say, I want Elon Musk fucking AI data centers.
That is exactly what would happen. That is exactly what happens in hyperinflating countries. We've seen actually decent Bitcoin adoption in the highest inflating countries. Why? Because some of them have done 70 fucking years of socialism. Now, I hope that doesn't require that in the United States. I really do, because I don't want to go through that pain. But they felt the pain.
Lopez, though. Like, I'm confused. Who's George Lopez, Brian?
Wait, just a second. What got Milei elected? It wasn't because he was a super cool rock star guy with the hair of Wolverine and kind of chubby. That wasn't it.
I think it was the hair.
I said it out loud. It's because he's a fucking Ashkenazi Jew.
No, it's because
that's part of it.
They went through 70 years through the fucking desert. And then some dude was like, bro, here's a chainsaw, fuck all this shit. And they're like, all right, we finally felt enough pain.
Also, he kissed the wall. That's why, because he kissed the wall.
That's the real reason, Daniel. He kissed the wall.
He didn't kiss the wall until after he was in the office. But anyway, I don't think the wall kissing has anything to do with it. It was just because they'd had 70 years of pain and they were ready, man. We're not ready. We don't have the felt need of pain yet. So there will continue to be this morass.
You don't see the issue with, like, once we get to that position, like, they're going to just show up with Zell 2.0 and we're cucked again because you guys built this system to not be competitive.
No, they'll have to build an M0 from the ground up. Now, if you had told me this is a more probable thing. If you told me, okay, they'll flip it like in Mr. Robot to eCoin, or they'll say, look, we're wiping out the debt holdings of all these other countries and we're going to gamble that they won't fucking attack us with their militaries and all this other game theoretical shit that might happen. But we're going to literally slip it in, right? A new currency that like resets the world. I don't think that would be a good idea because everyone would lose faith in our debt. It'd be kind of like going bankrupt. Shit would be crazy. We'd be in a multipolar world with currencies. So we'd lose share. I don't know how that would work.
We're like there right now. We're already in that world though.
Well, we're going towards it. The percentage
we're not there yet.
What are the
we're not close enough. We need to lose more.
Like literally, USDT is that. USDC is that. Every single fork of a fork of a
yeah,
fork
but it's not
that.
world reserve. It's not the world reserve percentage of the US dollar has not gotten low enough. I would argue that once you hit around 58%, you're kind of fucking with it a little bit. Like there's a pain threshold. We're just not there yet. So maybe
the problem is like it's also backed by violence. So how does Bitcoin solve that problem? Like, where's the Bitcoin army? Is it you? Are you part of the Bitcoin army?
It's the cockroach. It just everyone. There's going to be a lot of throat slitting. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe some. Hopefully, only the bad guys get slit. But I'm not here to tell you why that. I'm not here to say the nice people are the only ones that are going to get off. I'm just here to say it's going to take pain. Right, it's going to take pain for most of these first world countries where you talk to these people.
Like there right now, like we had 60% in fucking.
No, we're not there right now. People can still do it. Look, I'm still able. The average person is not in pain right now. The average person not in pain.
And hey, if we are there right now, that's a big problem because the Bitcoin adoption isn't happening. So that's even worse. That's even worse.
Thank you, Feather. That's my entire.
The average middle class person is. The average middle class person is not able to is not going days and weeks without food.
Yes, they are.
Let's say
they
that.
Literally are.
No, they're not, dude. No, they're not.
Here's the problem, Dijon. They're not. I wish they were. I wish they were. We're fucking subsidizing half of our fucking people in the United States because they're unemployed, fucking lazy pieces of shit on our fucking welfare. I wish they were going hungry, but they're not.
Yeah, they're subsidizing the homeless,
poverty
especially here in
guidelines
California.
are set at $16,000 per individual.
We are paying for all those fucking people that are not working, dude.
Yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying, like, they're still pretty broke and pretty fucking hungry, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, you guys are rich. You guys have
this is the problem, man. The problem is you're thinking about like somebody with ambition, somebody that wants more in their life, like they want to improve their life. The average person, the average fucking retard just wants to coast through life, man. That's it. From A to B. They just want to fucking be born, have a job, have some kids, and die. That's it. They don't give a shit about having more money, having fancy stuff, having vacations.
You're wrong. You're right. You're right for a 5.
I'm 100% right.
After a 5-10 year span, that's what's going to happen is what Daniel's saying. They're going to start learning the hard fucking way that this sucks and that they should address it. It might take a long time because they're retarded.
You're thinking, no, it doesn't suck, man. It's fucking great. You get free government handouts. You get fucking McDonald's and Popeye's chicken every day. You get fucking, you go to the grocery store, you feed your kids with some Pop-Tarts and shit.
And then you go home at night and you realize you don't have milk.
They won't be able to do that, though. If you had a sovereign debt collapse in the United States, they would have to rebase the currency onto something else. Now, one can argue it won't be Bitcoin. It'll be some evil e-coin bullshit, but it would have to be rebased. And all of those debt obligations that are tied to the old M0 would have to get quote unquote settled. And usually, like someone said, it's about force projection. Now, we have a bunch of nukes, so they probably would be like really, really fucking pissed off. And we'd have a lot of people who wouldn't trade across the lines and stuff, so maybe we wouldn't nuke each other. But like, it's going to be a rebase. Now, that's where it feeds into this conspiracy, like Bitcoin was created by 3 other agencies, and it is the rebase. It's the thing that they would rebase to. There's that school of thought. I don't know if I buy it, but like, that's one of them. All I'm saying is you don't get to just put a UBI program out because a UBI is like money is a synthesis of labor. So you have to be able to rebase onto a new currency that represents labor, and everyone's got to switch over to it. The UBI isn't just manna from heaven. It's got to actually represent the currency that represents the volume of money and volatility that's flowing around your economy. So it has to happen. So our argument has to be the argument that I believe in is you've got to have a lot of pain, and then you got to be in the right position to make sure Bitcoin is the M0 replacement. If you do those things, you're going to get more users than you ever would talking about like, bro, like RBF, and if we just didn't SegWit, then Earl would like it. You don't give a flying fuck about anything.
I get that, but we're not getting to become M0 money as is right now. We're not. It's not good enough tech. It's just not. It's social or
on
not.
what time frame?
On the fact that it takes me a fucking hour and a half to get a fucking transaction through this godforsaken chain sometimes.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It takes you 10 minutes if you're not broke.
No, it doesn't. That's an average.
Learn how to RBF,
dumbass.
you fucking
liar.
retard.
Brother, the average fucking chain is 10 minutes. Yeah, average block is 10 minutes. Doesn't mean every block is 10 minutes. You even look at the Explorer.
Okay, yeah.
the average block is 10
waiting
an hour.
Yes,
for a
I know. It happens every once in a while. There's a block that takes like an hour.
No,
Yes.
it happens like every 4 days.
Bro, like literally every time I submit a transaction.
Okay, so let me know when you submit the transaction so I know when to avoid using it because the block is going to take an hour when you transact.
What if you need to do something then? What do you mean?
Like, all I'm saying is, like, okay, look, maybe I'm retarded, whatever. Why is there not discussion on the math related to the fucking,
yes,
like, you know, all of this? Like, why is it just DGen's a dumbass all the time? Like, there's discussions that matter. And
no, I'm not, dude. I'm not saying you're a dumbass. There's valid,
not you,
there's valid fucking points. It's just my main contention is that you believe this is a technical problem. That if we somehow solve these problems, this would all be kumbaya and we would be in the fucking hyper Bitcoinized world.
No, I didn't say that.
It's social, dude. It's 100% social. I just gave you an example. I just literally gave you the. I gave you the irrefutable proof. When you go and you fucking do your shit in real life in the daily world, do you actually look at your money and your credit card and say, "Damn, man, this sucks"? No, you don't. You just fucking put your card.
I have finality. I know I can go into the fucking
people
store
do that.
I can spend my money and I can leave, and I know for a fact it's gonna fucking work.
Have you ever looked at the Explorer on the Solana blockchain? Ever?
Yes.
Okay. So that's irrefutable evidence that right now it is a bit of a technical problem because people are using that instead of the other one. Now, when you have a currency needs to have something called velocity. It needs to be able to move through the system, right? Okay. Now, this fucking 10-minute or 48-minute block, not being able to code any type of logic to have decentralized borrowing and lending, like these are bottlenecks that, you know, in your catastrophe world scenario, you want to be able to borrow and lend, don't you? Like,
so if the tech is the problem, why hasn't some shitcoin come around that just completely fucking overtaken it?
Yeah, you know what?
Never replace Bitcoin. Never.
42% of its market cap has been taken over, and almost all of its transaction volume has been taken over. Just open your eyes and look. You know,
okay, but here's the thing, man. I don't care about that. I care about me getting wealthy. I don't care about that. I want to get wealthy.
You don't care about Bitcoin. You care about you
buy the right one, then.
That's the difference.
Then you got to buy the right one, or you got to change.
100%, Ethan. You're 100% right. I don't.
Thank you. I care about Bitcoin, and I think I'll get rich no matter what. So I think it's a little bit of a different mindset. Like, it's inevitable that we're already going to get rich. We already picked the fucking future currency, guys. Like, you're already
what
rich.
happens?
Congratulations.
Okay, what happens if we bumped off Earl and we brought in one of the Zoomers that represents the other half of Daniel's thesis, the young people who don't like gold?
Yeah.
I don't want to bump off Earl. That's mean. No,
the young people.
I don't like that.
Well, I don't care what you want.
Wait, are we going back to the comments and thing? We're gonna bump people off
that
now.
Next generation.
We're gonna fucking put
people
hits
that are
on people.
adopting the new currency. Guess what they're gonna pick when they sit through setting up a Bitcoin wallet and setting up all this bullshit compared
I'll tell you exactly what they're gonna pick. They're gonna pick the US dollar, dude. They're gonna pick the US dollar.
Before Shinobi.
Okay, well, like, there's your next leg of adoption.
Yeah, 100%. The US
I
dollar
just
is going to be the fucking most
edgewise.
dominant currency on earth before Bitcoin.
I am the
ossification, pure ossification, and then waiting for the world to end is not a good plan.
No, it's not.
You don't just need to wait for it. You
Ossification
need
and
to
waiting
make
for the
it
world
end.
to end is not a good plan.
The world isn't going to end.
Worst plan.
Elvis is a nice person with his hand up. Be respectful to the nice people.
Elvis, what's up, man?
Hey guys, thank you very much. Yeah, I joined Bitcoin and chill and hear everybody shouting at each other. I got to wrestle into this conversation. Thanks for giving me. Yeah. Xspaces has all the bugs assigned to my account. I don't know what's going on, but I hope I get to say a few words here and you guys hear me.
We can hear you.
I think there's enough reasons why Bitcoin is not used as money by everyone. And we're going to work on that over time. For example, one of them is you can't even buy a copy without having to file a form with the IRS in the US. So we'll probably need the law to allow small transactions to happen without having to report capital gains or losses before we can even have everybody be using Bitcoin for everyday things. Then we also need to create tools and apps to make life easy for everybody that uses Bitcoin. We've done a lot of progress there, and we have a lot of apps and companies that come out and provide all the help the user needs to use Bitcoin and file those forms for them or help them file those forms and stuff. But I think there's still a lot of work to be done. And we need to create services on Bitcoin. I don't know if Bitcoin has to be only money. The blockchain is a tool that can be used for a lot of stuff, not just money. Proof of timestamps, contracts, number bank accounts, a lot of other stuff. We don't even know what can be done on Bitcoin. We're only playing with a few of the things that are available right now. So yeah. There's only a few million of us using Bitcoin, and there could be billions, but we will have to work. I think the US government first has to work in making Bitcoin accessible to every person and being able to use Bitcoin for.
My mouth, Elvis. I just want you to know.
I'm sorry that you feel like that.
Okay, Elvis,
okay. One last thing I wanted to say, and
go.
I'll stop. So I was here because I want to ask Wika to connect as well. I have a few Bitcoin projects. I really value his insight. I built a Bitcoin time machine, a project that I want to be available for everybody. And I wrote a book, and I'm getting a bunch of feedback from a lot of OGs. I like his feedback too. So that was basically it. And
yeah, so Elvis, I'm still waiting on that Bitcoin transaction you sent just now for the payment for the ad, and it's been 45 minutes since the block hasn't passed.
Wait. Can we at least can we at least tell Elvis, because he was such a nice? I think he presented himself very clearly and just like a nice person. That thank you very much. We at least say that. That was a terrible.
Are you implying that everybody else is not a nice person?
No, I just want to make a really bad Elvis joke.
Thank you very much.
I mean, we had to prepare ourselves for the wonderful and glorious Shinobi to come scream at us for 20 minutes. Now we're ready.
Shinobi, this dude is right up your alley, man. You're gonna have.
I beat up Shinobi
match.
all the time for the last 2 years.
Oh, they know each other. Yeah.
He's no match. No match.
Hey, my 10-minute block's at 26 minutes. Should I just keep waiting or what?
Yeah, it'll happen eventually.
Okay, I'll hang tight.
Just pray to God that you know what's going on behind the scenes.
You guys have to
make it in the next block, or did you like?
You have to convince the guy that you paid to also subscribe to First Scene Policy and just say we're good, bro.
Can we get Port and Hodl in here to get Slipstream connected to this transaction, please? Because this is fucked. I'm never gonna get through this chain.
I just want to say to Earl real quick.
Just RBF
I just want to address Earl really quickly.
The block that hasn't passed. Okay.
Earl, your real estate investments are actually NFTs for boomers, and they're less liquid than my Bitcoin puppets. That's it.
Damn, so true, King.
You convinced me. I'm going to buy Bitcoin now. Thank you.
No, Bitcoin
Selling all
puppets.
houses.
He said Bitcoin puppets.
No, puppets.
Yes,
puppets.
Bitcoin puppets. Yes,
you got to get the Bitcoin to buy
the only thing that matters. Yeah, the puppets specifically.
You guys, all right. So you guys seriously believe? I highly doubt you do, but I'm gonna ask anyway. You seriously believe that people that are looking for a safe place to put their money see retards with fucking monkey JPEGs and say, "Yep, that's it. These guys are gonna convince me to fucking put my life savings in it."
Most of those people have probably outperformed you, Brian.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I'm invested.
Well,
you think I wasn't trading JPEGs? Dave, you think I wasn't trading JPEGs?
It's a compelling argument.
I was trading JPEGs. I'm just not out here fucking acting like JPEGs are gonna fucking change the world, man.
Let me tell you a story. I've been yelling at people, screaming, begging, emotionally attached to Bitcoin since 2011, right? I have been begging I know lots of millionaires, lots of people. They ignored me for 10 fucking years. And you know what I did the entire time? I begged
no billionaires.
You know I said millionaires. You know the only thing that ever made them change their fucking mind? When I made a bunch of money. All of a sudden they were like, oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I'm a fucking retard since you just made hundreds of thousands of dollars on the thing
Well,
I told you was stupid.
DGen, I've bought in 2011, and like the vast majority of my family watched me make millions and millions of dollars. And they are so retarded that it still didn't change their mind.
Well, my dad
Earl is one of those retards. He's really my uncle. I was actually not kidding, and that's his real age. This is a real person, and this is exactly the conversation I've had. And they're like all the same. There's like one person.
You never gave Earl some Bitcoin?
Hey,
why did you?
No, why am I going to give these motherfuckers Bitcoin? He has money. He can just buy Bitcoin himself.
Oh my God, that was the way. That was the way I got my family. That was literally the way I got my family. My older relatives.
Daniel, you know what they always say?
I literally gave them. I made wallets for them, and I gave them a tiny bit of Bitcoin for Christmas, and then. A few years later, my uncle's calling me going like, wow, this is really worth quite a lot more than when you gave it to me. Wow.
I can't bring myself to give people my money.
Daniel, you know what they always told me? They always told me, wow, man, you got lucky, but I missed the boat. And they just never did it. They just never pulled the trigger.
You guys suck at onboarding. I'm sorry to say. I mean this respectfully. Try harder. Daniel, I'm in Seattle. I'm happy to get lunch with your guy. With your uncle, and I will convince him in an hour or less.
He's in the Bay Area, man. He's in the Bay. I don't live in Seattle either. I'm in Austin now. I did live in Seattle, and Seahawks are the best football team in the world. Right. Also, of course. Yes.
Yeah. All I'm saying is,
look, we agree on something.
Give me 30 minutes with him, and I promise you, he'll be a Bitcoiner. I don't know why you guys give up somewhere.
Yeah, but DJ, you see the point that I said earlier. The fact that we even the fact that we even have to the fact that we even have a thing as such a thing as quote unquote onboarding.
That's exactly
I agree with you, Brian. But the candles are going to
proves that this shit is fucking worthless. The fact that we even have to onboard people, like when ChatGPT came out, nobody had to fucking onboard people to ChatGPT. They did it themselves.
Your family. You're supposed to onboard people you care about. You're not supposed to just arbitrarily onboard the planet.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have to onboard somebody if the thing actually solves a problem.
Like my brother, for example.
Did I have to when the internet came out? Did I have to onboard people to the internet? No, they just fucking did it.
Shinobi,
you just fucking have somebody open a Cash App account. Done. Put Wallet of Satoshi in someone's hand. Done. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, that's not real Bitcoin. That's not the same thing, man.
I've ever heard.
We should waterboard them.
That is like,
that's how we get onboard.
Get him a Coinbase account. That's gonna be great. Like, you guys just don't care anymore.
True.
I should have tried waterboarding.
Not a me problem. I care still. The people around me still matter to me, not just the money. I'm sorry about you guys. It sucks, but I care about people still. Sorry. Fuck me, right? Like,
I do care about people.
I'm not onboarding people to Bitcoin because it's going to affect the fucking price. Like, are you stupid?
You can't make people care about things until they want to care about them, dumbass.
Yes, with green candles, you fucking retard. Which is we have to pay attention to notice the green candle, right?
Oh, but I thought you said you didn't care about the price, man. I thought you said you didn't care about the price.
For other people when they will start caring about something.
They always care when they're jealous of their friend, cousin, or
whatever.
whatever.
Literally said, I don't care about the price. And then the next sentence said, we got to make the green candles go up, man.
They care about the price, is what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck.
They don't, but DGen, it hasn't, I know 16 years is a long time, right? Like, I've been Bitcoin since 2011 too. I think, and this is so sad,
But like I've heard it from Earl and other people. Oh, it's just a Ponzi. Now, obviously, we know that Ponzi schemes collapse right away, and there are different makeups, and this isn't a Ponzi. But like to them, I think that these people can eke out in their minds that this is like a pyramid Ponzi scheme for probably another decade. Like at a certain point, it will actually survive long enough that it will be like that will die because it'll be like 30 years in, and it's like, bro, like nothing. There's been like no financial schemes that have lasted this long.
I'm really starting to think that this Earl
block 1 million.
that the only outcome here with this Earl example is that the whole world ends and your bags pump. Don't you think there's another solution?
I mean, I hate to
So
say
I believe
it, but
that
that's one way that we could win.
Look, all
I'm
I
just
gotta
saying.
say, Daniel,
If
is
everyone
I really believe that block.
maybe, and the world ends, maybe they just use that one instead. Like, doesn't it have to compete with everything else that's around?
I just want to say, Daniel, it's a disservice you've done to Earl by not properly educating him to that all money is a Ponzi scheme. You should start there.
Hey, Daniel.
You don't think I've had, look,
Daniel.
I've had these conversations. Yes, I have.
You're leading
The
me
fuck,
to
how do you know?
what
What are you there? You sitting in?
There's a hole in his education, and you walk away.
I can't believe you let him sigh off you with Earl.
How old do you think Herbalife is, Daniel?
Every single fucking person has been through the phases of I want to tell everybody I know in my life about Bitcoin, and they don't care, they don't give a shit, and then we stop fucking talking about it.
People listened to me in my life when I went through that phase? Out of like 20 people, two.
Fucking asshole! Every time you open your mouth, so automatically we get disregarded.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Every time we yell at people, they ignore us. It doesn't matter if we're right. Do you not understand?
You think I yell at people? I only yell at you, retards.
Yeah, well, no one listens to you anyways. You got like 2,000 followers, don't you?
See, DGen, I have the self-awareness to understand that when I engage directly with people like that, they're not going to be receptive to it. Only the observers might. You are still sitting here yelling like you're going to go on board and fucking proselytize people.
I'm yelling at you, not the people in the real life.
You guys are both
Yeah,
here
that's like
yelling.
with
yelling without yelling.
Shinobi, with monkey JPEGs, by the way. He's gonna go and show all these boomers monkey JPEGs, and the boomers are gonna be convinced that this is why they need to buy this fake internet money. Right. Because of monkey JPEGs.
So I'm teaching
my Twitter account.
I'm teaching.
What does your Twitter account have anything to do with the fucking Bitcoin?
The point. That is not exactly nothing. It has to do nothing with Bitcoin.
Dude, if you showed a boomer ordinals, you are guaranteeing that boomer will never put a cent of their money into Bitcoin until the day they die.
You would actually have a better shot, real talk. Besides the monkey JPEGs, you would actually have a real shot. A better shot if you use like all the fucking fake anime girl, AI generated porn slop that's inscribed on Bitcoin. That will probably actually work.
I am a
the JPEGs have onboarded more people than you have.
Want to be maxis, but yeah, thank you.
I mean, that's fine.
I've done all of this for 15 years. I've been working in shitcoin since Darkcoin. I don't need ats from people that haven't done any of that, you know? You guys are unexperienced. You guys are all maxis in an echo chamber, and you think you know everything. That's how it works here.
Get him. DGen, are you a programmer? I'm just curious.
I used to code a bit, but I have a partner that's like.
What does that mean? Let's define that a bit.
So
Let's explore.
I sold websites. I did a little bit of JavaScript and shit for years and years and whatever. But I chose to stop because there's no point in trying to catch up with everybody else that's way better than me. So I have a partner who's a really good dev. And I let him do all that.
All right, I'm going to take that as I'm going to take that as I've fucked around with a custom WordPress install.
No, we actually, like I said, we had a Bitcoin cash fork operated for 7 years straight without any downtime. No hard fork issues or anything, even though you
no, running the software is not like, what did you like?
Well,
you wrote
it has 500,000 lines of code changes in it. It's clean the Bitcoin Cash. It's way lighter. It has Fetch 32, all sorts of updates that you guys would never even think about.
It's like saying I'm a programmer because I ran a Minecraft server.
You might want to calm it down.
Hold on. Did you just say it's got things like Beck 32? The thing that was invented for Bitcoin by Bitcoin developers and other stuff that you guys would never think to do.
Yes, we did it.
Those words just came out of your mouth.
7 years ago. Yes, correct. Yep.
I just think maybe you should be a little more humble. Like you're on a stage with some people who definitely have.
I can't even get a word out, Daniel. You want me to be humble?
Well, no. I mean, you're just making statements that you're like the most experienced. Oh, so technical.
I'm on a stage.
Oh my good God!
What the fuck does that matter?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
He's just
There
is a single Bitcoin magazine employee on the stage.
Yeah, I'm trolling
One
calm down. Okay, look.
singular.
I gotta run. Wicked, I really hope you'll check the website and give me a DM, and I'll talk to you guys some other time.
Bitcoin maxi space?
Yeah, we're chilling today, Dave.
Chilling in a Bitcoin maxi space. Wow, it's a book about what, like onboarding? I want to know about the book. Tell me about the book, Elvis.
He's gone. He left. He had to go.
Wow.
The podcast,
All right,
bro.
so you grab a
I'm launching
copy
a
of the
podcast,
Bitcoin
guys.
Standard and you whack him in the face as hard as you can.
Ooh, that's
Dude, I still cringe about when I gifted people the Bitcoin Standard.
Yeah,
I still cringe
Do
about
you
that.
think people from the rest of crypto
Dude, I
come up
read the
here
first
and
third of
just
that
fight?
book. I have a personalized signed copy of that book. I read the first third of it, put it down, and I have never finished that book. It was complete garbage. Like, that book could have been like a fucking 20 or 30 page essay that just explains a few key concepts at the heart of Austrian economics.
Can I say I agree? And I'm going to further that and say I think Safe is one of the most overrated Bitcoiners in the history of the entire project.
He's a fiat maximalist.
Just on that, quickly on that line of questioning where you're asking DGen if he's a developer, like that has any real relevance. Do you think if you look across most Web3 developers, modern respected cryptographers, and you put them into your chats about this end of the world scenario and how Bitcoin shouldn't change, what do you think they would think of you?
Okay, so let's. If you want me to be
Web3 doesn't exist.
If you want to be straight up,
All right,
I think
let's
the
go
average.
back. No, let's circle back here. So you're going to sit here and claim. Hold on, Daniel. I want to step in.
You hold on.
The average blockchain fucking with developer pales in comparison to the average mainstream, tech person in, say, Silicon Valley. Pales. Like, you would put these people in, like, when I used to work with the Chrome team and stuff, if you put them with like a real engineer, like someone who works on real systems, they would crumple. Now, that's not to say there aren't some good cryptographers in like the Web3 space. I've actually seen some compelling applied cryptography come out of there. But the vast majority, like, still does not pale in comparison to, say, Microsoft Research has far better cryptographers than these people could ever hope to be. So, like,
who were the cryptographers?
All right, no, I bit my tongue when I first got on stage.
Can you talk about those guys?
No, dude, you think in a fucking economic collapse scenario that what people give a fuck about is buying and selling and doing degen crypto collateralized trade bullshit? No, they care about having money and getting fucking necessary goods and services. And the only type of fucking debt that's going to exist in that type of environment is one-to-one collateralized, or I'm going to track you down and blow your fucking head off if you don't pay me back. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what I was talking about was a question that was not answered and kind of dodged with a minimization as to just explaining how they're somehow inadequate, even though these are some of the smartest minds like that are working on these problems. I don't know. You could talk to me about, well, since you've researched this, like maybe some of the authors of Plonky. Look, if you were in the room with them, I think they would tell you that you're retarded.
Let's cherry pick. Yes, there are some pretty darn good cryptographers, mostly because cryptography really.
Do you want me to name more?
No, there are some. That I'm saying. I'm talking about in general Web3 developers. I've found
those are the
very
smartest
lacking.
people in the room. Like there's no question about that.
No, I'm not.
Right.
If you cherry pick the best of the best cryptographers, yes, actually, the blockchain space does have good ones. Why?
No, it has exceptional ones.
But the reason why is very specific. It used to be that they would go to the research arms of the Mag 7. And then there was a route to basically get funded on the staffs of these tokenized basically companies, and they would get paid to do the research that was even more frontier. So I will agree with you that there's some good cryptographers and applied cryptographers in the space. But I was talking mostly about generalized Web3 developers. I found them to be woefully
I'm not talking
lacking.
about them. I'm talking about
we're talking about two different things. I was making a more general statement.
He's
saying the average fucking non-Web3 developer is stronger than the average Web3 developer.
No, I'm saying that if you sat down with some of the brightest minds in Web3 right now and presented this end of the world thesis, don't change Bitcoin, anti-progressive rhetoric.
I didn't say don't change Bitcoin. That's not my thesis.
You're literally putting words in people's mouth. Nobody ever said that.
No, I like recursive covenants. I'd like to see a native ZK verifier. Like, come on, like, what are we talking about?
I don't think there's any ossified up here.
Okay.
Dave.
All right, great. Those are the things that I would like to see too.
Okay.
And I think that if you put the
we're on the
typical
same page.
maxi who says it's my pet rock, don't ever change it, it should stay the same. That's generally what I hear when I go to these spaces.
That's not. That's
people are
come on. They're getting
fucking
forked off here in
morons.
12 days. Come on, we don't have to talk about that anymore.
True.
Okay, fair enough. All right, fine.
The most conservative position up here is probably me. And it's literally just we should be slow and cautious because the more complexity we introduce can introduce new variables in the overall incentive structure.
I knew there was a reason.
We should just activate everything at this point. We should just activate everything.
Makes sense.
Everything. We should activate it.
And we should have 2-minute blocks, right, Brian? Come on, think about it.
I would agree. Honestly, I think we could have faster blocks, but again, it's not my fucking choice.
2 minutes is pretty safe, says the math these days. 1 minute's a little too risky. But
by the way, we can
I'd say
get faster block times.
I would say below 6 seconds is where you reach.
We can get faster block times without even a soft fork.
Yeah, exactly. Which is probably the only thing that we're ever going to get in the next 5-10 years. Honestly.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Wicked?
I said we can get faster block times without even forking Bitcoin.
Really?
Yep.
Let's do the time warp again.
Well, not if we activate. What's the consensus? BIP 54.
Well, yeah, then it's shut forever.
Real quick, because I heard
a couple
people.
Well,
I heard a
couple
people
want to shut down that.
Brother, you just got to be a giant gigacock and keep going, brother.
No, sorry to interrupt, but real quick, because I heard multiple people kind of slamming Daniel for his take on
Earl.
Yeah, but slamming him for the kind of the doomerism comment that we basically need the world to collapse in order for Bitcoin adoption to occur. But while I don't think that's the only way, I would like to hear how other people see. Like, are people not concerned that it does feel like, okay, most people know they're already monitored like fully. We're getting personalized ads. We have Alexas in our home. The average American, puts money on or spends on credit cards. They don't care that people know what they're doing at all times. Like, they have little monitoring devices in their pocket at all times. Most people don't care about that. Secondly, our money has already been devalued, maybe not to the extent of other countries, but most people understand that inflation is a thing. They printed, buttloads of money, not only in COVID, but just in the past. And we're already seeing the effects of that. And yet Bitcoin hasn't been the asset that people have fled to. Number three, merchants have the ability to accept Bitcoin through things like whatever it's called, not Toast, but the other one, Square. And yet they don't choose to that one guy's point that was somewhat shilling his book. I think it's a tax issue. I think, and again, you can say that, I know, Wicked, your stance is that it doesn't matter, but the average person does care about taxes, and definitely the average business.
Brother, can I just correct one thing? I wasn't saying it was the only way,
yes.
And it doesn't have to be full like nuclear collapse. It's like just pain. And so when that feeds into your second thing. When you said, we've had some inflation, I just don't think the amount of inflation we have is all that painful. Sustained like average of 5% inflation for 3 years or somewhere below double digits. It's just not the level that's for a temporary thing that's going to push people to say, oh my God, this is it. Like, the money's broken. It's just not, right? We need it to be higher than that. Okay. And I do think.
Fair enough. But wait, sorry, quick question on that point though. Where if they haven't fled with the amount that we've had to Bitcoin, what would be your take on say that inflation does come? What's going to cause them to flee to Bitcoin rather than real estate, rather than stocks or whatever it is that's also probably going to be going up?
I don't think you can point to one thing and say, this entire 80% cohort who, are skeptical about it would do it because of that. I think a large portion might, a much greater portion. And I think
oh my God.
The type, just a second, the type of inflation you would need to get more people potentially moving towards it, I think would be one where you visibly see the prices ratchet up in your local store, like the next day after you'd seen them do it before, or something really striking where you're like, holy shit, like, what is happening with this money? Who's doing this? And I'm not saying that would be everyone's running for the exits at that point, but I think a few more people would look into it. And then your last point about taxes, absolutely. I do think that's another thing that would help with adoption. I don't know to what degree, but I certainly don't spend Bitcoin too often because I don't want to fuck around with tax stuff. And I just sort of collect it and hodl it, and that's my usage of it. And I would spend it. I know I would if there was de minimis exemption or complete nullification of cap gains. I would use it more like that for sure.
Dude, are we just going to sit here and just accept the like absurdly intellectually lazy labeling of doomerism when talking about economic instability? Like there isn't thousands of years of human history empirically demonstrating that during times of peace and stability, people shift over to more trust credit-based systems of account and money, and that during unstable and less peaceful times, they shift back to harder physical fucking bearer money. Like this isn't shown over and over again through human history over thousands of years. Like that is not a doomerism or some fucking doomsday hype narrative. That is looking at the anthropological facts of the whole body of human history. Like that is what
I agree. It's not. This shouldn't be controversial. I mean, what I've said is played out many times. So I don't know why. I mean, it's not fun, and it's not what people probably want to hear. They want to hear their one fucking BIP or PR away from like everyone going, oh, huh, but that shit's not going to happen. It's they gotta feel some fucking pain, man.
So here's a question to you guys. In this day and age, do GPUs count as hard money? Because I'm stacking GPUs now.
Yes, they do. I think in the future you're going to be measuring sovereignty in terabytes of VRAM. Yeah.
And petaflops, yeah.
Somebody said recursive covenants and ZK proofs is the only reason I grabbed Mike. Verifier.
Oh, you didn't want to come back me up as being the only big blocker up here, you fucking asshole?
No, I've been listening to you retards go at it for like the past few hours. Like, you don't need my help.
Lucy, please don't tell me you fall for this fucking RBF bullshit.
Yeah, I heard you trying to get me up here. That's why I didn't come up here, bro. I'm not trying to take the fight.
Damn it.
RBF.
Like if we want to be super technical about it, you can RBF on BCH. Like you have to collude to the miner. It's how it fucking works.
It's not collusion, man. You just pay them more money.
To send a transaction on BCH, and I know that in the next 10 minutes it's going to be done, and I don't have to wait and check back.
I totally hear your point on UX. I agree with it. Again, I'm not trying to take that fight, but you know, if you want to get technical, RBF exists.
Yes,
it's not collusion though. You just pay them more fucking money. That's it.
Yeah, tongue in cheek, bro. We're fucking retarded up here. The fuck are you getting mad about?
Brian is on a third copy today.
Honestly, nobody's mad about anything.
I'm
our love language is arguing.
Spaces arguing with people, man, instead of being fucking retired on my donkey farm in Santorini.
You want to know how to become retired, Brian?
Selling my coins to the Jew banking cartel and fucking off from it forever. Well, that's why I'm mad.
You have about 50 years of holding Bitcoin until you can do that, I think. So you might want to invest into the shitcoins if you want to speed that process up a little bit.
Yeah, your kids will probably do that. You have a bit like the succession plan all set up. How are the coins going to migrate?
You better.
I don't think. I'm mad that Luke coin isn't going to have any value, so I'm not going to get an airdrop.
Yeah, are you guys? If we do PFPs on Luke Chain, let's just get a little poll here. Are you guys minting the PFPs that we put on Luke Chain? Like if they're dicks, let's see their dicks pictures, literal dick pictures on Luke Chain. Are you clicking the mint button with your Luke coin?
I mean, you should make like Catholic stuff, maybe like some Satanist stuff. I don't know.
I thought my idea was best. It's ontological fallacies, spelled PHALLUSES, and it's lovingly hand drawn penises holding BIP 110 slogans like one node equals one vote, like my node, my choice. It's gonna be great.
Free mint, by the way, free mint. So that way, that first 36-hour block is just nothing but dick pics.
I thought that might be the case too. Like the first few blocks will just be like that meme of the chick that gets all the Franks, Franks. What the fuck am I calling it? Hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs.
Jesus Christ, Franks.
There might be a race, man. There might be a race in the first fork block to try to mint the first JPEG on Luke Chain.
I mean, obviously there will be. It just depends on if one of us Ordinals dumbasses sets up a node and puts the fucking starting point to go. You know,
if he actually changes the proof of work, that chain is going to be swimming.
I started a BIP 110 node. on my computer seated from my core node. It took 15 minutes. You can have your agent do it very quickly.
Yeah, but then we got to do all the other work for the websites and shit. Like, none of us want to do that. We need LIFO to do it.
Can't your websites
Get ChatGPT to do it for you, man.
Websites just connect to whatever node you want it to?
Yeah,
Yeah, but like none of the actual ordinal devs want to like put in the work for something that's absolutely retarded and gonna fail, kind of thing. Like, because why? Like, we're gonna inscribe things for like one block, and they'll make a tiny bit of cash, and then never again. Like, I don't know.
It's not about making
sticks in
money.
the muds.
I mean, no one's gonna make money off of this thing.
Tell them that, dude. Tell them.
Yeah, man, I thought you would have done it for the love of the game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm too lazy. I'm playing Power World right now.
I agree.
Hey, guys,
Who
like,
cares
I'm not
about
a
the game,
dev.
man? The world's about to end, isn't it?
True.
Well, if you want Bitcoin to be widely adopted very quickly, it would.
True. Feather
But I mean,
did ask
actually,
that
what
question
I'd have
that
to do.
you did manage to tactically slip out of, which I find is often the case. It just pivots back to your main point of doomerism. Yeah, like he was asking what other avenue is there, and like isn't the other
There are
really
other
obvious?
avenues. Yeah, there's other avenues. I mean, there's like, you could actually convince the United States could just preemptively say, hey, before we have any pain start, let's rebase onto M0, onto a different money. Or lots of other smaller countries could adopt, like El Salvador. Maybe they show a really good blueprint and it becomes more pervasive. And there's like this Latin American revival.
Yeah, but see, I got this
like
cousin Cheryl, right? And she's
What?
she's 22. Her name's Cheryl.
Okay.
Cheryl, I mean. And she's 22, right?
Just don't call her Shirley.
No, never. Always, you know, I sometimes I call her Cheryl, but she doesn't like it. So she wants to get onboarded, right? But the problem is, like, I've tried as hard as I can. I even tried giving her corn. She wouldn't take it. She was like, "No, I just can't. It's just too fucking painful to use. I have to wait 10 to 48 minutes to
No one says that.
send
This
a
is
transaction.
This has never happened.
It's expensive. Yeah, she did. That's
This has never
exactly what
happened.
she told me, bro.
Guarantee you it hasn't
And then
happened.
you know what she did? She went on Solana and she's like, "Look, the Phantom wallet.
I
gave
believe
them a
that she
credit
might have
card.
gone to a salon. I just don't think she
Sub-second
went to salon.
transactions. It's like fun to use.
But Daniel,
like,
what's the
I don't know. It
evidence for
seems
this? Like, do you have actual data? Because like I spent 10 years trying to onboard everyone I know.
Yeah, dude,
right?
I walk
And all
around
those
this thing we call reality on a daily basis, and then you talk to normal people, and that's not what works.
These guys' reality. These guys are just terminally online, dude. They're just online 24/7.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, go to your local bar and just talk to a bunch of retards. That's how I do it. You know, well, I don't go to a local bar anymore.
That's why you get halfway through the conversation. You need ways
restaurants,
to educate people. You need
whatever.
You need a family member that comes back every 3 weeks for a year until they finally get it. You're not gonna educate anybody.
It's been 15 years, bro. I'm like the chick in fucking Titanic. He's like 83 long years. Like, I've done all this stuff.
Well, you gave up, and
the reality is they need to.
Daniel, you let
No,
him
the
drown.
reality exactly. It all goes back to this guy. I'm gonna let him slip off the raft. That's it.
Yeah,
they need to slip off the raft.
Let him die, bro. You let Earl die.
You know what? Hey, survival of the fittest, my friend.
Speaking,
yeah,
you need to save
or your
Hunk.
competition is narrowing down who the fittest is right now. Take a look at what chains people are using.
Yeah, I get it.
Hey man, you want me to go get Cheryl? I'll get Cheryl on here.
Piece of shit ever.
Get Cheryl on here. Have her tell me about how it was too many minutes to RBF or whatever.
Dude, when people say like, look at what chains people are using. In reality, what they're doing is saying, look at what fucking hype degen, like transitory gambling shit people are doing on this chain right now. That's going to burn itself out soon. Like it always fucking does.
Dude, until people are willing to just admit that nobody's using any of this shit, including Bitcoin, we're just going to be going around in circles forever. No, they're not. Nobody's using any of this stuff.
Oh my god, dude, did you see where fucking people are gambling on fart token now, bro? Fart chains fucking through the roof, bro. Fees are skyrocketing and everything.
Oh my god, look at the real
dude, guys, this is literally just the reality, factual what's happening, okay? Nobody's using any of this shit. The only one that's being used sort of somewhat is Bitcoin. That's literally it. And it's only sort of somewhat.
Mempool's at 0, by guy.
No one's using it. You could argue like
mempool 0.
Stable coin use on other chains is like very legitimate.
Yeah, the stable coin use case is like the only real thing. Yeah, that's the only other real thing.
That's interesting. Are you telling me that there's a tangible reason that people might use other blockchains? Wow.
Oh yeah, no.
And now,
Listen.
DJ, would you like me to explain to you the thesis developed
Tether
over
and
a decade
USDC.
ago why
But here's the
blockchain doesn't
here's
matter in
the
that
thing.
world? Because all they care about is the lowest fee.
Tether, USDT, whatever, could be running on fucking Microsoft Excel spreadsheet and people would still be using it. They want to use the dollar. They don't give a shit about Ethereum.
Bitcoin competitive with something like
they don't care about ETH. They don't care about Sol. They want the dollar.
That's my whole point. Is that if I can't send a transaction competitively on Bitcoin with something that is a name of the week shitcoin chain like Solana, which should not exist, but the only reason it does exist is because we're too fucking retarded to accept the fact that Bitcoin needs to be faster and better.
That is such a cope. So you genuinely think that you genuinely think that no shitcoins. Okay, so you guys genuinely believe that shitcoins would not exist if Bitcoin was the thing.
Bitcoin instead. And they wouldn't.
So you don't think Vitalik started Ethereum to just fucking create tokens out of thin air and make money for himself?
Bitcoin, dumbass. What do you mean? They kicked him out. Core told him to go fuck himself.
Nobody kicked him out. Nobody kicked him out. Yeah, they didn't want to change it. They didn't want to change policy for him back then.
They didn't want to change policy. They did not want to do it. You are correct.
Yeah, that's it. They didn't have to do it. Why did Casey do Ordinals then? They didn't want to change policy for him.
Ordinals probably because he's a Fed and he's trying to go a co-opting situation.
Why didn't Vitalik do the exact same thing? He could have done the exact same thing. He could have just fucking bypassed core policy and done it anyway.
Can you imagine being a Fed and being tasked with having to fucking be the like czar of monkey JPEGs? I mean that right there.
I mean,
that'd be the most thankless fucking job. I'd be like, my friend gets assigned to like some dope ass DEA. Like I'm gonna do some busts and some things. Not that I'm a libertarian. I think all the drugs should be legal. But like some cool shit. We're riding around with like vests and stuff. And they're like, bro, you're on the monkey JPEG beat.
Dude, it's this simple. There are fucking like 3 legitimate uses that actually have any fit in this space. Some sort of store of value, transactional use for things you can't do with the legacy system, and completely pointless, hyper-leveraged, degenerate gambling that is totally unsustainable and burns itself out every single fucking time.
They've spent millions
now,
on
hold on.
They've
now,
spent
there's a fourth,
it's
Bitcoin
puppet.
I'm not
no, there's
fucking
a fourth
done.
and it's Bitcoin puppet.
I'm not even
It's Bitcoin puppet.
We paid a lot of fucking done. Shut the fuck up.
Is that not all velocity though?
Shut the fuck up.
Just explaining velocity, Shinobi.
Bitcoin has unquestionably won that store of value in this ecosystem. End of story.
Yeah, the last block
degenerate gambling. I don't give a shit about degenerate gambling.
Could not be more sad.
Who gives a fuck about?
No one is using your chain.
Shut
Nobody.
the fuck
you shut up.
up.
You need the degenerate gambling to happen on
Shut
Bitcoin. That's
the fuck
Scream all you want. I don't care. Aneurysm your brain out. Doesn't matter to me. Look, you can have.
That's
all
what
that.
zero
Shut
users
the fuck
does
up,
to the
you
human brain.
fucking peanut brain little fucking retard. I don't give a fuck about unsustainable degenerate gamblers that provide no regular or predictable revenue or security or like anything whatsoever. Shut the fuck up, you degenerate pig. You are a fucking gambling retard. You are a fucking dumb piece of shit who is gambling on JPEGs. You are fucking gambling on pictures on people's hard drives. You are a fucking moron. Stable coins are starting to eat transactional use. You know what is going to happen? That is dead. Because they are not going to be allowed to be used in any type of questionable circumstance in the long term, any type of illegal use in the long term. All of that is getting cracked the fuck down on. And when that happens, do you know the only viable decentralized option, alternative left at that point? It's Bitcoin.
Monero.
And he's right, Monero. Monero is correct.
Yeah, Monero. That's the answer to it.
Monero takes like 1% of a Google data center to fucking 51% attack. Get real.
But also, Shinobi, what if people don't
get Monero fucking is anything?
Nobody's gonna do it, man.
You are a fucking clown. if you think Monero will go anywhere. Oh, it's on the darknet markets, an irrelevant less than 1% fucking rounding error in all the global
That's
black
literally
markets.
how Bitcoin started. What
That
the
doesn't
fuck?
fucking matter. Yes, and I've said the
It's
same
closer to what
fucking
Bitcoin
thing
was supposed to be
the
than
entire
Bitcoin is right
time.
now.
Darknet markets are a joke. They are an irrelevant sideshow that proved a fucking concept and are an insignificant drop in the fucking bucket in terms of dollar value of black market
There's more
activity on
transactions
this
there than there
planet.
was in your mempool today.
Yeah, but it proves that I mean, you could argue that the only other cryptocurrency that's actually demonstrated real world use case is Monero.
There is no such thing as a money
There's
just for black markets. It does not
things.
exist. It is a fallacious concept.
There's three things
You
in this
have
entire
money
space.
and you have barter.
There is three things in this entire space that have demonstrably proved that they have sticking power. That is darknet markets, store of value, and a rail for dollars. That's it. Everything else is fucking and I guess degenerate gambling.
Darknet markets are
you guys are obviously
irrelevant
missing the fourth
joke.
use case,
Gambling.
which is Bitcoin Puppet.
They are an irrelevant fucking joke run on a fucking onion routed network that the NSA can crack like that. It's timing analysis. The whole thing is a fucking joke that serves 0.0001% of the global black market. It means nothing.
Are you against
It is a
He's a fucking
lark.
communist, dude. He's a fucking communist.
Anyways, you need it to add to Bitcoin's velocity. That's
He's
the entire
talking about
point.
Tor. You're on ClearNet,
You guys
my
keep
guy.
forcing people off to other chains, calling them shitcoiners, and you keep taking away the velocity.
Nobody's forcing. Okay, hold on, DJ. Who's forcing who off? Are we saying get off of our chain? Get off my lawn! What are you fucking monkeys doing on my chain?
Look, the big block situation, we could have.
That's literally the fucking stupid nuts guys. That's not us, man.
Dirty, just like you faggots in the big blocks and done an extension block, and we would be the champions now. How would you feel, right? It's not. It's
go ahead. Why didn't you do it then, dumbass? Why didn't you do it?
I don't know, because you guys are the scumbags and we aren't. I guess. I don't
like.
know.
Why even go there?
Point is this. Look, the point is we don't have to split up all the time. You guys are the ones that tell everyone to go fuck off and shit. All we want to do is add to the utility and velocity.
Who the fuck is you guys? You keep saying you guys. Dude, you're in the wrong room. You want to go argue with Knots people? Go argue with Knots people. I don't give a shit about your monkey JPEG. Keep fucking putting the monkey JPEGs for all I care. I don't give a shit.
I'm here to fight people, Kalesti, not cry. I'm here to show everyone that Brian Trolls is a retard. You know, that's it.
Everyone already knows that Brian Trolls is a retard.
Sure
You're not fucking informing anybody about anything.
Well, I'm helping. I hope. I don't know. I'm bored.
No, dude, but if we push everyone away from Bitcoin, this guy pushes everyone away from Bitcoin Cash.
By denying, by glossing over Bitcoin Puppet's valid use case, you are homophobic.
Yeah, the Bitcoin
Cash
homophobic implies that I am scared.
Yo, get out of here! I almost took you seriously for a second.
Be nice to Kalesti. He showed up after the block size wars, and he's a very good, nice guy. Okay, but he's
everyone on the stage
kind of young in the experience sector, you know.
I don't care. I'm never fucking.
It's okay, Khaleesi. You have Dejan's blessing now.
Yeah, Khaleesi's a good dude. He's a good dude. It's okay that he wasn't there to experience the situation and know it firsthand, right? Like that's not his fault.
Khaleesi, you need to get introduced by better people than Degen.
No, I am the best. I'm the one that beat up Amari in the Discord while getting my life threatened, okay? Or in the Telegram. I don't want to hear it from you, new fags.
You are a degenerate LARP. You are acting like fucking arguments in an internet server are like epic lore or something.
Dude, your analogies and your takes suck. And why do they come out so patronizing? Can't you talk normal?
He's a patronizing guy. That's all he does. He patronizes. His glare is patronizing.
Dude, the main standard setting is fucking mansplain.
Is patronizing.
Mansplain is the main setting.
He has a fucking patronizing PFP. He has an honorary and he hates.
During the battle of the gay monkey JPEGs versus the gay cat JPEGs, right. I stood up in the main channel and beat.
They will remember my name.
It's a community showdown, bro.
Yeah, that's the most
Brover wanted to
JPEG you can
big
wear.
Block ally. What are we actually fighting about?
We started out talking about Luke changing proof of work, and then we just like rabbit hole down.
We're bored.
Into, like,
is the answer. We're bored, and
that's cool,
people are bored of arguing about Bitcoin 10. We don't really know. We don't really know, honestly.
We're just going with the flow, man. And first scene policy, and they all bullied me for like 30 minutes about first scene policy. And then
welcome to me literally 3 years ago.
Yeah,
dude.
I've been doing this. I've been doing this for almost 10 years now.
How did we bully you about it? I asked you to explain how the fuck that would solve the problem.
Fucking question answered without yelling at me. That's bullying.
Go ahead. Okay, you wanted round 2. go ahead and answer it. How would that work?
Explaining to Khaleesi what we were talking about if he wants to pick a new.
I told you I'm not taking that fight.
I'm not you,
Mr.
Khaleesi,
Daniel over there, he wanted to talk about ZK verifiers.
Let's talk about ZK verifiers. Dave loves this shit.
That's something that we're actually
Dave
doing.
is
Let's get into the fucking present
guy.
instead of 10 years in the fucking past, guys. Like the fuck. Verifier.cash. We have native ZK on Bcash at this point. Catch up.
Do you have useful POW?
Do we have useful POW? We have it's fucking SHA-256.
But what's the nonsense grinding?
What's the nonce, bro? It's like an integer.
Why though? Why, Khaleesi?
Why?
Is there hash
because
rate
mining.
happening?
Because hash rate,
but
bro.
Why?
Because read the fucking white paper, dude.
I can't read. Sorry.
Does it make you sad, Khaleesi, that in due time there will be probably a ZK verifier added to Bitcoin, and then we will probably, I will know.
It does not make me sad. I wish you well and Godspeed. I was just actually talking to Robin Linus about this yesterday.
No, I'm not trying to be disparaging. This is a genuine question.
How much you want to bet we
No, and that's my genuine answer. No, it does not make me sad. Like please do that. And if it turns out like it's just free market competition, right? If there comes a world where Bitcoin has like actually realizes the self-custody dream and has all of the features and customization and programmability that we want out of this chain on my side of the fence, then yeah, fucking hell yeah, let's do it. Because at the end of the day, network effect really fucking trumps a lot of things.
Why? I think, Brian, I think there is a path to getting a ZK verifier. I think there is.
Also my personal opinion is that it's not going to happen, and that all roads lead to Bcash. But that's just a different argument.
We'll get it, but it'll be a blockchain sidechain product that they try to sell, investors on again and again and again. You'll get it though. Don't worry. It'll just be not what you want. It'll be like, here's the thing, but I took a bite out of your sandwich. Sorry, That's Bitcoin.
I mean, I think this whole past year of drama with Opportune, BIP 110, the fact that CTV still hasn't shipped, the fact that you can't even fucking concatenate fucking 2 stack elements or multiply 2 fucking numbers after all these years, it does not speak well to being able to do a ZK verifier.
I mean, given that it's not just adding and concatenating 2 elements on the stack, it's contextually.
So I'm just going to reiterate, we have a valid consensus native ZK verifier on chain right the fuck now on Bcash. Catch up.
Yeah, and I said watch Bitcoin not get one and watch it not matter.
The thing is they only want the number to go up. They don't care about any of the rest of this stuff.
Maybe it's block space is valuable and the ultimate use is like the single source of truth for the entire world to roll up to is putting a verifier into Bitcoin.
Fucking block space is valuable. Who the fuck said that?
Infinite block space is valuable. Okay, it's a miss. Just go with it. Just go with it. It's fine. Infinite digital block space has scarcity, guys. Okay, just don't worry.
Maybe it's the fact that we've looked around at all these other systems all across the different ecosystem that have made all kinds of different trade-offs when it comes to different degrees of complexity or introspection, and almost every single one of them that did so has created a shit show of complex incentive issues that are not currently present on Bitcoin.
So can you give me the explanation for succinct, the research you've done on that and why it doesn't fit into the wheelhouse of a prover inside of Bitcoin? Just go through that one for me.
Because that opens up the ability to just create open-ended fucking UTXOs, which function like account contracts on state or chains like ETH. It creates something that anybody can interact with. It's not gated by something like a key, and therefore you are automatically giving miners first fucking preferential access to whatever that contract is, whatever they can benefit from in terms of ordering it differently with other contracts, and you are opening up the type of very complex MEV incentive issues that exist on other chains that do not currently exist on Bitcoin anywhere near that degree, because that degree of complexity in Bitcoin does not exist.
How does this conversation still going?
Completely did not address my question at all in any way. Does not have the slightest fucking clue what a prover is. All right. Noted.
He's a Bitcoin
Awesome,
dev.
dude.
Okay,
You guys
relax.
just haven't done the research. That's all.
What's a noted, dude? There's no research. Just do what you got to do, man. Create your shitcoin and compete against Bitcoin. Like,
Hey,
what
I'm
are
not
you
the one
arguing
standing up
about?
there saying we did all the research. We looked at every chain.
All
We
right,
figured out
so
it's all a waste of
like,
time. Okay.
so
Well,
I
you can't even
respect the
tell me
guys.
how or why.
I respect the guys that create their shitcoin and compete against Bitcoin and call it a day. You're just bitching about something. Like, why are you bitching? Just do it.
I don't respect the guys that say we've seen it all, we know better, because they haven't
All right,
seen
that's
it all.
fine.
And they
That's
don't
okay. You don't have to respect them. You don't have to respect them. You don't have to care about them. You could just
Excuse me, dude.
do
You
what you got to
are
do.
literally basing your entire argument essentially on "I've seen it all. I know better."
That's
no,
fine.
That's what I'm saying. You said. No, I'm saying you said that. You didn't even
No,
understand
but
that
you are actually
That was what you were
arguing
saying.
from that position. That's what you are
No, I'm
doing.
arguing from the position that you're full of shit. You haven't seen it all. You probably don't know what any of
We're
these
full
things
of
are.
shit. Okay, that's fine. We're full of shit. Like, go play with your shitcoin. Like, what are you arguing about? Is someone preventing you from doing what you want to do?
Well, I think
Yeah,
They don't have any Bitcoin
they
cash
are.
spaces.
Bitcoin, you kind of shut down conversation about
How?
Bitcoin.
How are they preventing you from doing what you want to do?
Guys
Who's
always come at
preventing
it
you?
with like the middle
Most
of
of the time,
discussion. You
they
guys are
have
going to be
really
like,
loud
shut
mics.
down this talk right now and go away and use a
No. I mean, but no.
Exactly.
Shilling
exactly
bitcoins is
That's what
different. I mean,
chases
I don't like
people
to have.
away
I
from
don't like people
Bitcoin.
shilling
It
bitcoins
makes it
in
look
my
like
space.
dead tech.
Have you create your own space, shill any shitcoin you want to show.
We do.
So what's the problem? So what? You have your own space. You have the shitcoins. Like, what are you worried about?
About the conversation has to diverge back into Bitcoin eventually.
Yeah.
Why?
Why not? Why not?
What
Why
I'm worried
not?
about is
Why
this
not?
Well, the thing
anti-progressive
is,
status that you guys all have
you
in your
could fork
spaces, and
Bitcoin.
I'm just not with it anymore, and I'm going to call it out.
You don't have to be with it. You don't have to. You could create.
Well,
You could
now I'm
create your
gonna
own shitcoin.
and I'm gonna call it out.
Decide what we discuss.
What's your problem?
It's straight ass, bro.
What's your problem with
So
you
guys
guys want to
aren't the
improve
gatekeepers.
Bitcoin?
calling what? I don't even know what you're calling out. What are you calling out? You're calling
You
out
guys
Bitcoin to
always shut
shitcoin?
down this conversation in the middle of discussion and say, "Go use another chain. This is dumb."
Yeah,
Like,
that's
stop
what I'm
saying
calling
that.
out.
Like,
That's
You
literally
are
the
using
argument that
another
I
chain.
made.
Yeah, you should. You can use it, but yeah, you should use another chain.
it's a dumbass argument.
I want to use it on
We're
your
not, I'm not
chain.
It's
arguing
not.
anything.
But we
No one's
want to do it
If
on
arguing
you
your
don't
anything.
chain.
like what somebody's doing, go
I
do
can shut
something
down.
else.
I
Yeah,
can
like,
shut
we're
down the
not
same
arguing.
argument about Bitcoin. I can say Bitcoin is centralized. Shut up. It's dead.
All right, that's fine. You could say that. You could say that. Then you could kick me out of your
Dumb.
room,
Why
and
would
then
I
you could.
say it out loud? It's stupid.
Well, we're all dumb. Well,
Saying this shit.
unfortunately for you, you're surrounded by dumb people, and you just got to deal with it.
Well, dumb people shouldn't say stuff like we've researched every
guess what?
technology. and it's
Dumb
not fit
people are
for this
saying it.
chain.
What are you going to do
No,
about
you
it? I mean, they're
haven't.
saying it,
You
right?
don't know shit from shit.
They cry. That's
But the dumb people they are saying it. Like, it is
Dumb
being
people are
said.
going to keep saying it out loud until we all point and laugh at
You
them.
don't know
And think they're
shit
going
from
to go.
shit. Shit is shit. So how the fuck is shit different from
point and
shit?
laugh.
It's
I'm
not
not
a
telling
discussion.
you to
You guys
stop
all
pointing
sound
and
like a
laugh.
bunch of fucking retards talking about that Trump's the best man on the planet to be president for 10 years.
No,
Shut up.
Trump's a fucking retard. You
Thank
dumb
you.
fuck.
He's one of
Is
us.
that worth discussing at one point in history? It probably was, right? So it's probably worth
I
discussing
don't know what you're talking about. Why we're going from shitcoin to Trump?
go
Are we
hand in
going?
hand because you have to have the shitcoin
I love
to do the
Are we
mental
changing? Are we
illness.
changing? Are we
But
moving?
it just makes up.
Are we moving?
No one's turning
We're changing
around
the
to
subject.
ask him, yo, Hodel, what's your stance in all this, and what's your issue with all of our
I
opinions?
have no issue. You give me an airdrop, a valuable airdrop, I'm a happy man. I have no issues.
So you opened the space today to ask for an airdrop? I thought you guys were
I
rich.
didn't open a space.
Wicked opens a space every fucking day, DJen. You fucking kidding me?
What do you mean open a space?
Bitcoin
First
and
of all,
chill is like
Wicked
daily.
opened the space. That was Wicked that did that. It wasn't me.
At least know who's talking.
So why'd you pull up? What did you want to talk about today?
Me? I'm not talking. I wasn't talking to you at all.
What are you
Usually we're talking. We've been talking about BIP 110, and for some reason now we're talking about Ordinals, which is okay, I guess. Like, it's fine.
You guys want
we have a conversation about it.
to beat up BIP 110 again? What's
land? Like,
I think we need to refocus. You guys are literally arguing about nothing at this point.
I just don't think he has a point. He keeps asking everyone
This
else.
is
what
like
their
the
point is.
Seinfeld of spaces.
No, this whole conversation. There is no point to this conversation. That's the point that I'm trying to make. There is no point.
Progress. He sucks the way it is. That's the point.
There's literally zero point to this entire conversation.
There's 0 points to hearing you talk
to
ever,
progress.
Huddle, but that doesn't matter.
Get
we
with
hear
it.
listen to your dumbass say words every day.
You're saying that Bitcoin sucks. I said okay. You say that I'm saying
Anyone
it's
else
good. I
just
say okay.
imagining like a little
I'm agreeing with everything you're
cartoon
saying, and
monkey
you
the
still want to
size of
fight.
a cat just jumping up and down on a desk, like really mad.
Good. That's the point. I want you to visualize me like that. So when I stick my cock down your throat, it's even more embarrassing.
It's like all the.
I want to circle back to Shinobi dismissing Bitcoin puppets as an invalid use case. I think that makes him homophobic.
But they have have a right to be retarded.
Yes,
Why?
they do.
Why is it retarded? Why is it retarded to you? But like, just go into it. What's the reason?
It's retarded. You are paying money for a collection of pixels that costs you $0 to reconstitute anytime you so desire.
You know, millions of dollars of digital art gets transacted usually through a USB drive. In this case, they're doing it on Bitcoin blockchain. What's the issue exactly? Help me understand.
They're just retarded. Like, it's just completely retarded.
Well, I mean, I think we're all in agreement on that. I'm in agreement with you that they're retarded. Like, yes, yeah.
Right, so art buyers are retarded. He's uncultured. I don't know what, like, I guess that's the end of the conversation then.
I have plenty of art, physical art that I can hold.
Art is the only real art, you know?
Like, not like your Bitcoin. You mean like physical cash that you can hold? Like, once it becomes digital.
I just think your wizard, your honorary wizard is more retarded.
Dude, I got this for free. I
believe in digital currencies, but not digital art.
Trolling my way into getting this for free just to piss off the filter retards and to have it to be able to turn around and piss off the JPEG retards too. I'm just fucking killing it.
That's a crazy way to admitting to sucking Udi's cock for a year. But
I think it's hilarious that bro says
I didn't go through Udi, dude. I twisted fucking Lindell and Eric.
It sounds like Udi might like you a little more than you admit, but go off. It's fine. You earned it. You earned it. Don't worry. I flew down to Miami with you guys, so I didn't get shit. So clearly you sucked them off better than I did, you know?
I just went to Eric after a while and was like, you have to do it now because they just keep calling me a fucking spammer, right? He's like, yeah, I know.
Scammer. We know. You work at Bitcoin Magazine. You're basically a scammer. And what's the difference? If we're scammers, so are you. You have a business, you make money, you're a scammer. Sorry. You have a job? Scammer.
On the subject of scamming, and I would like to bring up the fact I think I touched a nerve yesterday calling out that like the whole BIP 110 thing in a large part to me seems to be a marketing funnel to like start 9, buying a node, Matthew Crater's fucking $790 a year Bitcoin University, everybody's personal grifts, and then they call us fucking scammers.
We're not scamming you. Just pay $800 for my book, and I'll tell you why.
Well, you know, there's the third option. What if you're all scammers? You don't have to choose.
Guys,
look, your scam involves the entire world ending. So
I can't be a scammer because I never asked people to give me money.
Yes, you did. You had a job and you had a boss, and you asked him to give you money. So you're a scammer.
I don't ask anyone else to.
That's not scamming.
You get a paycheck from Bitcoin Magazine and have a relationship with them, so you're a scammer.
Beg people for money.
And you beg them for money, so you're also, big scammer.
Yeah, they were huge on Ordinals, bro. Yo, thank you for your service. I love all those Bitcoin Magazine articles about Bitcoin Ordinals.
I stand by the vast majority of all the coverage that we did. It is as retarded as it is. It is a legitimate thing that people did on Bitcoin. The people doing it were Bitcoiners. We are a Bitcoin news company. It is absolutely retarded to pretend that the media should just ignore things that are happening because some retards are mad
about what they were saying about Ordinals. I think you're the odd man out at your company.
I mean, it's crazy hearing this take from Shinobi, even though I know we're scammers and retarded, because he's the one that's always defending us. Like, is that something? Or is there's something going on here? I'm just confused.
Yeah.
Like, are we scammers and you like us? Or
you have a right to be fucking retarded with your own money. As retarded as you want.
Bitcoin,
it's
right?
your fucking money.
Okay. I like this. This is a step forward for us today, Shinobi. Look, so if that's the case, and I'm allowed to be a shitcoiner retard, all I want, and as long as it doesn't hurt you or harm you, and libertarian this, libertarian that, why am I always a shitcoiner and a scammer if all I'm doing is like voluntarily trading in a peer-to-peer fashion with other volunteers?
Yeah, this is fucking hilarious.
You're not a scammer. You're just a retard.
Okay, so here's what your magazine printed. Here's the title: A Bitcoin Maximalist Ode to Ordinals. Okay, and they're going through the monkey JPEG collection. Do you guys remember this?
Because, hey, guess what? There are Bitcoiners. There are hardcore Bitcoiners who like these fucking retarded
Who do you represent?
Things. Like, they are Bitcoiners who like this stupid shit being done on Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have a feeling that you're kind of an op. You know, you're kind of like Udi and Casey, where you guys are like playing both sides just to kind of like.
No, dude, I work at a fucking media company, and the job of a fucking media company is to just passionately show what the fuck is going on, to platform all rational sides of an issue and to give people facts in the most context that they have
Listen,
to fucking
I
make a
think there was
decision
some
about it.
creative liberties taken here to show ordinals in a very positive light in the article of Bitcoin Maximalists ode to ordinals. I don't know. Have you read that article?
I just want to know, Shinobi,
No,
how
I did
do
not.
you have both?
It wasn't
like,
a headline.
It's like a duality of being Shinobi. On one hand, he knows we're allowed to be here, but on the other hand, he shakes his fist at the AR every day because we're here. Like, do you?
Well, that's
fine.
fucking
It's fun. It's fun to piss him off though, and then to hear him shake his fist.
Shout
It's
out
great.
Dashjr Corson, man. That is our Bitcoin ordinal guy. Man, maybe we should inscribe a picture of him on chain.
Wicked, can we get Leo's dumbass up here to make fun of his dog mode? Because I have to tear Leo a new asshole.
Dude, Leo, that is the gayest fucking shit I've
I
ever
agree,
seen.
Shinobi. Me and Shinobi want to bully Leo right now over this dog mode shit. And also, hot take, Leo's never dropping dog mode, actually. It's all LARP marketing, and I think we shouldn't be allowed to do LARP marketing. I think if you're going to say something that has to do with dropping software and you don't drop software, we hang you in the streets of Twitter. That's what I think.
Wait, hold on. I made it up before.
That's not wrong. Leonidas, Wicked, wrong. Leonidas.
Oh,
yo,
yeah.
Leo, I'm so glad you're here.
Who is this?
Hell yeah, brother.
That's fake Leonidas with a mustache.
I don't know. I like him better with a mustache.
It is a nice mustache. I'll give him that. But the other Leonidas is in the audience somewhere.
Fooled us with his JPEG.
Okay, the other Leonidas that's in that audience, he's airdropped us more than all of you guys on stage right now. Literally every single person here that's on stage right now has done less for us monetarily than Leonidas.
Who gives a shit? Not us.
Okay,
oh,
okay,
you didn't.
Dave,
wait a minute. After your stint at Bitcoin Magazine, you didn't have at least 3 or you.
I
don't
have a
fucking believe this
one-of-one
guy.
custom
I
tattoo
don't
wizard.
believe this guy. He's
I
lying.
got it for free.
Is that even on chain?
Yeah, you were part of the
prove that's
ode
on
to the
chain?
maximalist. Come on.
Just kidding. Okay, really though, I really want to bully Leo about this. Well, like I'm not going to get another chance to not have him mute me endlessly to defend himself. So I think this would be the only place where he doesn't do that is like on someone else's space. And like
Hey, Wicked, you can bring him up here if he's a co-host.
Yeah, there you go. Give him. Oh fuck! Don't say that. Fuck you, Shinobi.
He won't come up unless he can.
There we go. We got him. We got him. He's up. He's up. We got him.
He'll come up.
He's already here.
This is like
should make him a co-host with you.
Leo, I got a big problem with this shit, Leo. We sat here for weeks discussing with you serious takes about full nodes for Ordi and things like this, and you turn it into some dog shit, literally dog shit, fucking marketing gimmick that you're never gonna commit on. Why? You ruin the idea. You completely undermine the idea of ordinals having a full node by doing it this way. You're fucking it up completely. And I mean that.
Not even a doggy bag?
This is so dumb.
You Wicked, you think it's okay that he's gonna LARP about dropping a full node and never do it?
No one cares.
I mean, so is Samson Mao and.
Well, Samson Mao's a scammer, so that makes sense.
Who said it's not gonna happen?
I think it's not gonna happen.
I say kick him. He's farming the stage. He's not even talking.
I'm waiting for Leo to prove otherwise, but as of today, it's a marketing campaign in my mind. And calling it dog, anything dog is just like bad. It's just bad, period. Just don't do that.
Need some people to become co's so that
give it to
invite
Leo.
more people up.
He won't speak unless he can mute me. I promise you.
No, me and Ant.
Make me co Wicked.
Yeah. Throw it over here.
Don't kick me. Don't you fucking kick me, Ant. I know it. I see it coming.
Oopsie.
Yo, Leonidas, where you at?
He's vegan, bro. He's a little intimidated. Just give him a second.
I think he's drugged or something.
No, he was crying, laughing. I don't know. Maybe kick him off and bring him back.
Oh, he just DM me. If you don't give him co-host, he's not going to speak. It's it's a silent strike.
Probably. Yeah. That's the kind of shit he does, bro.
Just give him co-host. What's the worst that can happen?
Give Shinobi and Leo co-host. What could go wrong, right? What could go wrong? Oh, he left. Yeah, I don't know. Wait for him to come back.
I think he's having issues.
He's having issues, yeah. But the point is this: like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it seriously. Let's not joke and troll and haha, Bitcoin full node lol. Like, that's gay, bro. Come on. That's gonna undermine the whole thing.
If somebody does release a Bitcoin client, I will gladly offer a review of the commits added to that to ensure that the chains won't split if it does get any adoption. So that's my.
Well, I know some devs that
Thank
have
you, Portland. We'll take you up on that offer.
Yep, you're welcome.
Hey, nice top hat, by the way. Very nice
Big
addition.
Bitcoin, baby.
Big Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Big Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You're
Leo,
wearing bigger
does your mic
hats.
work, Leo? You back? Hello, Leo?
All right, is this puppet done running his mouth yet? Wicked.
Yeah, go off, Queen.
If you need to find a little room on stage, the ugly puppet is a great option to kick.
Why is your puppet so angry?
Because you guys are all retarded. That's probably why. I don't know. I have to ask him.
No, the puppet is the retarded one.
And yet, here we are. It's crazy.
Guys, listen. Decentralized is just upset because like 2 weeks ago I was hosting a space and I invited him to be co-host, and he was very honored to to be the co-host of the #1 Ordinal show, the actual #1 Ordinal show, not the scam Ordinal show that they host every day. And then he said something that I didn't like very much because he was disrespectful.
Yeah, I said the word faggot.
He was disrespectful to one of my friends. He was disrespectful to one of my friends as the co-host. So what I did was I removed him from co-host and made that friend the co-host. And then he got butthurt and crashed out. And now he's been like,
I mean, that did happen, but I'm not mad about that. I'm mad about the full note thing, actually.
What other Ordinal show are you talking about?
Oh, the real #1 Ordinal show hosted by the real
Listen, hang on, Dave, listen. There's obviously one real Ordinal show. We've been hosting it for 3.5 years.
Oh, yeah, the one hosted by Eddie, right?
Hang on. That one with the mustache obviously is a scam grift Ordinal show. We're actually looking into IP law to figure out if there's any action we can take here because this is infringing on our IP. So
yeah, I heard
it is a nice mustache.
Yeah, He-Man and Skeletor is coming down hard on you, my guy.
For you, Leo.
Let's be careful about those IP searches.
Not only did we trademark the #1 Ordinal show, but we also put it on chain. Sorry, buddy.
I just saw He-Man is available on Prime now with Skeletor.
Okay, don't let Leo do this, guys. Leo, serious question. Don't fucking do this, okay? Why dog name? Why are you actually going to drop the code?
What? You think I was going to call it puppet mode?
No, but not something retarded would
puppet
be nice.
Mode? Are you kidding me?
Okay. Dog mode automatically makes everybody hate.
Dude, if it was puppet mode, it would have like no users is the problem.
Dog mode have no users.
You have to have an army. You have to have an army.
Leo, your Twitter bot army is not going to install a node. But
didn't the puppets didn't y'all's founder already rug you? Didn't y'all already get rugged?
Look, if we're talking client diversity, you need to represent the LGBTQ plus community, and that is Bitcoin puppets. All right.
All your users that you had sign up for Bitmart, they're getting rugged. You should worry about them.
Hey, we tell people all the time, not your keys, not your coins.
After you spent 2 years telling them to put their keys into a centralized exchange. That's after the fact. And then they went AFK, and now you're yelling into the void after the AFK.
Well, for the record, I never begged Bitmart. I was begging Binance. I was begging Binance. Bitmart just listed it without any begging.
You begged all the exchanges, so it doesn't matter. Okay, Leo, point in question. Answer the question. Are you dropping a full node or no? Or not? Or is it marketing?
Yeah, of course. Degen, obviously, bro.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Of course,
I'll give you credit for that. But I'm assuming up till now, I think you're marketing. I think you're.
Yeah, listen. A lot of people have historically not believed in the dog army and what we're able to do, and they faded us. And there's a lot of haters who have said, "Oh, you can't do this. You can't do this." Every single time we do the thing, and then you guys shut your mouth, and that's what happens. And that we're going to do the exact same thing here. So that's all that's happening.
Are me and J25 going to get any credit for handing this idea to you personally?
What you guys done so far?
He hasn't done anything. His
Wicked, hang on. Wicked, you want a history lesson? A quick history lesson?
Just name a few things you
did.
done.
Okay. So this would be January 2024. I tweeted out, hey, instead of having a bunch of like scammy Solana pre-sale people come to Bitcoin and launch meme coins on Runes, which is the fungible token standard of Bitcoin that was going to launch a few months later, I said, why don't we come together, create a volunteer organized initiative, no team allocation, CC0 license, fully open source, and we come up with this airdrop algorithm together, and we just airdrop ourselves 100% of the supply of a meme coin. And yeah, that was the start of the launch of the largest airdrop in Bitcoin's history. So we launched Runestone, a Bitcoin NFT collection, flipped the Bored Ape Yacht Club Ethereum NFT collection. 100% of the supply of dog was airdropped to those holders. We mined the largest block in Bitcoin's history. We made the largest transaction in Bitcoin's history. You know, every little step along the way where, Arctic Dev promises they're going to be an early rune number. Why doesn't Dog get to be an early rune number? So then everybody's flooding me for not being an early rune number. So you know what I say? I said, all right, I'm putting out a wallet address. Send your money here, and we will buy an early rune number. We'll try our best to get an early rune number, okay? And everybody now floods, Leonidas is sending out an address to send Bitcoin to. I knew it was all a scam, blah, 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 blah. And then it pivots to, there's no way he's connected enough to get a good rune number. Never could he get a good rune number. All right, 24 hours later, you know, Giga Chad Greg
I'm still
blocks
waiting for
us in
some
rune
sort of
number
achievement,
3
Leo. What's the
in the
achievement
third
here?
highest fee-paying Bitcoin transaction in the history of the Bitcoin network. Hundreds of thousands of stat per V-byte, by the way. Okay, so fast forward a little bit here. We said we're going to flip the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
I know.
We
I
flipped
don't
the Bored
understand
Ape
the
Yacht
flex
Club.
here, Leo, either.
We said we're going to be the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin. We're the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin. We said we're going to flip that Ordi crap. We flipped Ordi. We do it over and over and over
Leo,
again.
I know
These
you
We got a
guys,
centralized
these
exchange
guys,
listing.
Leo, I gotta help you.
Crack
I gotta
it.
help you. I know you think you're cooking right now, but you just gotta stop while you're ahead. Okay, you're not helping. You could have just said we raised
They
$5
said
million
we're not
and
going to get a
airdropped it.
tier 1 exchange
And, like,
listing. Kraken spot list, dog. Bang.
It doesn't.
This guy has been
These are not
yapping that
achievements,
kind of
Leo.
stuff for 3 years. Okay, every
Leo, these are
single
not
time.
achievements.
Every
I've
single
gone
time
into
these
Utopia
puppets.
with my shitcoin, guys.
Every
Like,
single time these puppets say this stuff, we come around and kick their ass. That's what
That's not
happens.
true.
So just
Your
wait.
shit is down
Just wait a few
95%.
weeks.
Puppets were free.
Wait a few
Puppets
weeks
are up
and see what happens.
60,000% still, and your shit is down 95%. Whose ass are you kicking?
So isn't y'all's pups going down 99.9%?
That's not our. That's a Farmer Joe's thing. That was puppets is puppets and only puppets.
I
There's
mean,
no puppets
that was the
token.
puppets
No,
coin,
it wasn't.
bro.
That was Farmer Joe's token. That was
We're
I
not
know.
actually
I
puppets.
saw a lot of puppets tweeting
outperforming
about it.
That is not. There was no
Dog.
such thing as a puppets token. The
Dog
first
is
thing you should learn about
outperforming
puppets is there is
MSTR
no
year to
puppets
date
token.
right now.
We have told everybody since day one there will never be a puppets
Maybe,
token. And that token is not a token.
Dejin, here's maybe a good idea. Instead of worrying a little bit less, maybe worry a little bit less about the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin, and maybe focus a little bit more. Maybe focus a little bit more on the puppets would be a good idea.
No. See, that's not my.
We're not even down
I just do
99%, bro.
things.
It's like
It's
80,
not my
85
project.
or something.
Well, again, you guys are down, and we're up still 60,000%. So you should get your.
All right, that's a
work on your shit,
ridiculous comparison. We're like, I'm only down 99.7. I'm only.
Look.
No, I mean,
shut up,
listen,
man.
it's just a fact. Dogs outperformed the meme coin market. Like, you can pick the top.
It's outperforming MSTR year to date.
Guys, listen.
Everything's outperforming
Dejin
MSTR.
is just
We
making
were
up
down
numbers.
99%.
This guy's just making up numbers. He has zero idea what he's talking about. You
all
can
true.
go
Your
pick,
numbers are wrong.
pick the popular Solana meme coins.
85% is different than
Go
90%.
look, pick any of the popular Solana meme coins. You will see pick
Solana's a
pick
scam.
Whiff. Go
Everything
look
on
at
this is a
Whiff.
scam.
Whiff, the #1 highest
Whiff's
market
a
cap
scam.
dog meme coin on Solana.
You're comparing
Since the
thing to a
top,
scam
dog
right
has
now.
significantly outperformed the #1 dog Solana meme coin.
That does not matter.
Well, I think it matters. I think it matters a lot, actually, that you're outperforming the meme coins on other blockchains. The whole
Those meme
thesis
coins
here is that
on
meme coins on
exchanges that have
Bitcoin
fake
are better.
volume. They don't matter. It's all fake data. I don't know why you're even comparing that data.
Yo, are you trying to go dog for dog, Dejin?
Low. Okay, look, Leo, all I'm saying is that you got to not fuck this up. If you're going to do some stupid node shit and you're going to make it all about the dog army and all about
So
pushing the
listen,
dog
Dejin,
price,
I got to be
it's not
honest
gonna
here.
help.
Here's what happened, okay? I knew this guy named Decentralized who had a great idea to do a Bitcoin client for Ordinals for a long time. And then I thought, maybe we do that, but we call it dog mode.
Fuck you.
And then we pump dog, and then we do it anyways.
J25's going to get up here and yell at you right now because he's claiming the idea for himself. We honestly, though, we've been talking about this for years, right? Like, and I just feel like, honestly, the branding sucks because you're going to put off a lot of people and it's going to turn into, they're all just shitcoiners, and that's going to be.
It doesn't matter if just the dog army is the one doing it.
Decentralized.
There's going to be plenty of people in the dog army that
They're
does
all
it.
just shitcoiners.
What are you talking about? There's no dog army.
Decentralized.
What are you talking about, bro?
Hold on, I got a question. What's the difference between the dog army and the puppets? What's the big difference?
One of them is significantly more profitable as an investment.
Yeah, the puppets, basically.
No, but that's just
the dog, by the way.
Crazy,
They
Leo.
got hundreds of thousands of dollars.
One of them, their founder rugged. One of them, their founder rugged the whole collection.
The founder did
The
not
other
rug.
one is the other one is the most valuable asset on the Bitcoin network after
Bitcoin. The founder did
Bitcoin.
not rug. The founder is you can contact him right now on Discord. He doesn't want to have a Twitter account because he's raising his kid and his
Yeah,
wife
that guys. I don't know about you,
And
but
what's
that
the
kind of
market
sounds
cap
like
of
a
pups
rug.
right now?
Okay, so if we're gonna go there, Leo, then I'm just gonna outright call you a scammer and be unironically serious about it because that's not cool. He's not. He didn't rug anybody. He's taking care of his fucking.
You guys see how I
mean, he's not here though.
You guys see how I pivoted the conversation?
Just because you're irrelevant,
Decentralized thinks it's fair game to attack the dog army, and then I don't get.
If you wanted
It's
to
not
talk to
fair
him on
game for me to
Discord, he
attack
was
the
right there on
Bitcoin
Discord
puppets
to talk
back.
to. But you're irrelevant. He doesn't even like you, so he would never talk to you. So that's
This is just like really
guys, I'm
fucking
so irrelevant. I
gay-ass
feel bad. I'm told I'm
drama
irrelevant.
I asked you a question. Why is it dog branding? Just get to the point. Stop fucking gaslighting everybody. Why not something serious?
Why is it called dog mode?
Branding or something.
drama.
Hang on, what's the question? Why is it called dog mode?
The question is, you are
hang on, decentralized. Hang on, slow down. I'll answer actual questions if you actually want to talk.
This is the actual question. Why are you undermining the entire point of doing the Ordinals full node just to pump your little shitcoin?
All right, so I completely reject the framing that this is like some idea that you had. Obviously, has nothing to do with you decentralized. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Outright lying. I can pull up comments.
Dog mode is a Bitcoin client.
I can't pull up a single comment by
the
you
dog
that
army
any
to allow you to do dog mode transactions. So I don't know what to tell you, man.
Well, I think you're selling yourself short and fucked it up for everybody. So thank you.
Well, we're 2 weeks into it.
Why is he messing it up for everybody?
Because everyone hates this dog army botted AI.
Only you hate the dog army. You're the one that hates dogs.
Cartoon instead of my gay cartoon.
That's a real dog. It's not a cartoon.
Why can't you just ignore? Why can't you just?
I didn't say anything. I said serious attempt, guys. Get your brains
do you not think my tweet was a serious attempt?
Not with the name dog mode on it.
Hang on. So
this
your only issue is that it's branded as the number one.
This guy's a cat person. He's a fucking cat person.
Yeah.
What if you named it
I
puppet
just
mode?
think an Ordinals implementation in general is fucking retarded and gay.
It's all retarded, but this is the
retarded.
Right,
you know what we need up here? We need Mr. Huddle up here because that's what we need in this conversation.
You're dumbass.
Yeah, I'm right here. Sort of, kind of.
Mr. Huddle, do you think dog mode's a good name for a Bitcoin client?
I think it's a good name for Ordinal stuff.
Do you like the name dog mode or puppet mode better?
I didn't say puppet mode. I
don't like puppet mode. I'd rather
you would go dog mode. Dog mode all the way. Everybody's dog mode. Everyone's dog mode. It's not even a question. There's a few of these guys that are puppet mode, but otherwise the vote was dog mode, and that's why we're going with dog mode.
I hate you guys so much sometimes.
I reiterate that you're homophobic for ignoring client diversity in the LGBTQ plus puppet community.
Dogs fits anybody, dude. Everyone loves dogs. I don't know why that's so hard to understand.
Except for everyone that looks at Ordinals and says, wow, look at this prime example of why Ordinals fucking suck and runes are dead in the water.
It's all dead in the water, but who cares? We can have some fun with it.
Yeah, we're trying to, but Leo's fucking it up for us.
Decentralized, didn't you beg me for years to do this, and now when I do it, you're
not
complaining
with the name
bit?
dog mode, pussy. Yeah, dog mode is the dumbest branding for anything ever. So you
okay, so hang on. You like the idea, but you don't like.
Yeah, it's my idea. Yes, it's my idea.
Okay.
Go on.
So you actually like dog mode.
Wait, your idea was what? To loosen relay policy?
My idea was that we need to have a fucking worthless full node implementation just because it be named Ord.
You know,
I think we're all in favor.
Like, so you're not really, you guys are doing just like you're doing a bit. You're going the Bitcoin knots route.
I'm self-aware.
What you should do is you should create your own implementation from scratch and not fork Bitcoin Core. You should just create your own.
Why would we do that, bro?
Not forked Core too.
Core's a great Bitcoin
that's what I mean. Like I can't really even call it. Like you guys are based on Bitcoin Core. You should make your own Bitcoin implementation. Like
why would we do that? What would be the point of that?
To basically get away from Bitcoin Core's nonsense. You don't have to rely on Bitcoin Core anymore.
Bitcoin Core is a great client implementation.
I don't think you're taking my takes and putting them in Leo's mouth right now. I don't think Leo cares about any of that.
Yeah, Mr. Huddle, I think you're up on competition for who loves core mode. I think Leonidas and the Ord people may love core more than you.
Oh man.
Core's been working really well for a long time. Like, think about all the shit that was going on in the first couple years of Bitcoin. Core's been a consistent, rock solid Bitcoin client, and it's like the maintainers have done a good job. I disagree on some of these relay policies, the dog army wants to rip four-meggers, so we're gonna, do dog mode transactions. But otherwise,
Doesn't Libre allow you to do four-meggers or no? No.
Yeah, but it's not called dog. That's the problem.
No, you can't. No,
Thank you,
doesn't.
J-Dog. Now you accept the fucking point is that all you guys are doing is trying to
We're saying if it was
your
called dog, it would be better.
No,
If it was called dog, it would be a better client. That's all I'm saying.
No.
Mr. Huddle.
Pump a token. Just accept the fucking facts and say it out loud and stop trying to lie to people.
Shut up.
It has my name in the client. I love that. I'm J-Dog. Dog mode. Dog fucking mode.
Libre Relay doesn't allow you to do four-meggers by default. It changes some things like op return and a couple of other ones, but it doesn't do the four-meggers.
What about
I like Squidward's idea of earlier.
Yeah, hang on. Wicked. Co-host me. I'll actually explain what we're doing for a second instead of.
He's gonna kick me off the stage, and I'm going to fucking find him IRL and shit in his Chipotle.
Do you hear that little puppet yapping? I have a solution. Co-host me.
Yeah, go ahead. Do it. I ain't scared. I'll be back.
Make them both co-hosts. Make no. If you're gonna co-host Leo, you
co-host me right before. Co-host me first though.
Yeah, go ahead. Kick me off.
Make me
my world. I don't give a fuck about this conversation.
Hang on.
Co-host Rob.
I don't want to kick anybody. I just want to use the mute button for a minute. I can't say anything without these puppets screaming.
Welcome to the space, Leo. I'm getting yelled over.
Wait.